So.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's amazing.
there are a number of mole drifters in here. I guess are we good to kind of start going over what we've got going on here doing? And
yeah, dude, I was finishing up drafting the tweet just to let people know we swapped over.
Give people
so going through and getting everyone's name together. But yeah, I mean, it was on the schedule starting at 6 and we're at 6:05. So yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You want to start explaining the business?
So, hi, I'm Cyanide. This is we're doing a Magic draft. Goodbye, Goblin. The 6 of us here are going to be doing a 3v3 draft out of a cube, and that Rochester Draft specifically, and that sentence alone has a number of things that need to be explained.
Yeah.
First off, hi, welcome to Magic. This is Magic the Gathering. If you haven't, it's a card game.
Just take it in. This
is gonna be great. We're not explaining what we're not gonna go for that far back. But a cube is a curated pile of cards that we use to draft from. There it is. There's the cube. So when you would do a normal booster draft with like a set, you would all open packs, pick a card, pass it around, and build a deck out of these limited number of cards that you have. But the cube here is a pile of cards that I've put together for us to draft from. On top of that, we have a 3v3 draft that we're doing, where we're going to have 2 teams drafting against each other. This changes the nature of how we draft in a pretty significant way, which brings us to the final portion of it, the Rochester Draft portion. If you're familiar with drafting at all, you're likely familiar with the opening a pack, looking at the cards, pick a card from it. You put the rest of the pack down to the next person and pick up the pack that's being passed to you, and you build a deck out of the 45 cards, 42 these days, that you get that way. Instead, we're going to be using an older format that was used on Grand Prix and Pro Tours, but cut because it takes a while.
It's long to run, man.
It takes a long time.
We have
Getting 6 assholes in one room? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right.
Significantly reduced the amount of time this takes by making it a two-team thing. These drafts used to be run with 8 individual players all making these decisions. So think about that as we explain more.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The team format is so what we're going to be doing is, rather than drafting from a pack, picking your card, passing around, we're going to take that pack, which is in this instance, there's not like a pack. It's just 15 round cards.
Just pull up 15 cards and just show.
Yeah, so we're going to have 15 cards. And instead of like one player opening them, picking one and going, instead the entire pack is going to be put on the table, and and all the cards are going to be face up.
Children.
We're picking first, right?
These 2 together, I would immediately argue we would take these.
Wife mode.
And so,
if this was a real one, that's what I would do. I would say, hey, our team grab these 2, but whatever.
I would go GTA Engine, maybe, actually.
Actually, let's take a second for Magic the Gathering knowers to demonstrate the approximate power level of the cube. Here's the first 15 that's like slightly weaker Shieldred than the current one. Reanimate,
it's miserable in its own ways.
The card, reanimate from black.
This is
Liliana of the Veil, which is a crazy good planeswalker.
Yep.
Dual lands, which makes sense. Fucking SDT, fuck that card.
Fucking SDT on tabletop sim.
Tabletop sim. Let's go.
Banned. It's actually kind of faster on tabletops than because you have a
there's a scry zone as well, so it's
there's a faster way to actually get these cards out.
I was going to say that we should use this system.
I didn't know this was a command. Okay.
It's
fan out reveal.
It
does, really good.
when you have it on the library mode, there's a bunch of buttons, and I'll say when we get to the gameplay portion, there's a bunch of stuff that allow us to do some things that make it the overall process a little bit.
I accidentally drew cards.
So yeah, we're going to put these 15 cards up, and as a team, we're going to go back and forth picking a couple cards as a squad. The way it's going to work is it's going to be 2, then 3, then 3, then 3, then 3, and the last team gets 1 and then 2 from the next pack. So it'll continuing being 3, just kind of cut up so that it's not a huge advantage going first.
It's also nice because getting the first 2 picks out of a pack can be crazy, right? Like if there's 2 synergy pieces, like 3 as the first pick would probably be too strong up front.
Yeah. So reanimating Sheldred, for instance, might be a pick you would go after because, wow, that's a powerful set of pair of cards. But one thing you have to note is that you are drafting for 3 players.
Yes, you need to keep in mind, like, while you're drafting, you got to keep in mind, like, 3, maybe 4 different decks that you can build as you're going.
And importantly, you got to remember which ones you stopped drafting towards, so you don't go back to one to draft them.
So yeah, you can draft all these powerful black cards, but at the end, we are going to have 3 1v1 games going, and winning a round is 2 out of the 3. So. That's
and the neat thing is, if you're a little weaker at drafting, your team can like help carry, because that's like me. I'm probably the weakest drafter of the group, but like I can play well enough, so like you hand me a deck, I'll be okay, and like the folks around me can help elevate that side a little bit. And it's interesting because like these first packs, for what it's worth, if you see how long it takes us to draft like the first 2 packs, you're gonna be like, holy shit, they're gonna be here for 12 hours. Once we kind of like understand what plans we're going for, but up front, holy shit, it's all because like how many cards are there in Magic? Like 30,000 or some shit.
It's a lot.
It's like a lot. So like there's a lot of possibilities.
Like 45,000, I think now.
That sucks. Too many.
So yeah, the cube I have right now has gone under pretty major renovations from when we last played it a few months back. I think it was about 140 swaps in and out.
That's a pretty solid change.
Out of the 420 cards that exist in it.
Nice.
That's not the number I wanted to end on, but that's where it ended today. So that's where we are. We aren't, because we're not playing with a full squad of 8, not all of the cards are going to be in use. So, you can't 100% depend on, like
a card showing up.
But
I think that's really interesting too.
Yeah, which means there aren't inclusions in here like Splinter Twin plus Pestermite, which is a 2-card infinite combo that just isn't in here because I know that that's not going to have like I don't want you to pick the Splinter Twin and then be like, where's Pestermite?
I think I did see Resto and Conscripts, but those are both good cards in their own right.
Yeah, there's no Pestermite specifically, and I think there are still combos, there are still 2-card combinations like that, but there aren't ones that like the cards are useless without them, sort of thing.
I'm gonna draft.
I don't
Dark
have an
Depths,
exclamation point
30 mana into it
to let you see what it is on my end. I should probably do that.
So, yeah, we've just got a lot of we did this specific draft a couple months back, and it was absolutely a blast.
So good, yeah.
One of the most fun I've ever had playing Magic. Straight up,
awesome.
So first thing I'm gonna ask: do we want to like make the cards 50% bigger for the draft?
I agree.
And then once we have lists set up,
Yes.
then we can like put them to however they.
Yeah.
need.
So
Well,
my
presumably
plan
bigger.
is I will be taking notes for both teams, unless somebody on the team wants to take notes for that side of stuff, because that will just make it so we can take the deck list and use like an online deck builder, because there's a lot of like web interfaces built.
Yeah, but
I think the speed of doing the fan out reveal, we can zoom in, given that that's a thing that
remember, just use your Alt key when you mouse over stuff with Alt. It makes it
right. But having all of them in, like having them all like reasonably big enough to at least identify by art is
Or if you scroll in with your scroll thing, you should get in pretty close. But yeah, we can make it big once we
Yeah.
Sure, we know if Ty sets up the camera over all the cards, so that folks that are watching,
As long as they're in a consistent space, it's probably fine. So let's just deal them out, baby. Let's get.
Oh, do
so
we?
what are
Hold
teams
on. I was gonna say, hold on. We should probably put those back. Put those back. We don't have teams yet.
I'm just testing it out.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Sorry.
I mean, how do we feel about the two sides of the table we have right now?
Doc and I kind of need to be on opposite teams.
We kind of can't be on the same team. I can
Ty, you should be on my squad. You weren't on mine on the last time.
Yeah, that's fair. Kabanaw, let's swap.
I want to stay on Doc's team so he doesn't blow up my lands.
Now your lands.
Sure, yeah, that's actually just a good swap. Kabanaw swap over, and then we basically have opposite sides from last time.
Yeah. How do I change my seat? How do
I got you.
Oh,
I got you.
I've been
I have the power.
kicked. Dingus egg is
Dingus egg is banned. Oh, too powerful.
Take two. I'm removing your land.
I want to point out, just for context here, everybody noticed that Doc immediately went to, as he does anytime I play Commander with him in Tabletop Simulator, immediately for the piss. He's immediately piss colored.
I use yellow as my brand color. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, yes.
There's no piss involved.
Oh my God.
Look, I talked to this fool about colors for like 40 hours, and yeah, he loves that yellow. You ain't taking it away from him. All right. Shall we flip over?
So yeah,
the first 15.
If you have any questions about cards that do exist, when we see things like, oh, hey, does this have X to go with it? Just ask me. I want to make sure.
It did let me do this.
All right.
Ah.
So we just need to fan them a little.
I was gonna say, if we can get them like squared up to like 3x5 or something, just a little better to fit in a screen, that would be tight as hell.
Yeah, easy. There we go.
Okay. Good enough. They're all on screen. They're all mostly readable.
Oh, so
who's going first? Which team is going first, I guess? Hold on. Let's grab a die.
Yep.
Turns out it's really, really easy to do here.
Yeah, make it big. This is an important die. This is a really important. This die is going to determine multiple days of Magic.
And of course, even in a digital format, we're rolling spin downs. Losing my mind.
There is no significant statistical difference between a spin down and a regular D20.
All right. I'm just going to keep hitting roll until somebody calls this.
Do it.
Go for it.
Heads.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to get a coin
almost
instead?
dead
We
even.
have coins. Use a coin.
12. We're going first.
Okay.
You want to take first?
Okay.
Damn, that's a...
So I'm feeling Jace pretty much instantly.
Yeah, card's good. Card's good.
Yeah.
He played against that
Jace
bitch.
Shinobi.
So...
Jace Shinobi is what I'm feeling too, although we should consider...
I like Bloodbraid a lot, but maybe it's
Bloodbraid
just
is a
pet
good
card.
Bloodbraid is pretty good. Fallen Shinobi is maybe one of those
Sun Titan is
back-breaking
probably not one of
cards
those.
from the
Fallen
set.
Shinobi does break your fucking back instantly. Yeah, it's...
Like if you're playing if anybody on their team sees us play an island and a swamp, they have to be afraid of an unblocked attacker of any size.
Yeah, I'm okay with Jace Shinobi. I mean, they maybe even go in the same deck, so we're
probably do.
Yeah,
Jace
we're
Shinobi
kinda
would
cooking.
Be my,
Yeah.
my number
As a-
1 and 2.
Just as a thing for viewers, because there's 3 decks being built, there will likely, I mean, I think by necessity, be like multiple decks in the same color. You know, there's no such thing as 3 2-color combinations that don't overlap like that.
Yeah, this might be that we have a mono blue deck and a blue black deck of some kind, like a blue black
Usually it's
yeah.
blue. Blue is really good for splashing, generally speaking, historically. So.
All right, so
yeah.
you mark those down, Captain?
Yeah, just
Yep,
grab
I'll
them.
get them.
Grab them, put them in the pot.
Fallen.
All right, so like Bloodbraid, huh?
Yeah, I'm thinking Bloodbraid. I'm thinking that Tree Speaker is interesting. I'm also seeing 2 fetch lands in this. Which,
Yeah.
like again, we have to build a number of decks, and having access to some of the most powerful mana fixing available.
I was gonna say like Bloodbraid Arid, I don't hate at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of just picking mana up front.
Yeah, especially
That's
like
me.
you know, like they picked a blue-black card, but Polluted Delta works in any deck that's going to contain a swamp or an island for us to.
The only reason I like Bloodbraid early is because that gives us one instant payoff source to look for. How strong is Cascade in this cube, do you think? Because that's kind of the thing. Because like Cascade in regular Magic is fucked.
So you're not gonna you're not gonna be. This is going to be more like I'm playing standard Jund or modern Jund. This isn't going to be like I flip Bloodbraid Elf and then
Rhinos.
Rhinos.
You're not going to have
Rhinos.
your deck empty of everything. But
Ancestral
Rhinos.
Visions
Yeah,
is in the
exactly.
cube.
There are no Rhinos. So you have.
Okay, Kavanaugh's trying to sell me on it by mentioning Ancestral Visions, so I'm saying we don't do it. I say we take full fetch lands now.
It's like a pasty 3/2. It's I don't know. I mean, I'm not a.
I think that the pair of fetches are just going to be like no matter what we do, these two are going in. I don't know
You
what
do
Whereas
get
other
three,
stuff we might just
though,
drop
so.
it.
Yeah, we get
The
three.
drops we
Oh,
might
right,
just
we
not.
We get three because
Correct,
it's
we get
two. So it's 2, 3, and then it's it's 2 and then 3 until we hit the last card. The last card goes to the other team, and then they get 2 more, and so it's always 3. So like we could just go 2 fetches Bloodbraid.
I
I
believe
kind
it.
of like that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. All right. Let's.
Would you like to be the card handler? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, actually,
So, what were the fetches?
That's a good point.
As Arid Mesa and Polluted Delta.
Thank you.
Bloodbraid.
Yeah, that's a good point. Someone that's not me should actually be the one handling grabbing the cards
Oh,
on
yeah.
our end, so I can just always have the cards on screen.
Stay zoomed in. Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of Grim Lavamancer. Red deck wins. You know,
I was going to say,
enough
we
said.
took 3 red deck win cards here.
Yeah. I love Lavamancer. Broadside Bombardiers
Or
is
we
nuts.
could also grab
Mm.
Draga Tree Speaker, which is a very powerful ramp piece.
It is, and ramp
Nice
is going to be
stuff
there's
to ramp
yeah.
into. Yeah.
I would say
I'm not saying we don't have to pick red deck win cards. That's fine too. But my personal preference is Draga Tree Speaker out of all these cards.
no. I do like Tree Speaker. I'm also a fan of Lavamancer, and then maybe the Bombardiers.
What does Broadside Bombardiers do? This is a card I'm actually not familiar with.
It flings on attack.
It
It,
flings.
it has
attack,
haste,
okay.
and yeah, you sacrifice something.
Or
2+,
artifacts.
okay.
Wow.
2+, yes.
And it does
Oh
2
man,
plus.
you sack your worm coil engine, throw it at
Or
them.
like you draw it late game and
Oh.
you throw, your Griffin Lavamancer
You
for
have a
3 damage to your
shitload of-
opponent's face. Like
You have a shitload of treasures on hand, and you turn any treasure into a
Yeah.
shock.
Any token becomes.
Oh, it's 2+. What is this magic?
It's
card?
2 plus its mana value. Yeah,
Token
Oh my
is
God.
ghost. Yeah.
Any token's
It's
great,
worth
and then
noting,
anything
Goldspan
that's
Dragon's a fucked up good dragon too.
Yeah, that card's
Yeah.
insane.
it is. It is.
Flying haste
I'm
is
really.
a hell
I'm.
of a pair of words.
There will probably be some number of good.
Weird. Every card on the
finishers.
table is something we're looking at.
But no, if we're looking at like the start of a good like red shell, I would say the Bombardiers and Lavamancer are great finishers for that deck, where they can close out
Yeah.
games, which is generally what going to be like the shortest on. Good creatures
And
that
if
can
we're gonna
attack
pl-
are not going to be as hard.
And if we're going to have any form of green ramp card, we do need our dorks.
Let's
So
take the
Tree
tree
Speaker is one of the
speaker
best,
for
I think.
sure. Let's lock in the tree speaker,
Yeah.
and then I think the Lavamancer sides into more decks than the Bombardiers does. Like you can just throw that into something splashing red rather than we have something big to throw.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's my pick. I also don't mind taking the dragon instead of the Lavamancer, but you do have to cast the dragon.
Right.
And that is, you know, notable.
It's a big boy.
Five.
You do have to
Five
count
whole
to
mana.
five. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with.
Or-
Go ahead.
None of the Ebon Legion. What if we just took 3 1-drops?
Yeah, fuck it.
Because Ebon Legion is also quite good.
A lot of words
Evan
on this
Legion's
card.
great. Yeah, this card is very good too. This is a very
Also has my favorite
Multi-speed
reminder
card.
text.
And
on
if
it.
you want a good card to attack and your opponent not to block, to then put back in hand with Fallen Shinobi.
yeah. All right, I'm good. I'm good with that. How do we feel about that?
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. Let's
Sick.
grab the 3 1-drops.
Cool.
That's a smart direction to go.
I like that.
funny.
Yeah, like how we short up fetch lands. They're shoring up the
Yeah.
place. That's smart. I don't think anyone's mentioned Pernicious Deed just because black green tends to be really tricky to make happen. I feel like in Cube, it feels like it's like one of the
When I'm
harder
in
ones to
the
have
same
come
room as you, yes, because I'm going to be forcing it.
true. Yeah, true.
I feel like
how do I
also
turn it over.
in general, I feel like Whirler Rogue is a very underappreciated card, particularly for like a very artifact blue type archetype, which you have Urza's in this cube.
Mm.
Goes great with a taste that goes great with Urza and anything similar to or Urza.
Yeah,
Goes great with
just wins
one of the Mole
games.
Drifters.
so I'm thinking,
Or bodies.
I'm looking at that. I'm also still looking at that. The Bombardiers. Bombardiers
Broadside.
Yeah.
is one thing about like the setup is that the more recent
Those two
changes
actually go
were to make like a sacrifice plan viable, and this is one of those cards that pays it off or works for it. Which, and especially when we have like Bloodbraid Elf is a card that can flip into this, and we just go whoop.
Yeah. The other thing that I really like about it is like it feels like you're going to be able to build one aggressive generic deck. Even if it is your third best deck of your team, it will be a solid working ass third, right?
Yep.
I think Goldspan is also worth considering because it can work in that aggressive deck, but also if you just are in a Jundish deck, Goldspan is just good in Jund kind of mid-range nonsense.
Going big.
I like it.
So what do we like then? We
Also,
also
We kind of talked about every card.
I was
here.
saying, we talked about every card. I'm sitting here
So
looking at like Sun Titan.
I like Broadside with Goldspan. I think these two are a smart pair to scoop together because they like work towards a deck archetype.
What's 3?
Whirler Rogue gives us a
Whirler
different
Rogue?
That gives us a different direction on blue. Sun Titan is like a thing you slam down in certain like matchups, and it's just like, okay, well, that sucks.
Yep.
I guess the question is, do we want to go hard on our bombs early, or do we want to like shore up a little bit?
We could just grab Goblet.
I was gonna say Goblet Shrine to go with the fetch. Like, it works with both of our fetch lands.
What if we just grab every land and just have them at the very end? It's a Khans of Tarkir draft.
All
We're
we
at the
do
very
is
end going,
play
where all the tools go?
And then we're gonna just take Golos from you. It'll be fine.
Me with all the 3-color lands falling out of my mouth.
I'm fine with it. Like, we're gonna have a number of packs to continue on this. I think
I think Shockland's a good call. I agree.
All right.
The
I
only
like
thing
this
I'll
pick.
say about this pick is that if we get left, like, I don't know, Inspiring Vantage as being your last card in the pack is also kind of rough. If that ends up being the direction they go.
I mean, the thing is, I think no matter what we pick, there's a good chance that's unless we take the Inspiring Vantage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. What if we spare ourselves?
All right, we don't want to get this last pick, so
we mind games them. Instead of taking something we want, we take something we don't want.
all right, let's take our.
Hey, draft in pack 1, bro.
All right,
All right.
So you've got last. You get 3 of the 4.
Let's
You
pick
get
the permanents. that
Yeah,
aren't,
Sun
Inspiring
Titan,
Vantage.
you pretty much
They're all
win when you get
permanents.
the card. The cards are
I meant-
Land is a permanent.
put the shit
I
out.
said the permanents
All right.
that aren't the Inspiring Vantage.
Do we have a? Actually, we can rotate you.
Well, let's get these 3 off the field. Get
Is
this
there
one
a
over
shortcut
us.
to rotate cards?
Q and E. It's just like remember,
Just like
this
I
plays
could've
like a.
expected.
This works like a first-person shooter. You can WASD your way through the whole thing.
Oh,
Very wild.
gonna put on the Doom music for.
Okay. So how many packs total is it, by the way? Like 15?
So it's 3 per player. We have
All right,
so
so
18 total.
18. Okay, we're on pack 2. So this will be the count up. Once this hits 18, the drafting segment is done. Should we scoot our cards farther away from the board?
Okay, all right.
All right, zooming in. Let me look, gentlemen. Oh, fuck, Grizzlebrand.
Armageddon,
Oh, fuck,
my
Bitter
love.
Blossom.
I love you,
Hey,
Armageddon.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm gonna get him as a 3x5 here.
yeah,
Thank you, I appreciate
so
it.
we got the Inspiring Vantage, which means we have the next 2 picks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So
Do we just Grizzlebrand and say we're Reanimator?
I think so.
Kind
I
of.
mean,
like,
we see the.
Yeah, I think so.
I think if we're the ones who saw the Grizzlebrand, we get to slam that position, right? Like
I saw it first. Come on.
we have Mother of Runes and Giver of Runes.
Yeah.
Really protect from a color on a day.
Yeah,
So
when
what
you-
are we thinking as part 2 for Grizzlebrand? We could also just take Grave Titan, have the other Reanimator, or we could take like Mana Leak.
Yeah,
Like Armageddon.
the chart of course gives us another card that works with the Grizzlebrand as like a hey, here's a
true.
discard outlet.
It's not. It's kind of thing is like you might get other there's other effects you can get as a discard outlet later. Like that's a very replaceable effect.
Those are across most colors in this cube have some way of doing discard outlets.
Get that. What's that like a 2/2 wild dog or whatever?
Yes,
wild mongrel.
Wild mongrel. You can have a seasoned the hollow blade. There's a number of different.
Oh yeah.
But okay, Grizzlebrand.
Yo, sorry, I don't think I've ever appreciated this version of the art for Ephemerate. That's so good.
I love a little lion just.
Oh no, I don't feel so good, Mr. Hunter.
Can I point out the passive voice on this printing of Armageddon?
Who did this?
Happy.
Who did this? They're all destroyed.
They just are destroyed. Who
Are
knows who
destroyed.
did it?
Yeah,
Just like,
someone
so
did
happy.
this.
I can't believe someone did this.
It's so good.
Did you hear about all lands?
It's okay. So what are we taking as our second with Grizzle for the record? What do you think?
God. So I'm between like Geddon, Bitter Blossom.
Bitter Blossom kind of like even if we don't end up with like reanimation, Bitter Blossom is just
It's
like
so
just a
good.
card to
Right.
have.
It's such a
So good, and it's 2 cost. It's 1 black. It's so flexible. Yeah, just take the blue.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
Damn, I wanted that bitter blossom.
All right.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you get your shots on this powerful board.
Okay.
I
First
feel
thing-
pretty strongly about Huntmaster of the Fells. That card's really good.
Yeah,
Okay, what
I agree.
what have we got at the moment to go with it? Could fit into Tree Speaker. We could make some kind of Jund thing going on.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about what we already have, considering we're back
Mhm.
to.
Yeah,
Then again,
Curious.
you don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
any
that's
you
fair.
don't have any rule. Just pass it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and Huntmaster of the Fells does mean that they don't get it when they're playing Bloodbraid Elf already. So
Can we
That's
flip it?
So
Oh, if you click on the thing. Oh
There's
no.
a thing in the corner.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on. Wait. Hold on. How many sizes does this card have? Wait a minute.
I'll point out I had to literally program that in to get that to fucking work. So
Damn.
we
Well,
appreciate
thank you.
you.
Thank
We
you.
Thank
appreciate
you.
Huntmaster of the Fells is absolutely cracked unlimited. The card's like so good.
it is extremely good. Yeah, if you want it, that sounds perfectly fine. I just want a mana leak.
I know we just said
Yeah.
that we're showing cards we already have. We do already have great control pieces.
Mhm.
So like having the mana leak to back those up is good. Then my last Grave Titan's also just generically strong.
Grave Titan
Um,
is good. Would work well with the Pernicious Deed, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also one of
There's
the
both mom
the
and
other rooms.
stepmom in this room. Yeah, in this pack right here.
Um,
Mom and cool babysitter. Yeah.
God, I love
Two
the.
moms.
I'm
definitely
still
love
just
it.
loving this Geddon.
I love
love
it so much.
I love that even though it's digital, this shit's faded. Like this is
Yeah.
somehow,
Crusty.
despite being a JPEG.
It's so crusty.
yeah.
It's a scan of a
Scan
JPEG.
original
of real
images.
cards. Yeah.
Fine rifle.
Then how do we feel about Grave Titan as a third? As a good thing, as like another control finisher, or just as a strong
I'm totally
card,
down
like a
with Grave
token
Titan.
pack?
We
and all
have
that
the
stuff,
Tree
yeah.
Speaker
Mhm.
as
Cool.
well.
Yeah,
Things
I'm
like
down.
that.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
down. I feel like there might be a
Alright.
green-black
So you're grabbing
slam deck building out of that at the moment.
Mana Leak and the Grave Titan.
Yeah. And
Yep.
would anyone mind if we start maybe organizing these into potential decks?
You organize them
while-
as you will. I can't
Okay.
do it
So-
because I'm focused on
Right,
the
right,
Yeah.
camera.
So how about white
Same
cards?
thing for Slyo and Zorak, by the way. I'm zoomed in, so feel free to
I'm-
mess with the
I'm-
offboard cards.
Oh, I am.
Yeah,
I am.
I'm zoomed in as well. I'm not streaming this, but I'm recording this because
Locked
I wanna-
in.
Beautiful.
Anyway, how do you feel about cards that cost white mana? Because like,
Yeah, I'm into
if we just
it.
pick Mother Runes
Geddon,
and Giver Runes,
Mother Daughter.
yeah, if we pick those three, that's a deck. Like,
Yeah,
Do
Mother
that.
Daughter.
Do it
Geddon,
at the
I'm
start of
into
a
it.
mono white deck.
yeah, like
See, I was out wondering more if the other direction is like the flexibility on both Ether Channeler and Memory Deluge, both is like just like blue. Hey, you know what's a good color?
blue.
Blue.
Is blue good?
Blue.
Blue. In high power
blue.
formats, blue
Is
pretty
blue
good,
like good?
It might be it's maybe it's just also biased. It's like these are like standard cards. Like I see occasionally, like yeah, these cards are still fucking good. Like yeah, they're brand new cards that are that they kind of can play.
Yeah, I haven't played much with Channeler, but reading it, that seems very good. Yeah, 3 mana.
The Channeler is really good.
One of 3 best things. Yeah.
Yeah, the Channeler also works with stuff like Ephemerate.
Flicker.
Yeah,
A flicker of any form. Yeah.
hanging out.
But on the other hand, like Armageddon is like such a fucked up card.
Yeah, I kind of like planting a flag on like if we have Mother Runes, Giver Runes. As far as the deck goes, if you just go plains one of those 2-on-1, it's like hell. Like,
yep.
Yeah, and it's like really strong. It's a really consistent deck. Like if we have a matchup where one of our opponents is playing like a pretty inconsistent combo pile and white just always goes off, right?
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah.
So,
the only thing that gets a little weird with that is like we have like kind of like a mono reddish like aggro thing. Like how many like single color like whoa, we got a lot of mana versatility here in terms lack of versatility, consistency.
The nice part about having like low cost generic cards with only one symbol on them is like if we want to put them into a dual deck later, they'll be fine there too. Like Giver Runes, Mama Runes, and Armageddon will work in a split deck, no problem. The red ones are a little trickier for sure. Yeah. But white at least can splash.
Yep. I mean, and I think Armageddon, I think we should just take just because
it's great.
It's fucked up. It's
the wheel of the land.
If I just use the rule of thumb of like, I hate that card being played against me, like that's a pretty good
spot to be.
There's a Boros Charm in your cube, huh, Slyo?
Yeah.
Boros Charmageddon time.
That's 6 mana. I said there were 2-card combos, just not like Splinter Twin.
All right. So I do want the Ether Channeler.
I was thinking Ether Channel Ephemerate, and that starts playing towards a like blue-white flicker.
There is also Memory Deluge as well.
Yeah, so we've already put a lot of cards towards like a blue-black control deck that I feel like Deluge fits into. So I'm just trying to look for anything else that we can start like, I mean, Hellrider's also here in case you wanted to pull something from the red
Hellrider
deck.
is also here, yeah.
He's pretty good.
We basically start building an aggressive red deck at that point, or a more aggressive red deck.
If we pick the Channeler, we should pick the Ephemerate because having you have your white untapped, and then what are you gonna do? Like take game actions? I'm gonna cast Ephemerate like that.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna make another creature or draw a card or bounce something,
and then do it again next turn. Like that hits. We should do that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Like Aether Channel is one of the cards you want for the flicker deck.
I don't hate Chart of Course.
Don't hate Chart of Course. Don't hate Hellrider. Don't hate War Marshal. Don't hate the Cliffs either. Although we don't have a black-red thing going on at the moment.
Yeah, I mean the fast lands I'm not as into unless you already have them for a plan. Like the fetches and the chalk lands are like really flexible. This is not that is played if you're in a red black deck or splashing, which we don't.
We really are creeping towards you guys as ending up with no lands at the end, and I'm really looking.
There are 40 lands.
Yeah.
Like
there's always 2 packs left. We can still do it. We can still get lands.
It's still good.
So yeah, I'm thinking. Personally, I'm looking towards getting like some non-blue picks just so that we can. But then again, if we're looking at doing like a blue-black control deck and a like blue-white, flicker, then we may want to have a lot of blue. So,
I also don't hate the Hellrider. I think the Hellrider is gonna like slot in as. I mean, even though it's 4 mana, that's kind of the top end of our red.
The Hellrider is the card that kills your opponent at the end because it comes in and deals like 8 damage to your opponent 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Like a motorcycle.
All right, I will list those our picks down then.
Okay, take the Hellrider. That's fine.
Yeah,
Ether.
Get that Jeskai choice.
All right. So this gives us some good blue to work with. Like absolutely, Memory Deluge is quite real.
I think really like it's Memory Deluge, Chart of Course, and I don't know, roll a die between the other two.
So I think the question there is: are we more likely to have our mono red go truly mono red, or are we more likely to go for dual? Because if our mono red's mono red, it's fucking mountains, baby. That shit's free. We don't got to draft shit. Right? Like that's the thing. It's like if we're doing it, we don't need that shit.
I will say you have a Geddon right now, and that points to you being a red-white deck.
Yeah, true.
Good. The Bloodbraid Elf also works pretty good with just red aggro because just more dude haste. Chart of Course obviously does real good with Grizzers.
Yeah,
I
Memory
think
Deluge
we
is
take
good
both
with blue.
cards.
Both blue cards
Yeah,
here
I think
seems
both
like
blue cards are just
on-
locked
on-
in. It's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
do we want Mog or Blackcleave?
I kind of like getting because like right now our fixing also is like we have a lot surrounding Mardu, the red, white, black.
You don't have to play basics.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't say that shit out loud. Oh, don't mind. Oh, strip mine. Don't mind if I do.
Hey, strip mine works on basics.
Oh,
Waste
Blood Moon, huh? We're gonna strip mine your last basic and
Yeah.
then Blood Moon.
As long as we picked Blood Moon first, we're good.
and like the thing too with these two cards is also that like red black has a couple different like plans that it has cards sitting around for, and like pile of dudes that you can sacrifice is one of them, and we already have a bitter blossom to go with that style.
Okay.
Also, Mog War Marshals is kind of a very replaceable effect.
yeah,
in
I-
It's a
general.
pretty whatever card.
I say
yeah.
I say we can just take the black cleave and then like
I trust your judgment and I appreciate the discussion. I think
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
all right.
Enjoy your
I actually
Mog
don't
War
mind-
Marshals, suckers.
They,
I
they
don't
have,
mind
they have
getting Mog War
Helldude.
Marshal. We have a Lavamancer.
They have
Like,
Helldude as well. That
Yes.
Hell Rider loves this card.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
eyeing like, oh man, I wish we had the broadside bombardiers for that that war marshal. Oh, that's a
Well, you
combo.
don't.
Nope.
Perfectly
Let
fine with
chat-
one.
All right.
Well, now
That's a
neither do
perfectly
you.
playable card for us.
Gonna
All
let
right.
chat look at our collection currently right now.
All right.
Give 'em a quick
Update
refresher
the-
of what we're working with.
Update the dice and
I've done so.
here's
All
a
right,
pile
you want
of
me to
cards.
deal the next 15?
Deal it up, baby.
That's
All right.
satisfying.
Hello.
Ooh,
there.
oh, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
this
GSZ seems pretty good.
I'm seeing
the
I'm
Wandering
seeing
Emperor. She's new. I've seen her online. People get mad.
She
a lot.
sucks.
So-
She's a miserable card.
so I've seen a couple things. One, white in this pack is wild. Two, part of my adjustment in this cube was actually a change in like in the power level of things and where I want it to be. The Wandering Emperor is like not above the line. Oko is actually the one that's above the line in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, the Wandering Emperor just kind of plays like a removal spell with some extra text rather than
Yeah.
the game is over.
Yeah, one of these is like a card that's strong but like fair and playable and like probably doesn't need a ban. And the other one is the greatest planeswalker they've ever printed, bar none, on accident. Like for sure on accident.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the line goes, Oko and Ragavan are two cards that I can say that are above where it is. Ragavan's
The cards are messed up.
I think the big thing with Ragavan too is like,
Too cheap.
hey, no one wants to fucking see Ragavan. I'm so sick of that dude. I don't even play MTGA and I'm sick of that dude. No one wants to see that monkey for a solid 6 years. Like maybe in 6 years consider putting him in.
see you in 25 years.
Yeah.
So you've got the
I think
I have thoughts.
my first
Yeah.
thought is I think we take a triome here.
I agree. I
I
love
also
the
agree.
Jeskai
Boo.
Triome a lot.
Yes,
I like that a
agreed.
lot.
Same brain there. All right.
What if the
It's one
deck
of the only
we were making
triomes where
was
you
one
can look
deck?
at the art and immediately know, yeah, that's the red, blue, white triome.
Meanwhile, this one down here that has is
Oh, that's got to be blue, right?
Blue art.
Hey, color of art does not
And-
dictate color of mana.
It should.
Man, I can't
it
believe
should.
they made
It
a
very often
second
does
cycle
that.
of these, and not only are none of them named the wedges that we know, they're both cycles are named different things. It makes me so
Yo,
mad.
What is this Phyrexian shark? Is this
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe?
So
Yeah.
Chronos
Yeah.
Sea Shark whips ass. That card is so good.
That
in
card is
limited.
also incredibly good. I was looking at Firebolt or maybe that or
I-
the Emperor.
I feel it's because it's cube, right? So we're like we want all of them. GSZ also really strong. If we're gonna be ramping, we dump mana to that. Seed Shark is just really really good. And yeah, Firebolt. I mean, I think
If we take the Seed Shark, we cut blue entirely out of this pack, aside from the face.
that is true.
That's true. Yeah.
Firebolt is good. I am more excited about other fireball or lightning bolt style
Firebolt
effects in the
specifically
cube.
is not amazing with Lavamancer because
Yes.
it already exiles itself on
I
flashback.
agree, and like lightning bolts in the cube, if I recall. So like,
Yeah,
I'm not that excited about firebolt.
You lightning bolt, chain lightning, a number
Yeah.
of like burn spells are, around.
Are we picking 2 right
You
now?
get 2. You
We
get
have
Okay.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might.
2.
It does feel. It does feel maybe shields down to let them pick all these really good white cards, but like Seed
There
Shark
are a
is
bunch of really good white cards in here. It's true.
Seed Shark is like we have a control deck pretty locked in, and we can start
Yeah.
picking. If we pick the rad metal shark, we can start picking for other decks. I think pretty immediately because we have like a pretty good thing going on.
Yeah, and we'll find some other good stuff here.
From a person on the other side of the table, I do see that you do have the Whirler Rogue as well, as far as just like pieces of metal carrying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say go for the Sea Shark.
Sweet.
Okay.
Cool.
Try on the Seed Shark.
Do we just take the other Triumph immediately?
So I think the question is like, what do we take with it, and how many of them are the white cards in the pack? Because like
I was gonna say, because like
might just be
Norn
the
is
other-
like an unbelievable ender. Wandering Emperor is a beautiful piece of interaction that's
You have
just
Grizzer,
nuts.
which means that you probably have a Reanimator deck going.
Yeah,
and
Yeah, because
Elesh Norn
Elesh really
also
good with the Reanimator
a primo
stuff, so-
Reanimator card.
I will also note that Legion's Landing as a card to go into a white-based aggressive deck
true.
is very powerful. This card, as far as like that goes, you get this on
Lion
1 or
Sash and
2.
O-Ring also not sleeping. Not sleeping.
Lion Sash is a card that people always miss, and it's like it's
Scavenging
just
Ooze.
Scavenging Ooze, but you can wear it.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on, but it's Scavenging Ooze, but you can pick it up. All right. I think the question is
Triumph probably right. Is is that locked in? Like grabbing a Triumph or no?
we
'Cause
have
we could just
all of our
not.
fetches. All of our fetches can grab that Triumph too, as part of the big thing. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's why I think
that's
we
pretty
take the
good.
Triome is because that's on our fetch plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Someday they'll
Elish-
like print.
What are you thinking, Elish Norn Sash or?
I'm thinking like Elshnorn Emperor.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I
Emperor
was
and
thinking. That was
Norn.
my gut check. Was it was
Because it's the thing where like the thing like some of the other stuff we leave in here, like honestly, even as they're listening to us, like they don't want Legion's Landing. Like, what's that going to do for their deck right now? Like,
Well, it could start one.
oh sure, yeah. If
It's
you want
back
to waste
three.
your
It's
time,
It's back 3.
It's a case of they might take it, but they're less likely to. Whereas like
Yeah.
Elish Norn and Wandering.
I was gonna say,
Emperor are
if we
absolutely
leave Elshnorn in a
perfect
pack,
right
we've
now.
made a mistake. I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you leave
yeah.
Elesh Norn, we will take it. I can
Yeah,
guarantee
Elesh-
you we will take it.
I think Elish
Yeah.
Norn actually almost kills like pretty much like not everything, but like they've got all those tiny creatures. It's all died Elish Norn, every single one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's what Elish Norn is, chat, for anyone who's unaware. So you might wonder if you're not familiar with Magic, like, oh, -2/-2, how bad is that? Well, here's the thing: if they have 2 or less toughness, that means they just go and die on the spot. Like you don't get to live with 0 toughness. That means you die.
Another couple points on this pick. Number 1, picking Elish Norn isn't even like a direct commitment to being like a deck that's big mono white, because it also can just fit in Reanimator. Number 2, we are going to have multiple decks that will have color overlap. So even if we do have like, oh, here's too many white cards to play, cool. Then we just have 2 decks full of them.
Yeah. I will say that we are definitely building a trend already of like having like I guess they don't have either like not a lot of green thus far that we've seen. Like there's a little bit, but not a ton
Yeah.
in these packs.
We haven't.
It just worked
There
out that
hasn't
way.
been that much green in the packs yet.
Yeah, it happens, but it just
That's
means
a-
that there's a lot of opportunity in the
Ran-
future.
It's about like 50 plus cards. The colors are like extremely balanced
Damn near
in card
perfectly
numbers.
split.
I think it's like
Yeah.
one color has 1 extra card.
Yeah, let me I'll just pull up the Cube Cobra
And,
because it
and that
literally
might
shows
have been
up.
because I added, this was at 419, and then I added an alchemy card, which may or may not, I really want to show up.
Oh, I hope so. I fucking love that card. I love it.
So yeah, I have it here. There are 52 white cards, 51 blue cards, 51 black, 51 red, 51 green.
Okay, it's one
and
extra
then
white.
66 multicolor, 29 colorless, and 69 lands. Nice. So
Nice.
very evenly split. Yeah.
Yeah.
6-9 lands in the 420 size cube at the moment. Nice.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's what we call the
All right.
perfect ratio. That's incredible.
So I do like the idea of grabbing some of the green. Legion's Landing would be quite good with Hellrider.
We take the Legion. We need to take the Lion Sash now.
Yeah.
We take the Lion Sash
Lion
to Graveyard
Sash.
Gate.
Yep.
Lion Sash, right.
Yep.
Why would you need that? Why would you need that?
I have been saying
Hold
shit
on.
'cause I've been wanting to take the Elish Norn for the Reanimator.
Got your
And
ass.
I'm like, all right, well, if we take Lion Sash, we can fucking hose the Reanimator deck.
Yeah.
Why?
Also,
We can
it's
build
just-
we can build the fuck you reanimating plan setup. That's fine. What
I
else
do
do you
think we
like?
take that. I'm also thinking about maybe taking some more land. The Grove
That's
and the
true.
Canal aren't the best, but like, and we don't quite know what we're doing it, but we do have Tree Speaker and Sun Titan next to each other. So maybe the Sun Petal Grove is something we want.
I like the
Yeah,
grove
Sun Petal
because
Grove
then
with
we can.
Tree Speaker and Sun Titan does
Right,
work
yeah,
together
that
pretty good.
And then
that becomes a deck. Yeah. I like that.
GSZ is perfect for that plan because it can
GSZ.
early,
yeah, I like that.
it can,
So
it can
Zenith,
early on
Grove,
get
and
you
Sash.
because early on it gets us our like if it's on turn 2 and we don't have enough dorks, we go fetch a dork, or if it's turn 5 and we can spend 7 mana, we go find a Sun Titan or something. So
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Down for
You,
that.
you sure as hell ain't finding a Sun Titan with this card.
fair point. It's a good green ramp, but regardless,
But yes, the idea still stands that like Huntmaster on turn 4 or what,
No, they play a
Yeah.
Painter Servant and then they get it. It's fine.
Green Sun Zenith is
is it cool if
sick
I
'cause
just
it's like,
add a Leyline
Magical
Go Back
hack.
to the
Yeah, just, everyone gets one,
Green
Yeah,
Sun
I'm gonna.
Zenith is one of those cards
good
that
with
every
this.
time I look at it, I'm just like, how did they think this wasn't going to cause a problem? Like, how did they think that wasn't going to be an issue?
I've almost
Alright.
exclusively played it on Magic Online, where it shuffles back in for you. So in paper, I just forget that it says that.
Same.
It just goes back into your deck. Like, why does it do that?
All right, so I'm kind of
All
happy
of
to
the-
see.
Sun Zeros do that.
I think I was fine with what they just did. Everything they did, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm quite happy
Yeah.
with seeing Legion's Landing still in here. I'm quite happy with Falconwrath Aristocrat as well
gonna
with
say,
this kind of like red
Legion
black.
O-Ring Falconwrath, I don't hate as a pick.
Because like Falconwrath in a deck that contains like the Bitter Blossom, and maybe that ends up like maybe it's like red black, white with something, and then like black blue ends up with still kind of spitballing. We're in pack 3 of 18, but
Yeah.
See, I was thinking more like
what are you thinking?
O-Ring just deals with so many problems. Legion's Landing just is great with the mono white. I was thinking honestly, like this top row, like Firebolt. Like, yeah, it's not the most exciting burn spell, but on the other hand,
It gets
you
the
have a
job
fair
done.
beat of red. It gets in. They have a lot of dorks, and it just also goes to face. So
Yeah, Bolting Birds does kick ass, man. That's a good point. I
and it's
do
like
love
and
the
this
Bolting
bottom
Bird.
row. The bottom row, I kind of don't care about. Like Bluff is like fine if we finally got some blue cards, but like also it's not the best, duel. Like it's really kind of like, is it worth, considering Aristocrat? Because like I don't know, it's like
And like Hallowed Burial, we already have Armageddon, which is like a more comboable version for us.
well, the Zarath rather than
yeah,
Oh,
Armageddon
right,
is just
right,
lands.
right.
Yeah,
Lands,
But-
right. Sorry,
but
yeah,
that's-
my bad.
Hollow Barrel is like. You
The
have other
weakest
rats
of-
in
There-
there.
oh, yeah,
right?
there's-
Right?
There's like 4 wraths in here.
yeah. You'll be
it's not
seeing
my-
like so like there isn't like Sunfall Farewell, but it's
And for well.
I'm pretty sure it's like Wrath, Day of Judgment, another. Did I end up putting Damn in here? I don't remember if I ended up putting Damn in here at the end.
Piss.
Just Damn.
Piss.
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 Yeah. Okay. I like.
I
the-
like Zorak's reasoning
hold on.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
I'm into it.
I like that as
Well,
well
does
for
this get
having.
anything? No, damn it. All right.
No, that's not the name of the
try.
card.
Strifefall,
You
piss.
never. It could have. Like sometimes we get like ambiguous matches against like foreign language stuff.
But I
Like
should. But yeah, the other thing about picking
Like,
up this
oh, does
Firebolt
this
is
work?
that it like this gives us a little bit
This
more
works.
flexibility.
summon what? That's German for
Oh.
fury.
Uh,
Fury in German is just
oh.
what? WET. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. It's a thing that came out recently. You never know.
All right,
All right.
you've got your 4.
Okay.
And Genesis, one of the you might see Genesis, and if you like think, what, wow, is this like fit in here? Survival of the Fittest and Fauna Shaman are in here. This the Genesis. We'll see more green that makes this card function. It's just, I think this is the 4th green card we've seen.
Did you remove Recurring Nightmare?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say we take Genesis.
Why would I do that to you, Doc?
I actually don't have any plans of specifically going for that.
I know,
this
but
time.
but
If-
it's
sure,
still,
it
you
happens
know.
naturally. It
Well,
happens
so here's my
naturally.
thinking: is I don't think we're going to play Hollow Burial. I don't think that our control deck is going to be looking that white based on what we have
So
already.
you want to take the Aristocrat away from them? Is that the
Exactly,
idea?
because they would like
Yeah,
the
fair.
Aristocrat, but we don't give a shit about that or the Burial really. I mean, we didn't
Yeah,
even play the
that's fair.
Aristocrat. We don't know where our decks might end up. We might end up with
But we're
one
good
of
with
Black
both.
Splash.
We're both good with the Canal and the Genesis. So
Yeah,
like,
I'm
those are
good with
both
that, yeah.
fine.
Cool. All right.
All right, we'll take our Barrow. I'm honestly fine with that. That's okay.
Yeah,
might
that's a
play
fine
that.
result.
There's-
Like, honestly, the only thing that would have sucked is if like we got Genesis, but then they wouldn't.
But
have
even
Genesis, which would have been good.
even getting Genesis, like perhaps Survival flips in this next pack, and all of a
Take your
sudden,
garbage.
all of a sudden, like that changes.
Uh,
White, like the thing with the Burial is that like we actually could have a white-based control deck that plays like the Emperor and such. You
I
know?
mean,
Oh wow.
the
This is
the, the, mother,
amazing. I
the
can zoom
rune
in
cards are
different
pretty good for
colors.
white control. So
yeah.
Here's the
So-
white pile for us currently, chat.
So-
here's the land in Maltese.
But yeah, I adore that everything's face up on this because it's like, oh boy, you have to like in a normal draft, like 8 players, you know, open your pack. Hate drafting
deal
is
it.
like a thing you can do, but like you basically shouldn't. Like hate drafting is not like
Okay. Hex
Oh,
Freaky,
no.
Hello.
Oh.
Baneslayer Angel. Hello.
I'm most afraid of seeing Soul Herder make it out this early. That solidifies.
We do have the ephemerate, which
Yeah,
is
that
Yeah,
solidifies
very
that world.
exciting.
If I have to,
Sometimes they snap.
I'm gonna have to play against the Mole Drifter deck. Oh no.
Did anyone flip the die? I think so. This is 4.
It's 4.
This is 4.
So if
so
you
no,
want
no, yeah.
white black fixing, you have it. Like so, we've got first 2.
We get first 2.
yeah,
Yeah,
you first.
Yeah. Correct.
so here's the thing that I was thinking about with like Soul Herder actually allows us to start like smacking like our blue cards into our white cards, and then if we can finally, I don't know, it's like
We don't have to concede. We
Esper-
don't have to concede that deck here. We can pick it and
No.
fight.
yeah, that's the thing where like also Soul Herder as a utility card, it's pretty good. It just does stuff on its own. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those shitty
Arzuris?
modernish cards where it's like, hey, you don't need to enable it. It enables itself. It's just fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the?
Nah, I think you should
what's
give it
the-
to us.
What's the name of white blue? That's like Arzuri or is it Arzuris? or whatever?
Azorius.
Azorius.
Arzorius, yeah. That's the most supported color combo in Magic's history, right? Like overall, I think that's the most of any multi that's been printed. I mean, by sheer number, I think it is.
They tend to be pretty
Blue-red.
close. Like allied the 5 allied combinations.
That's true.
To check.
Red black.
But yeah, I think that's a good one because I think there's a lot of good stuff in this pack that also backs that. Like, is Snaps?
Yes.
That?
That's the Snapcaster, you know, things like that.
Yeah, stuff like Snap. So we could try and get like some kind of like white blue Snaps playing because those are our whites really cheap too, right?
Yes.
With the exception of like Wandering Emperor, and then we could like pivot to a white blue control.
But even like Wandering Emperor, like is a card that you know we can play the Herder and then Emperor is like our 4 or something like that in that deck. Top of it.
I wish we had some green because I really like Edric.
See,
Edric is fucked up.
I was gonna say here that I think it might be worth
It's good
grabbing the Garrick based on like Garrick just being like a really powerful green card, and sooner or later we need to build a deck around green.
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I like legitimately wouldn't hate Garrick, Edric, and probably not Hex Drinker just because there's probably some other more powerful options overall. But
Hex Drinker is fucked up.
yeah, we only
it
have-
is really fucked
Drinker is
up. Yeah,
pajamas.
I just don't want to sound dumb when someone else is like, you know that like this is on the table, right? But like I think Hex Drinker is quite good.
It's the thing where like I think like Student of Warfare is the type of card where like we could ignore it, and honestly like if they take it, it's like okay,
right.
good luck.
We kind of have like that going. I like Soul Herder as one of the 2. We only get 2
Yep.
here, and I feel like Soul Herder is a nice direction.
Soul Herder is powerful
Oh.
because you know that we want it. So
Yeah,
That too.
we
Yeah.
want to
That's
jam
it.
that into
Soul
our
Herder
Jeskai
Garrick. Soul
controller.
Herder
That
Garrick.
too.
I forgot it's 2. That's Soul Herder Garrick for sure. Then in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, those are both cards that I've liked.
Bless you.
Yeah, we missed out on a little bit on Baneslayer, but also that's probably fine.
You say that until you get
We have
attacked
enough
by a
white bombs.
Baneslayer.
We have so many white bombs that
Yeah, I was gonna say,
feel
how about-
bad for missing one.
Baneslayer dies to Doomblade, so you know.
Wandering Emperor.
That's right.
Wandering Emperor wins that fight. You know.
So I have some
So-
thoughts here. I'll point out the Sun Titan feels very good with the silent clearing in the marsh flats, and I wouldn't.
I was going to say
Yeah.
that the marsh flats. in
Marsh flats, I
particular
think,
should be-
100%.
We had to leave a fetch on the table
Just
there,
like-
which is sad. But
Yeah,
like,
that sucks.
So yeah, marsh flats for sure. I like Char.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Hex Drinker.
Hex Drinker
Drinker's
is also
so
pretty solid.
good.
Yeah.
Hex Drinker is
Um,
very good.
If we take the
Um,
marsh
Yes,
flats,
please
I
taking
wouldn't.
cards that died Elish Norn, please do.
I wouldn't feel bad about.
It only dies Hellish
moving-
Norm when it comes out instantly. Otherwise, it's a 4/4 protection from everything the moment we get it down.
We can move the Sun
Nightmare.
Titan into the whatever like black deck we're making here, and have kind of like an Orzhov thing
Sure.
going on
Mhm.
with
True.
the clearing, or the we'll take probably the marsh flats over the clearing, but and yeah, man, Hex Drinker's really good. Baneslayer Angel for sure wins games. Char also very good.
I'm also looking at Anax for the red deck.
Yeah,
NX, yeah.
I will note, as far as 2-card combos go, the speed run Splinter Twin of Anax plus Ember Cleave does exist.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Standard All-Star Ember Cleave plus
Um,
NX.
Yeah.
You know, and we have the red deck we have currently. You know, I mean, we have Hellrider really.
Does like to
It's-
go
it's-
wide to kill your
Yes.
opponent. So NX
Yeah,
does
so
work
Anax
very well
fits
with
that pretty well.
All right, so if we want to think about that, Anax, Marsh Flats, Hex Drinker, then because
That's what I was
thinking. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think we're really looking at blue green as an option right now. Like, not that we
don't
couldn't.
think
Obviously,
so.
it's early, but like if we give them Edric, I'm not like too heartbroken about that.
Yeah.
And you know, there's still good stuff for us, even the next time we come through. But I think those three things would really fit well into our decks. So
Cool. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Boop, boop.
So
How do you point at a card and make it? How do you do the arrow?
A tab, just at the tab.
Tab. Okay. Sick. So like,
So-
Layla
so-
and
so Layla-
Student of Warfare are both here.
yeah, so
I'm thinking.
Layla passed, and I'd like to know.
wanted Layla.
I'd like to say Layla passed. Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
thank you. So
Layla.
I'm gonna grab a card from over here, and I'm going to start talking about a rules
I wasn't
interaction.
saying shit because I didn't want to say it and
So-
ruin the magic. Yeah, go for it.
So Layla,
Oh,
Layla,
yeah.
Layla here has the text at the bottom. Whenever you exile one or more cards from your library or your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Layla. And that one or more generally means if multiple cards are exiled at the same time, it'll only be one counter. However, with the way that Cascade works, it has to look at one card, check it for the condition, and then do it again. So every card that Bloodbraid Elf cascades into would be a free 1/1 counter on Layla. Obviously, if you cascade like Bloodbraid into Layla, she wasn't there to see them, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. I think Layla probably be pretty good for our reddish sort of aggro deck, this Jundish deck that's slowly kind of
Yeah,
Jund without black right now, I guess. But like,
the Gruul beats.
yeah, which that's not a bad idea. I think we can continue ignoring Student of Warfare for this pick. Like, I know we're playing with Fire here. We're like, what if they take Student of Warfare? And then what my answer for that is,
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
go for it. You want to try this? You want to play chicken? Okay.
So, lose focus is also something we can just pick as like a reasonable counter. This is like a mana leak that becomes playable later in the
doesn't have-
game.
We don't have to
I
pick
still
it
like
high,
Edric.
though.
No, I just
For what
mean
it's
like,
worth.
yeah, we
Are
still
we still
Edric.
cool on Edric? I like Edric. With the
We don't-
Garrett we pulled.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Try to make
we just
that-
have to get more evasive dudes, though. Right now, they've got the most of the evasive dudes.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
the,
I mean, we're pack
Oh,
three.
we
we're
have-
pack three.
we have Bitter
Like, evasion
Blossom.
is
Yeah,
so
Bitter Blossom.
generically
You
good in
guys with
draft.
Bitter
Yeah.
Blossom.
yep.
That's pretty spicy.
But yeah, and then we've got like, we can grab, actually, how good does, looking at how much Revelark does for us, not a ton at the moment. I'm as the one who built this cube, I'm the Revelark liker.
I mean, you get the runes, Mother of Runes, Giver of Runes.
Yeah.
Can grab broadside bombardiers if we ended up in a white red.
Oh yeah, because protection from color means can't be blocked as well. I always forget that one.
Yes. Yep.
So it can hit a fair number of things, but
Man. We also just have like black-white duels if we want something for that, like silent clearing.
yeah, I was half wondering maybe just going for one of the duels on top of it.
I was gonna
like,
say for me it was either Char or one of the duels is what I was thinking for the last pick. Because Char is like really solid if we are pushing heavy aggro. Like that's just a nice piece of burn either as control or as like finish him off. I know it feels so boring to just pull this much red burn and like aggro up front, but also we're being presented with a lot of really good red burn and aggro
You know
up
what?
front.
All
Is
right.
my other argument for it.
That's fine. Let's go for it then.
Okay.
are we sure about Edric? I'm just half wondering. It's like we're kind of betting on blue showing up
honestly,
or green showing up later.
Edric was largely like because you seemed really high on him comparatively. But,
I just like Edric. It's just more like
if you're off Edric, then what else are we pulling? Do you think a dual land or we pull the student of warfare now?
I don't know.
Let's grab
It's the thing where like
Let's
we
grab
kind
the
of
duel.
have like. You think
I
so?
also, for what it's worth, I wouldn't
Okay.
hate lose focus because we already gave those assholes a mana leak, and two of them shits in the same session. Like, counterspell with downside, I say, putting the biggest finger quotes I've ever done in my life in the air.
Yeah. There'll be other counter magics, though, I presume.
Yeah, I'm looking at like what we're doing with the color combinations, like
Okay, yeah.
blue, white.
Slayer's pretty good. You know.
Ever cool with silent clearing. I mean, I'm down
Yeah,
with silent.
let's do it.
I'm off on like how some of the alternative dual lands work because there was like a period where I didn't play Magic, and that's when they were really experimenting with some of the like you can pay life to have this deal damage to you and still get mana lands and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay, no gain.
So what are y'all thoughts?
Student, I mean, we got a lot of one drops, but they got us. We have isolated chapel for sure. It seems like we're building a horizontal
Isolated
deck.
chapel is the number one thing I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I like Baneslayer Angel. I guess I'll get sad if it gets immediately removed, but like,
Hey, if we have a lot of one drops that also get pumped, and we're thinking of like maybe a green white ramp deck, the levelers are actually really good in that. And like, Revelark also picks those up out of the grave, things like that.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good with this.
Sure. Let's do it.
Oh, so you're saying all the cards we were debating about taking, we get to keep anyways. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I guess that means
Lose focus, Baneslayer, Eldritch.
Do we care about Is It Charm? Like we have no blue red.
Yeah, the problem with Is It Charm is that Is It Charm's a cool card, but we just like, what are we doing with it?
Also, for what it's worth, that is the first Is It card period that has shown up other than Spire Bluff, I think.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we don't even have.
Like the only thing with like Baneslayer Angel, like Baneslayer Angel's good, but like how many white fatties, but like how many like mid-range-ish like slash like reanimator target white fatties?
That's
do you
right, 3
need
white
in the
decks.
deck? Yes.
More. Always more.
We said mono white. We meant mono white. Damn it. I mean, that's the thing. Is it's like, would we really like? I could see us picking Baneslayer Angel, then like even cutting it with as little of the white we've seen thus far.
Because here's the other thing. Okay. Here's my argument for Baneslayer over Is It Charm, right? So we have a good amount of components for a Reanimator deck, and Baneslayer is a motherfucker of a target to hit with a Reanimator. Because like that is very much.
It's actually probably your weakest one, though.
It
out of
wouldn't
the
be
options
great.
available to you.
But it still is a case of they have an answer now or they lose the game.
I'm sitting here thinking about Is It Charm over Edric.
Really?
Yes, because like looking at what we have here, Is It Charm plays as like small removal, counterspell, and a filter, and like we have what we could be looking at with the blue, like that could be a direction that goes in.
It's a type of thing where like Edric would be better if we clearly had a lot going on with like
nothing.
green dorks. We have nothing.
Sorry,
like,
dork.
Derek, and that's it.
All
Like,
right.
The only thing that I would,
nerd.
the only thing I would say with that is that they have a lot more going on with there. So like giving them like their kind of one drops to play with Edric, it can be kind of like Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good beats.
So we kill it with Is It Charm. We will
That's
we will
right.
just directly draw the counter.
I like also, I
Well, not
finally zoomed in on this dude's face, and he looks like if David Bowie had like a really loser brother. He got into Lord of the Rings. So
You should check out the other Edric.
What?
I don't know. I can't remember the art of that card. I do know that card is fucking busted though.
But
Oh, nice.
yeah, because like what it looks like we're building at right now is we have like white with like blue. We have the Bloodbraid Elf with the red, and then we've got like black, which might be sitting with blue, black, which might be sitting with like. There's still a couple different permutations going on, and like if we see for instance like young pyromancer style stuff, all of a sudden the red spells start looking like a deck on their own.
I was gonna say, I think we have a lot of light pulls, a lot of different directions, but we can still pivot
And
pretty
we
hard.
need
Like,
3
looking
decks.
At the other side of the board, it's like pretty similar. Yeah. So this is pack 5 now.
Yes.
Monastery Swift Spear, my love.
Ooh,
I mean, also Mox Diamond, like.
Oh, hi.
set
Sorry,
down-
I did not recognize the art I
How
chose
do
for
you,
Fact or
uh,
Fiction.
How do you set down the dice to a specific number?
Press
Just
the number above
over
it.
Yeah, just hit 5.
Yeah, while you're holding it, I think you gotta.
I do not have control.
Okay.
Over this.
Okay. Oh boy.
This is, there's some good stuff in here.
Yeah, there really
Yeah,
is.
so-
Ah, foff.
Oh, hi, Kaiga as well. Huh.
Taiga's here. Factor Fiction's here.
Okay, we got 2 of the big blue finishers.
Still no green.
Yeah, Tide
Still no
Star.
green.
Green.
Huh.
Green is just not here today.
Fucking
Solomon
Shriek
Simulacrum is
Maw.
basically a green card, though.
It was supposed to be green blue. It was gonna be.
Maw, why are you?
It was gonna be green blue too for that text box, and then they were
But
like,
then
"Well,"
it was printed in Mirrodin.
Mirrodin. We gotta have artifacts. Why not? Why not
and
outside?
that made Jens very powerful.
Well, I'm gravitating directly towards the 2 extremely good 1 mana, 1 blue pip cards.
Yeah, Kaiga and, Pax.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
does
uh-huh.
that as well.
Come on! You don't need
Let
to.
me show the chat a little bit what these are. Okay,
All
so
right.
fact of fiction is you show the top 5 cards, your opponent splits it into 2 piles. You get to take one of them, the other one goes into your graveyard. The problem with this is that means almost always your opponent is going to get probably 2 really, really good cards or 3 pretty damn good cards. Also, a lot of times putting shit in your graveyard isn't bad.
Good, actually. Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually good.
Whoopsie doodle. So
can't-
that being said, this card's very cool. It creates a ton of really interesting play patterns. Like the whole math of figuring out how to split your piles and present them to your opponent
Yep.
can be like a very cool little metagamey type thing. So a lot of players, even though this card is very strong and has an incredibly high power level, still really love this card because of the extra layers to the game it introduces.
They've gone out of their way to make a lot of Fact or Fiction like cards, and up until very recently, they've still been like cool cards, but nothing's been near the power level of.
They've decided
This.
that you should make the piles, your opponent should choose one for you. That is a more reasonable effect.
Yeah,
So, I'm good with the. I mean, obviously, Factor Fiction is amazing.
Not necessarily into Kaiga over something else. That's
also-
fine.
I like Kaiga. I don't know. This is the like CEDH player in me. I see Mox Diamond and I'm like, bro,
It is
very
very good.
exciting.
So there are no like power like Mox Pearl, but there are a number of Moxes like Mox Diamond, Chrome Mox in here.
And I mean, like in the mono red deck, or I mean, maybe we have like
Yeah, just getting ahead on
card.
1 mana, like
It's
discarding
pretty
a land
good.
and saying it is pretty strong. You're right. So what about fact? And like, or if they want to take both Kaiga and Frost Titan, I guess they can if they want to. If they don't, we can still get a good blue finisher back. And then we can Factor Fiction and Mox Diamond. So
Yeah,
Sure.
That's
that
pretty
seems
good.
pretty good to me. And then everything else here is like
the Mox
all good
Diamond
cards,
also
but-
like
yeah.
The Mox
All right.
Diamond does fit in literally any of the decks if
Anything.
we
Yes,
wanted
yeah,
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
sweet. Good with that.
And
I'm gonna put the Mox Diamond like over here.
There is a minor.
It's Marvel, baby. It's Marvel, baby. Mind Stone.
Mind Stone.
Mind Stone.
Your stone.
So the next card I was going to recommend is actually Triumph.
There's not a lot of removal thus far.
Like, and also the thing about Bitter Triumph is that this has, as an additional cost, discard
Yeah, it's true. It's a sack.
In
It is
your
a discard
graveyard,
album.
Not a ba-
where you don't want things.
Yeah, we don't have a deck that might want that.
It's like a pretty
Yeah,
bad deal.
true.
Makes me extra glad I'm taking that Mox Diamond though.
I could also say like if we're kind of building like a white and something, a red and something, and like kind of Hostage Taker kind of combines our blue and black. It's not like a great like thing for like our kind of reanimator stuff, but it's also just a pretty good like mid-range-ish
It does pull
blue
the
black card.
It does pull the.
I feel
blue
like
together.
Hostage is more likely. I feel like Taker's more likely to get back to us because it is a little bit more of a niche pull. It's a little more dedicated, and I don't know how hard they're.
They
on
do
that.
have
And
the.
then they got
do
the
have Fallen
Fallen
Shinobi
Shinobi
over
shit.
there, but
True. Okay. Yeah, they do have Shinobi.
Shriek
also,
Maw is also a pretty
other
good
thing,
reanimator
Shriek
card.
Maw's so based. Yeah.
yeah. Other thing, we do just have Swift Spear, like hanging
Yeah.
out. Like if we want like aggressive red one, that is a card
They're
that.
aggressive with like spell payoffs as well because prowess. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't pick it. Don't take it. Stop it. Stop.
Like right
I
now.
think Triumph sounds pretty good just because we need removal at this point anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that seems reasonable.
I don't hate Triumph, Swift Spear, and then Shriek. The problem is Shriek Maw and Taker are both good for him, and we know they want to take the Kaiga as well, right? Like most likely.
But I don't think we care about the Kaiga. Like
Yeah,
that
we don't
much.
care about
Like,
the Kaiga. I'm just saying, like, what do we think their next 3 picks are going to be, right?
I think
So
they're.
probably-
I'm guessing one of the blue finishers because if they leave them for another rotation, like it,
we'll probably end up with them by default.
we might just take them
Yeah.
because it's like okay. The Hostage Taker is something that's interesting to see with the with like they have a Fallen Shinobi, so it's not unlikely that they may want to build to that, even though they have like blue white kind of set up over here, but the blue is the heavy part of that, not the white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tempted to say Shriek Maw, maybe. Like, it's not the most exciting thing, but like also like as far as like value stuff packing in these decks, that's a card you're gonna play.
And this might be wrong for Rochester, I'm not sure, but like my general draft philosophy is like try to make your own shit better before trying to make your opponent's shit worse. But that's also usually because you're playing against
Yeah.
a group of 8 people. So
I like that
Yeah,
still
it is
overall.
also worth noticing, that like any given deck is going to be playing one round against another deck, right? You're improving your matchup in one of 3 games by
as
hate
opposed to
drafting.
matching it up, improving it in
Technically
3
every
out of
round
3.
there's 9, but yeah, so 1 out of 3 games you've made
Yep.
your opponent's deck worse. Whereas making your own deck
Right.
better, you can win more games.
Let's-
But also making their worse, like you might still like it's the thing where you might end up with Kaiga and not even play it. Is the
Sure.
thing.
Yeah,
Right,
Oh,
and
no,
it's also you want to be taking a hate pick that is so strong that you
exactly.
like turn off their like if we see animate dead, we'll take that because that
No, you shouldn't. That's a terrible idea. You should work on improving your own deck.
Yeah.
I have to take
Worry
7
about
damage?
yourself.
What are you, crazy? In this economy?
How do you change your cursor off of a ruler?
Upper
this
left,
is just
upper
your
press
life
the
now. I
grab
don't know.
button.
It's
What?
impossible.
Or press F1
It's
on your
impossible.
keyboard.
Okay, thank
too.
you. I'm just like I've been trying to grab the Shriek
That's
Maw.
what it's been flipping cards around.
I thought you were doing that on purpose.
No, I've been trying to
I saw
grab
you
it.
doing that. That's why I started flicking, and I was like,
Also point out Shriek Maw when we have the Ephemerate and we're making like an Orzhov deck. Pretty good for us. So.
Help.
No. So
All right.
An elf in trouble. An elf in deep
All
health.
right, so we're pulling those 3?
Yeah, let's grab those 3.
All right,
Okay.
So
Speaking of things that fit in basically in your deck, I mean, Sadbot, I'd never pass that.
that's great.
yeah.
If we want for ramp, Mindstone's also a good ramp card. It's also just
Yes.
it's metal if we need it for a that kind of deck.
Also, we have a Sun Titan. So
We do
there's
have a
that
Sun
too.
Titan, which is
True. And I also
Mindstone more than Sadbot.
I was thinking maybe both of those.
Yeah.
Those and-
what
Like,
else-
yeah,
what else
going
we
for
gonna take in
both
here?
of them are ramp pieces, and we are thinking
yeah.
of a green-white ramp deck that contains Sun Titan in it. So yeah, that actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And then for a third thing, do you just want to take the mana fixing in case we want to do a splash or anything like that? Like,
I
we
don't
also
think
take the
we're gonna
Archmage's
play that.
Charm as just a good blue, like, counter draw
I-
2.
I hear
Or-
you, but our blue deck does look to be 3 colors, and I worry about.
I don't think.
What's the problem?
So if we
Do
play
it.
a bunch of blue, we are not necessarily going to be playing 3 colors for a blue deck. We might end
That's
up playing,
true. That's true.
like I think it's all less
I'm sure
likely.
you guys
We're
will
gonna
get duels
since we get
eventually.
the Exit Charm or the Monastery.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're not playing that, but but I guess the other thing to take, we could take the Hostage Taker. We could just go for
take the
that.
hostage taker.
Just take their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just good control piece.
Yeah. I think we're pretty good on.
My main thought on why not to grab the Keg or Frost Titan now is actually the same reasoning why they brought it up, but also they're not super heavy blue, so I don't think they'd play either of them anyway if they got
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm good with that logic.
Who's gonna
I
flinch?
love Kaiga chicken.
I mean,
This
look,
is-
if they do take Kega, we just Hostage Taker it.
Nice.
Yes.
Gaming.
Seth, give me.
just fucking steal it.
God.
Yeah, and then if you're gonna
simply
die, you
win.
take another one of the things.
So how do
Yeah.
we?
I'm thinking Solemn Mindstone and Archmage and Hostage Taker. So we leave the charm for now.
And we'll take the solemn. Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm
We'll
good-
see
I'm
if
good
they
with
want
that.
it. If they want it, they can have it. I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, if they decide to choose Kega, Archmage's Charm, and Frost Titan, they can have them. That's fine.
I think we should do that, or maybe Skyfisher. But, like, yeah, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this is tricky. Like what we have left here, because like Clifftop Retreat, if we want to do kind of white red, is not a terrible thing, but also like,
I don't think that's on plan. I think that's probably
The
where we're going.
the bombardment is also like a possibility with like
Mhm.
like again we kind of have a setup where there's multiple homes where that could fit. I'm
sure.
honestly just thinking about grabbing the Sentinel because green cards seem to be like the rarest thing in the world, and we should probably get some to play in our deck.
Green will show up eventually.
Are you
We
sure
bet
about
on
that?
Maybe.
You know what I wouldn't hate is
Sentinel's also like
this.
a pretty powerful card just flat because it.
Yeah, a 3/4 for 3 is like you don't even need more text. Vigilance, oh baby, and he creates tokens. What are the tokens? Who gives a
Yeah.
shit? He makes tokens,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, you thinking
I don't know.
the two big blue ones in the Sentinel? Is that
Frost Titan is like.
Frost Titan's kind of mid. Yeah, I'm thinking Frost Titan's kind of mid. Do we Skyfisher over Titan?
The thing is, like, our white deck is already pretty like coming together kind of well. Like, I just wonder if we need to start like stretching into
I'm
other
thinking-
stuff.
like
The white, if we have a color that we need to split into the bottom end of two decks, I think white can do that. I think we could be okay of having
but-
like white be the bottom end of two, because white does low end pretty well for creatures.
Yeah, the thing is, like, are you really gonna have like two mediocre white aggro decks, or are you gonna like what is the how are you splitting it like kind of thematically?
Oh, I'm thinking
there?
not
It's
one
like-
of them's just like pure aggro. Yeah, one would just be more like just core Skyfisher is a generically good. It is a 2/3.
I will say,
flyer,
if you did want to do the ephemeral, if you were going to make Soul Herder into more than just a pretty good card on its own, Core Skyfisher also fits well in it because you can rebuy effects to hand as well.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm kind of I kind of like the three you have here, like because Kaiga is. I mean,
I can see it.
Kaiga kind of at least gives us more to do with blue than just playing support.
Yeah, and it also fits well if blue ends up being a little bit of a lighter. Like one of the problems I'm seeing with like Archmage's Charm is that we're just not dedicated to blue right now,
It's triple blue. Yeah, triple blue's pretty rough.
and like our only piece of fixing in blue is a polluted delta, which like could
Yeah.
work, but
And the thing is, like, I think with the direction we're going here, like, whatever they leave us after, like, their 3 picks here, we'll probably be okay with. Even Clifftop Retreat
Yeah.
gives us the option if
yeah.
we stack them or white and red together.
you know,
You know what? That's a good point.
I'm glad to be in a position where it's like, well, they can't give us a card we're not gonna like enjoy.
probably
So,
play.
I
Yeah.
like it. Good
Alright.
call. Good call.
all right.
Good
Um,
answer.
Yeah.
So is there
I'm
anything that
sorry. Go ahead.
we have that plays with Skyfisher particularly well?
We have a Aether Channel in a different color. We have Whirler Rogue. We have Hostage Taker.
I'm noticing that you're if you grab the Frost Titan here, you're at 3 of 5 Titan.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
we're making
Mono
good
Titan.
Yeah.
Oh,
get
yeah.
modded.
If you get, if
Oh,
you get,
if you get all
if you get all
5.
5 of them, you win the game.
Yeah,
Mitch,
I
you
mean,
know that?
personally for me, it's between the Clifftop Retreat in case we have one we want to do any sort of like white red stuff, or the Skyfisher. Potentially to rebuy effects in one of those decks. I think I definitely want the Archmage's Charm and the Frost Titan. I think both those cards are really good, and we are blue enough to play them.
I want the Skyfisher over the Retreat. I really do not think I
Great.
see us putting together.
Yeah,
a
I don't
regular
think we're
deck.
playing the Boros deck.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good
Yeah.
with
I do like the other 3 cards, so no problem.
Cool.
All right then.
Sweet.
All right, we'll take the retreat.
I'll get the
Moving the dice up to 6.
Retreat. Okay, so we should be uneven right now. That's good.
All right, let me reveal.
Yeah, if you
15 cards.
If you can find Inferno Titan and Primeval, both of those are also very playable Titans.
I'll say I know Prime's in here for sure.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! There's so many cards I want.
Dracula.
Oh boy, this is a fucking pack. Wow.
Where was this pack for the rest of the few packs?
Dracula has appeared.
This happened last time. we hit the dark writ in that pack.
Oh, Skull Clan.
You have Skull Clamp and Bitter Blossom if you wanted to go.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't take Fable. Don't do it. Don't take Fable. Stop. Stop
Fable.
Don't do it.
Fable's so good that
Breaker.
they just keep banning it in everything.
Well,
It's
so,
like
do you know how many Pro Tour wins Fable has right now? It's a lot.
Fable is like you said, like you don't have Splinter Twin in the deck. You kind of do.
You can't go
It's not
Inferno
as
with it.
busted. You can't. It's not. But you get the utility Splinter Twin.
So I do want to know,
pretty
as I
good.
was building,
Cheeky,
as I was
I guess,
making
but-
changes to this, there were a number of cards that I was like, is this a little bit over the line? And Fable is like, it's not too powerful, just does everything.
How do I show the transform?
Press in the upper left. There's a little sun. Plus a little sun in the upper left.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sick. And then everyone can see what this motherfucker
blessed by
does.
Kaiga, huh? Oh.
Did you know the? I mean, I'm sure you knew the token is more expensive than
More
Tarmogoyf
expensive
now.
than Tarmogoyf right now, yes.
So, chat, the thing that's cracked about any kind of copy like this, particularly the one with Kikijiki, is it has haste, which means if you can somehow trick this card into making multiple copies of something by like untapping it and then having additional mana, God forbid you make a card that can untap and also make mana so the damn thing just goes infinite or whatever. Which was what the original one does all the damn time. So it's just super easy because like if something comes in with haste, it can tap for like its other ability on top of being able to attack. Also, they can attack, so
I
eventually
think-
you
I
can make
think
infinite
this
of something
is-
and have them all swing.
I
I think it's
think-
Skull
I
Clamp
think-
Kiki. It's
Yeah.
Skull Clamp Kiki, right?
Yeah. There are a couple other cards that are like, close that are like, it's like, I see Noble Hierarch, and that's the first 1 mana dork since the first pack, I see...
And like a Gucci one too.
Thought Monitor is really underappreciated for like an artifact. If we end up with a bunch of artifacts, like Thought Monitor is fucking stupid.
It's Dracula.
How about literally Dracula? It's Dracula.
It's fucking
Oh yeah, you're right. The problem with Dracula / Edgar is like you just can't get rid of this fucking card. It doesn't go away. He goes on his fucking coffin and he just like, I'm back.
Get out of here, Dracula. Come on.
When I was doing the building, I was looking at like black-white cards, and I just saw Dracula, and I just stopped, and I was like, I am going to change 30 cards in the cube to make Dracula playable, and then I did. Like,
Well, he looks like he's having such a good time in his coffin too.
like
He's just hanging out in there.
if you take a look at like some of the low-end creatures across colors, you'll find a few more vampires than you normally think you would. Just
Soul Steel!
that Knight of the Ebon Legion over there, or the Legion's Landing we have on our end. Just
Is there anything with like propagate? Is there any like propagate in this
Thank
format?
you.
Proliferate?
So then it'd be messed up, right? Because you could like
Proliferate, yeah.
proliferate the counters. Yeah.
So
Thank you!
third card, like Dracula would
We
be
only get
funny,
two.
but
We only get two.
We
Vermont-
get two.
We get two.
Oh, we only get two. Man.
Yeah, we've made
we
our
get
choice.
three.
It's time for us to
Yeah,
shut the fuck
now
up.
it's
and
our
let
let's let them. Let's let them.
All
I mean,
right.
here's the thing:
So-
we're never swapping off
Whatever
those
they
two.
pick
So.
will be fine.
Yeah,
We'll
look-
be fine whatever the
So
fuck
look
they
at how
do.
good
Noble
this-
Hierarch,
Yep.
Great Henge,
Noble.
absolutely fucked up cards.
Yep.
Titania, extremely funny with fetch lands and
How many fetches have we got? That's
people-
the fundamental question.
not many.
You're
You're
the
right.
one so
Okay.
far.
We can have it as a sideboard card against the player playing Armageddon.
That is very funny. It's very funny. Thought Monitor probably casts for like 3 mana with
Yeah,
the
I was thinking
Shark and
Thought
the
Monitor
Whirler.
is
Thought Monitor is
with
pretty
other
solid
blue
pick, yeah.
cards is pretty good.
I'll
That'll
say
be the-
that Meld is my favorite mechanic in the game. I think it's
somebody-
extremely funny.
Somebody asked, and the answer is, why would I put this card in here without the other one?
The other half of the card is the playable half.
It's true. It is true.
This thing's Hellrider. It's fine.
It's fine. It
He's
doesn't have
Hell
haste.
Rider.
It's got a lot of words
Does
on
have a
it.
haste.
A
Anyway.
Tide Holler Scholar also pretty good for the Orzhov deck. exiles the cards rather than discarding them. So that's pretty good against the reanimator.
It's also very neat with ephemerate because you can
Yes.
ephemerate with
there's
stack,
there's
and
the
it
trick.
goes away forever.
You can do the thing.
But I'm looking at the 3 like cards that are just really solid what we have already, and Noble Hire, Great Henge does so
It's
much.
so good.
Like
It's just
because
so
once the
good.
Henge is down, like even with nothing else, it gains you 2 life every turn.
Yeah.
Like which like usually thing that just says you gain 1 life is like okay, like whatever, but gain 2 life suddenly starts like adding up really fast. And then that you also get extra mana, and also you draw cards, and your creatures are bigger. Like it is a bonkers card, especially if you can ramp out something big fast to get it out faster. And yeah, then Thought Monitor, we already have a lot of like little metal pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Riftbolt, but I can survive without it, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not sure we need it.
Yeah, the Chrome Shell, the Chrome Host, Seed Shark, and the Whirler Rogue are both like heavy support for the Thought Monitor. Thought Monitor in here is this is Muldrifter number 2?
Mm-hmm.
No, 3.
Yeah.
This is Muldrifter 3.
Yeah, then we get to beat Gens to the punch on the first Muldrifter. So
Yeah,
It's true.
Draw first blood.
there are 6 Muldrifters, and this is Muldrifter number 3.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
yeah,
higher.
we're not really
Thought
counterpicking
Monitor.
anything that they want to take, but I'm fine with that because we're getting 3 really good
great-
pieces.
the
from
great
our
The
deck.
thing is, this is also a pack that is stacked with good
This is-
cards.
yeah, I was
so
gonna say,
it's not
like-
gonna be able to prevent anything, really.
Yes.
All right.
Also, Slyo, I love that you mentioned the Muldrifter count, because like one thing I've been saying when I've been talking about this draft is like, yeah, and the cube's designed by someone who's like really knowledgeable about the game and like has it at a fun power level, but like definitely is willing to like cut cards that just aren't fun or aren't interactive, and we'll put ones in that are maybe like a little below power level if they allow the game to have more engaging play patterns, and then you just show up and you're like, I put 6 Muldrifters in this shit. And I'm like,
Let's
"My
go.
All right, so do we just take Bramaz as one of ours? Because like Bramaz is so fucking good with like the mono white stuff we have going on. Like he is
Yeah.
like
Skull Clamp.
Yeah. So we've got Bramaz. One thing we actually have is I don't think anybody said the name Delver of Secrets, but like
Delver of Secrets, yeah.
But like I
Y'all have
mentioned
been very
mentioned-
secretly and quietly you've been very secretly and quietly building a blue-red shell over there.
I don't know if it's like direct because this pack is stacked. Like Maze of Ith is also like ridiculous.
God. Sorry, I forgot Deep Analysis has one of my favorite little inside jokes on it of the Manticore, and it's a Masticore or Manticore? I can't remember. Masticore. Okay, yeah, and just the text at the bottom of the specimen seems to be broken because Masticore was fucked up.
it's like Delver. Like I don't know. Like you have to get really the right deck built around Delver for him to really be great. Like it's thing.
It's true. Like and
the thing like Delver's in standard right now. He's okay. He's
it's true.
okay.
It's true.
That's so sad.
You need like because like when Delver was in standard the first time, it was like here's like Get Pro, like all
Vapor
these
Snag.
originals. Yeah.
I also
Mana League was in the format still, I think.
Yes.
I wouldn't hate starting like a white black plan too.
Just
like
grab-
white black reanimator,
Grab Dracula, grab Tide Hollow to
Tide
fit on
Hollow, and
that.
grab Bramaz. Yeah.
The only thing is like the thing they said about Titania as a hate card. We actually have a lot of fetches. Like we don't have a lot of green going on, but we actually have like 2 fetch.
We have 2 fetches, and the silent clearing also works with.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
And then
Yeah.
also Indatha Triumph Cycling Land that also does stuff.
That is,
I mean,
that
it
is
does-
me not having enough game knowledge. Okay, would you rather take? In that case, do we take Riftbolt? All right. What if if we take Bramaz Titania? What do you think's number 3?
Dracula?
Dracula.
Or maybe like
Okay.
or
I was gonna say
Anal.
Deep Anal's pretty good. Yeah, like it's a pretty good blue card just generically. It's 1 pip, so we can play it as support on other things if we need to.
Are we?
Like-
Okay, let's take a quick minute. Is white black one of the decks we want to build? I know we have a lot of fixing around it in silent clearing.
We
Gauntlet
have both
Shrine.
Elishnorn and Grizzlebrand.
Like
Yeah,
so like
that's what I'm thinking.
supporting that as a deck seems like it's going to be really like
yeah.
a
The
build
thing's
we're
like-
going to go with.
The only challenge we'll hit with that is that a lot of the direction our white black seems to be going in is like reanimator, and we just don't have a lot of the white black ways to put stuff in the graveyard. I mean, we could do white black blue potentially, but like there's not a lot of way for us to put stuff in the graveyard right now.
There
Well,
are
hell,
still
I
like
would say
10 packs.
I would say also,
Yeah, that's
I mean, at this point, we don't have a single reanimator spell. You know,
That's come on.
You got one reanimator spell, don't you?
But yeah, I think we
Do
just
we?
got to make our stuff generically better. Is the big thing, and
I'm
I'm
sorry,
not
I'm sorry.
sure.
do we?
Bramaz is
No,
definitely.
sorry.
I think.
I was thinking about the first test pack we pulled where we had
Yes,
like
we had reanimate.
Rizzers and
Yeah.
and then my brain said that was the first pack. So
No.
I think Bramaz might generically just make white black because Bramaz is basically like a white. It's a white
Yes.
card, but it kind of goes really good with white black.
Okay, so how about we pick up the white black, just the pile of white black cards, knowing that even no matter what 3 cards they pick out of the remaining 7, this pack
Look
is
at them.
too stacked for them to be able to take everything from
Yeah,
us.
Yeah.
the same reasoning for
Yeah,
why
uh-huh.
we didn't bother doing the same.
we'll basically be able
Yeah.
to say that until the last card exists.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad to see Scholar go because we could have had that, used that for sure. I like
agree.
Titania and Riftbolt personally,
Yeah, Riftbolt's awesome.
and Maze. I'm a Maze of Ith in the blue deck. That we're
That's
gonna be
pretty
playing.
funny.
You said Maze?
What?
Sorry, I was running
Maze?
what we paid as options.
I'm definitely down for Riftbolt. I mean, the card's just sick.
Riftbolt's quite good.
I
Maze
like
of Ith is pretty
Riftbolt and
funny.
Maze for sure, personally.
Yeah, I was also thinking about like how much. So I mean, we literally just picked up a card in blue that says draw 2 cards. We have Factor Fiction. Okay, we've Archmage Charm. We have plenty of stuff to draw cards actually. So
Yeah,
no,
we don't need deep.
we are not in
analysis
need to
necessarily.
no.
All right,
we are
so-
set without it.
I mean, I don't think we have the synergy for Vengevine. I mean, it is
don't
a
have
That's
the
not
synergy
more
three.
building.
For either of them yet, but Titania is easier to get
Yeah, I agree.
synergistically going, and I do mean it. If someone's playing Armageddon, Titania is hilarious against
Yeah.
Armageddon.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm totally good with
cool.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
sick.
slamming the Riftbolt into this red deck over here.
All right.
Boop.
So we have 4 picks that all kind of
Two
look like.
Mishra.
Like, do we not want to live in the world where we get the dragon engine?
You should do it. You get a big magic card.
The dragon engine
Really
is like
big
good
magic
enough
card.
on its own,
Just
right?
like-
that's the
Yeah.
riddle of
Dragon
the Sphinx
Engine's
is that the
fantastic
dragon
on its
engine.
own.
It is a
Yeah,
2/2
dragon
double
engine is
striker
goated
that
on its own, and Mishra kind of sucks.
Mishra's okay.
He's fine.
The thing
He's
is, like,
fine.
He's
Vengevine-
fine, but we're playing in like a almost vintage level cube. Fine is bullshit.
An important value
Vengevine-
about Mishra is that Mishra gains life. He's not just a Hell Rider. He fits
Yeah,
in a
you-
slower deck as well.
So Mishra is a slow Hell Rider that that drains for X rather than just deals X.
Yeah.
The thing about Vengevine is that if we get like, you have dredge-ish cards in here, right?
Like Entomb is just a thing that's in here, if I remember right.
But do you have any do you have actual dredge proper? Like any
No.
ways to? Because the thing like
so
Vengevine is
survi-
good
sur-
if you accidentally get into your graveyard.
Survival of
It's
the
not thing-
Fittest and Friends are the cards that Vengevine are designed around in this cube. That's what Vengevine lives in here for. Is like
Okay.
because Survival of the Fittest and Fauna Shaman both live in here, and that's
Yeah.
and
The thing is like Vengevine, like if you kind of want it to accidentally end up in your graveyard, which I guess if you're using it as a discard thing, but it's like
yeah.
We're-
Do we just go with pass off the Vengevine? I don't know.
Okay, I can see it.
you might not like the thing is like if you like yes, it's a 4-minute 4/3 haste, but also like you could get that basically in common these days.
It's true.
Yeah,
like-
I mean, the real question is
Officially
like, do we ever think Vengevine goes off? Because if we think the answer is realistically no, then we take Mishra for sure.
Things like we might not even play like the things like if we pick Mishra, are we even honestly going to play him? Like maybe
No.
not.
No,
Vengevine.
That's that's why I'm saying it. Yeah.
It's like-
Congratulations, you've solved the riddle of the Sphinx. That's why I think we
Yeah,
throw Mishra at them because we're not playing that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
If we get
Mishra-
Dragon Engine, we'll
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
Mishra. For
All
sure.
right.
No, we'll
I
take
mean,
the
honestly,
Dragon Engine.
I talked straight about it earlier, but I would like we already have Falconwrath Aristocrat as well. We might as well make like a black red.
Yeah, we can have like a backup. We can have
We
like
have to do a
backup
John
set
deck here,
going.
like where we go for Hunt Master and
Up to 7.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh fuck.
G-Tay.
G-Tay.
Evercleave,
And the
Evercleave,
Cleave.
Evercleave.
And Equipment pack.
So you've got you've got the first two out of this.
Yeah, we do.
Damn.
Embercleave,
another incredibly
sure.
powerful card to have with
Oh,
Soul
fuck.
Herder.
Well, we
Embercleave
picked the
ends
annex
games
like a
by
year
itself.
ago
Yes.
for the
Embercleave.
Embercleave.
I want to talk through
card
the
in
God here,
history.
just to make sure that we
Oh,
are
that's-
aware of what we're
That's
passing.
that's the best card in Pioneer. That's how you win. That's how you win.
But
you have-
we're not deep enough that like the 3-mana vampire sword is in here. Just as a we're not
We
that
can't
deep.
play the Pioneer Pro Tour deck.
You can't play. You
funny.
can't play. Yeah, that was too like.
That was like
this-
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, I mean that card was like too narrow to want to
Oh,
include
yeah.
in here. Whereas Vein Ripper is like you.
So yeah, let's look. We got Noxious Gear Hulk, which is just nightmare creature to deal with, huh? Like
It's a
just
5/4
destruction.
menace. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, I'm
You
just
block
like
it?
reading. I'm showing them to the
Yeah.
chat real quick.
Yeah.
so they
You
can
gonna
see what
block it?
cards
You
we're
can't.
talking about.
It's too
Read
scary.
'em. Yeah, Embercleave, Nightmare, that's land, baby. Collective Brutality, classic. That's G-Day, huh? G-Day's in this one, huh?
Uh-huh.
How about that?
Yep.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, G-Day sucks. Card on the Reach.
We got
Reach is like shockingly good, yeah. Yeah, Force Spike. Of course, 1 blue counter, why not? Vein Ripper. Vein Rippers, that's a newer one, isn't
This
it?
is this
that-
newest
Yeah,
set.
it's last
latest
set.
Latest set.
Yeah, it's really good.
Sick.
It was funny
Um,
seeing people like talk shit about this card, saying, that card's terrible.
And then like
It won a Pro Tour like 2
But
weeks
like
ago.
Ward Sacrifice a Creature is so good.
And it's a 6/4, a
because, you know,
6/5 with
and
flying.
to be fair, it was very good because you can cheat it out for like 3 mana using a certain Sorin.
Yeah.
For,
Also, notably, Fire Blast. Just one of my favorite cards. Just so good.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
just so good.
And then we've got
As a Joker's Trick surprise finisher. Oh, well, hello
Reflector
there,
Mage as
Reflector
well.
Mage. If it isn't the Snapcaster of the Wild.
But yeah, I think we take the cleave and the Can we
So,
leave the
I feel
think
like we take the
cleave for now?
cleave
For sure.
You think that there's
The
you think
thing
they're gonna
is,
take it if we
okay,
don't?
here's the thing. If we pass up GT, they take GT.
We're taking GT.
1000%.
Like, I'm moving this over here. We're taking GT. That is
We took, you
I
know
feel
what?
like we
took
just
Skull
take both
Clamp.
equipment.
Fair
yeah,
play.
please, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
shouldn't give us both.
yeah.
I'm
another
just saying,
question
I
is-
think we just take both equipment personally.
I think so too.
Okay, sure. My question was, could we possibly leave it for a round where they wouldn't take it? I think it's just probably
They're
still
not
know that
not
card
taking
is
Embercleave, I'm
busted.
pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Then yes, I think
And
we take the
I,
cleave.
I think we still get to have Fire Blast. I'm not sure they're taking it,
Yeah.
which is exciting because that card's so sick.
All right.
we
Or they can
we
spend
would
a
have
pick on
taken the
taking it,
Embercleave.
and then we still have other options.
Okay.
We would have taken the Embercleave and the Jeet.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we
yeah,
would have taken the
100%.
Embercleave for GT.
Yeah,
Do we just take
I-
a Reflector Mage?
As soon as there's a GTA on the field, I just start salivating and being like, do they know?
Do we end up with the Mishra? Like we didn't even flip it over. That's how little we cared about it.
So it's like the Reflector Mage, like plus like Soul Herder,
Soul Herder
is like
Reflect-
literally the most miserable fucking thing in human history.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm into
real
it.
that's a real one.
Yeah, pick one.
Rafine's
Rafine's
Tower.
Tower is a triome. And it's also
theoretically
it's also for a couple of the decks. This is something that could fit in, like, depending on what needs more fixing, like the blue-black setup, like, or I'm sorry, not the blue-black, the black-white setup, or like the black-blue setup, or maybe this is a bridge to fit them all.
Right now, I think we already have enough like really super bomby top end for black for Noxious Gear Hulk and Vine Ripper. We can wait on that for now. I
Yeah.
think.
Then I think the third one in my mind, like, would be like Fire Blast or like Collective Brutality. Collective Brutality works as a way to, like, again, gives us a discard outlet, but is
discard
also
outlet,
like
Yeah.
like a relevant, like, interactive piece on top of a discard outlet because it lets you.
I like Brutality. Yeah, I like
See,
Brutality.
the thing about Brutality is like Brutality, we have a pretty decent odds of like wheeling because like why don't they want a Brutality? Like
yeah,
it's,
the other card I'm honestly thinking about that Fire Blast, but
I was wondering about like like once again if we think about the direction like eventually somebody is gonna have to play green. Reach is pretty good if there's a big
Reach is
green
so
deck.
cracked.
Reach kind of gets you there in terms of like ramp. Like it's not like dorky.
I will say, you
But
keep
man.
saying if somebody's eventually going to have to play greens, if we don't already have like
We're
a
playing
pretty
green.
good
Yeah, I know,
fucking
I know,
number of
you've
green
got-
cards over here.
Yeah,
Like,
You guys
look,
do.
the pack where you got like Great Henge Hierarch, I understand. That's Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm still thinking that like Fire Blast is like more irreplaceable in a world like that though, because like nothing
Yeah.
steals
Nothing else
games
as
the
a Fire
level
Blast
this
does.
card does.
Yeah, the
true.
thing about this is like you're tapped out, your opponent's like, all right, sick. I'm playing blue control, but it's fine. They can't do any, oh my god, and then they eat a Fire Blast and it's great. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I'm into it. I like Fire Blast a lot. I agree. Unfortunately, I agree with Eric.
No, don't do it.
Same would have loved
Don't
that
want it
fire.
back.
Yeah,
Blast.
I think
Don't want
Yeah.
it back.
But there's
Sorry.
some fine cards in here for us still anyway.
I think we want the
So
tomb.
reach,
Yeah.
tomb,
Yeah, Tomb
And-
Reach. I don't hate
force spike.
Force Spike. Cooling Oracle, probably not.
I mean,
Nah,
I was
don't really
thinking that
about it.
it's possible that like we are doing a bit of a Bant ramp sort of thing, because we have the hierarchy here.
So you're thinking coiling oracle instead?
Which it wouldn't be terrible. Coiling Oracle is, I do love it. I love that card. But then
Got
like
a really weird
We have the
guy on
ephemerate.
it.
We do have the ephemerate, which is
we are the
very
ones with the
funny.
ephemerate. That's true. But then the question is, you know, yes,
I also don't hate the Rootbound Crag, although the only green card in the we have the Huntmaster that might not even go in that deck, but yeah, I don't hate the fixing. I love the Kodama's Reach. That's very exciting
yes.
for us.
Kodoma's
Yes,
Reach, I
these
think,
two
is
for
absolutely in.
sure.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we're taking.
Um,
Importantly, like this can be grabbed off of the white black fetch that we have too. So.
Right.
Then
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't play a lot of Magic, a good thing is if the land itself has the words like swamp, forest, mountain, island, or plains in the type line itself, that's really strong because it means any like land that you tap, like get rid of it and then search for a swamp or forest or plains can grab these, as opposed to like something that doesn't say that but creates that mana, they can't fetch those.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to just take the mana, take the Crag or the?
yeah, the Craig feels pretty safe to me.
Is there any
like,
world we grab the Gear Hulk?
It is funny if we ephemerate it. It is very funny.
That is a very ephemeratable card.
And on top
it
of that,
is-
it's a card that they would not be opposed to playing either. And like,
Right, but then like
it's
they
the question is,
may-
what does it fit in our deck? Because I'd prefer that if it
the thing,
works for
yeah,
us
right.
too.
The thing is, they probably also want the Craig because they would like to be able to fix for
Yes,
their
Bloodborne Elf.
their Blood Braid in hello Runch
Hey, whoa! No off-camera runs.
Runching? Who's runching?
Can't run on camera.
We should pick. We do need to pick lands. So
Okay,
if we're
yeah,
gonna
I think
have the
that's
Crag,
I
we
like.
should
Yeah,
pick
that's
Crag.
I'm good with that.
Yep. Cool. Sorry.
H. Okay. So, Adversary is a style of Snapcaster Mage.
Pretty good with our red deck
Yeah,
and also our vampires.
Yeah.
I think the call of collective brutality has wheeled will work exactly
Yep.
one time.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no world where that makes it the final.
That's
If we would grab it otherwise.
And then,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Unless
do we want the force spike in a deck that is something like Delver, or do we want the one of these big 6 mana black cards?
The
We
Force
have a
Spike
lot of
does have
expensive-
one deck where it just basically doesn't work against us.
Yeah. The other thing though is also like, I'm not even sure we're gonna play our Delver. I know that's kind of true like every card, but like
Yeah, more. When I say Delver, I mean more of like the idea of like
blue spells.
blue spells deck. Maybe the Delver isn't like. Honestly, I know the Delver was on the short list of getting cut and just barely made it through.
By the way, I want to note that well, it feels like we've been very deep into this with the number of cards you picked. We're effectively in a pack 2, pick 1 as an equivalent.
Okay, so we still have a lot of
Yeah,
wiggle
so like
room.
Gear Hulk, like, yeah, we have a lot of big, expensive stuff, particularly in the kind of white black range. Like, Gear Hulk is just like a good, efficient card. Like, it's a 2-for-1 for free.
Yeah.
No combo necessary. You just get a 2-for-1.
An evasive 2-for-1.
Yeah,
at that.
the idea for the Vein Ripper would be that we already have like what looks like there's going to be like a token style deck going on, and that could pay off really well as the top end piece in that deck.
Yeah.
Anything
The thing is,
that has like if we're a deck that plays Bitter Blossom and where's
the Tiger Man who makes
Brimaz, like
Massive.
if we get to the point where like our top end in that deck is Vein Ripper, you can't win from that position on a Vein Ripper swing all out.
the thing is, like, there's actually things like odds are like Vein Ripper won't. I think if we're thinking forward towards what cards are going to wheel here, I'm guessing it's going to be either Blooming Marsh or Coiling Oracle, probably, because even if they aren't going to play Vein Ripper, like maybe they'll take. It will probably the Coiling Oracle will be what will wheel. Like the odds of them playing Vein Ripper is also kind of a challenge because like they've got black, but like that's a lot of black mana.
I think we've said enough to make the decision.
Yeah.
It's these three.
Okay.
I'm going to call it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do we
Oracle
like the least out of
seems
these?
free.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that they are right that I think that Vein Ripper's not really right for any of our plans. Like I think that we may be playing like a black-red deck. That like Grave Titan is already top end in, and I like top end in that over that is top end over the Vein Ripper.
Yeah.
Because it's got less mana requirement and it comes with 2 extra bodies. And, then we get 3 cards that greatly improve our dice
Yeah.
otherwise. Or
Yeah, I'm good with that,
it's one I'm not totally sure if we're able to play it yet, but if we can play it, it's quite good.
All right.
Reanimator spell, reanimator
right.
spell, reanimator spell, reanimator spell, please, 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 please.
Yeah,
please,
we
please,
are.
Everyone's wondering what the power level is overall. Vein Ripper was last pick. that should tell you.
Also, if anyone feels inspired to organize these any differently, I'm kind of haphazardly throwing them in piles. So.
Let me just grab 2.
Throw for the goat.
There we go.
Stoneforge Mystic.
We get first
two,
right?
yeah.
That's so fucking big.
We're not getting that Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah, weird.
You know what else I love about
Yeah.
Rochester 3?
Yeah.
First go every other pack, and it feels so fucking good.
Yeah, every time you
single
flip it, you're like,
pack.
So, the power of Stoneforge Mystic in our deck,
Okay.
you might
Cards are good. There, in camera. I'll just tell people to stop fucking with the cards.
That's right.
we have a Skull Clamp.
Yeah, I could get Skull Clamp. It's still fine. Like it's still
That's a great
2
point,
for
Megaran.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's a good spell? Force of Will.
Yeah.
We have a lot in here. Because we have like the Chariot, makes cats.
I love Go for the Throat because we are still a little hurting on removal, and Go for the Throat is just so clean.
We have
Coalition Relic is also like one of those classic cube cards that like is like if you know what you're doing, Coalition Relic is actually like just fucking stupid because it's basically it's like a mini like
Mana Bank, Mana Crypt, or whatever it is.
yeah.
Vault.
Well, I was thinking like what is it the 5 mana Lotus?
Gilded
Oh,
Lotus.
Gilded Lotus.
Gilded Lotus. It's kind of like a mini Gilded Lotus, but
I'm feeling like because we also have like 2
Hard evidence. So funny.
I know we
I love
crab.
hard evidence.
crab
I love it so
Lobo.
good much.
We also have 2 of the most powerful lands on the scene in
That's true.
Ancient Tomb and Strip Mine. Both of
Things like
those.
Dan, would we feel bad just taking Ancient Tomb Strip Mine? Would that just be like, do we just be shitheads? Because I feel like that's the shithead pick, and according to Zorak's rules, that means that's the right pick.
It's true, but things like Strip Mine, like I don't know, maybe actually, maybe. Like,
Hold
I
on.
think Stoneforge, the thing like
Stoneforge is better. Yeah, I think
yeah.
Stoneforge is gonna fuck us up
Stoneforge
so
strip.
bad with like
You
what they
cannot
have.
let us
Embercleave.
Yeah,
Embercleave.
is like,
Yeah, we
Stoneforge.
can.
They have
We
Embercleave.
just
we can't
can't.
live with that. We
Yeah,
can't live.
I
I
agree.
can't live in that world like that.
I agree. So do we take that and Strip Mine or Force of Will, do you think, just for being so generically strong?
With Tomb is, you know what's better than like having shitty things doing to you or like Strip Mine, like Ancient Tomb, you just go.
Ancient.
I will say the Titania makes Strip Mine pretty funny. We're gonna
makes
be
it
like,
pretty
hey,
fucking
you
funny.
pull
Oh,
out
that's
your
a-
land, make a 5/3.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the two lands. One thing to note in here is that there are a couple pieces of recursion for Strip Mine, and Ancient Tomb is obviously Ancient Tomb. So
all right, heads or tails? We'll say heads, Strip Mine, tails, Ancient Tomb. I'm flipping a coin online.
cool. I grabbed the Strip Mine.
I mean, we can flip a coin in
tails.
here. We have access to like an actual coin.
Oh, never mind. Then just do that. Yeah.
It's tails.
No, you guys aren't allowed to flip it.
Yeah,
We
you
can
can't flip it. Hold on.
It says that you flipped it and got tails, and then I
threw
touched
it
it
over there.
accidentally.
Oh, I got
It's
heads
tails
this time.
again.
I don't know.
Oh,
So
all right.
is that Strip? Just take Strip Mine.
just take the
whatever.
Strip Mine.
Hey, all right,
Whatever.
Well,
whatever.
technically-
All
not
right,
flipping
so I
cards,
really
so you
wish
know
we
what,
got
fine.
Strip Mine, given that we have
Yes.
Sun Titan Titanium.
I didn't want. Yeah, that was the
but-
that was the other part. Is we can't
Yes,
let them
no,
have
absolutely.
it.
You
I
cannot
flipped
let
the
us
coin
cook
and
that
then
way.
I had the thought. I
that
was
was-
like, wait,
that
Sun
was-
Titan, right?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
You don't flip the coin to decide. You flip the coin to figure out what your decision wants to be. And the moment you pulled out the coin, I thought,
Yeah.
it's Strip Mine. I'm just grabbing this.
Yup,
Yeah,
yup.
fair. That's fair.
Lava
You flip
dart.
the coin specifically just to make you make a decision. You don't care what the coin
Yeah.
actually says.
Exactly.
Lava Dart I care more about
we
if
do
have
want Ancient
spell
Tomb, though.
triggers.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Kabanaw.
Lava Dart I care more about if we have spell triggers.
That's true. We probably
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
otherwise
one
it's just
damage is not
double.
that
Like yeah,
exciting.
I'm looking at Spar's headquarters.
Yep, seems
like-
reasonable
like
to me.
You
Because
didn't
if we're
mention a
looking at
Bant
doing-
deck.
Yeah, if we're looking at doing the Bant ramp, then we want the Bant Triome.
How do we feel about Tomb Headquarters and Force of Will? Famously good cards.
That
I'm down
seems
for
like
all
a
three of
pretty
those.
solid set of picks to me. Yeah.
Cool. That sounds good. Where do we
Two
want the
good lands and
Tomb,
Force
do
of
you
Will.
think?
Sounds fucking great to me.
Okay.
Our blue deck seems good.
Blue deck is
Honestly.
easily our strongest deck.
Yeah. We gotta put these lands somewhere.
Yeah, Jace the Mind Sculptor and Forceful.
All right, you first picked that Jace.
Yeah,
Decent.
yeah,
I forgot about
Right.
Jace.
First pick Mind Sculptor.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm liking the three. I'm liking immediately out here are this trio up top. I'm not certain on
Dart.
cats. So Dart
Really?
Dart is because we have a Monastery Swift Spear.
Yes.
And
So
Monastery
the kind of card that would make
okay.
me want to have Lava Dart.
Yeah, like we already have a card that like that benefits in a way that nothing else does.
I've got to go use the restroom. So feel
Okay.
free to talk.
Gideon
Yeah,
is a
so that-
stupid card, though.
Yes,
Gideon's so
the-
dumb.
The Chariot's more of like I still don't really know what we're doing with green and
I think the
I mean-
thing is, if we're going to pivot to green against their green pile, I think it needs to be for a better reason than Eska, at least before like last pick.
The thing is, like, Eska is that is such a good card because it's it's effectively 3 bodies for 4 mana. And then it
Right.
also it can just keep growing other stuff.
I implore you to look at how big those cats are. I mean,
Yeah. They're also adorable. That cat, actually, the one like in the back in the chariot, looks exactly like the kitten in oh, what's the one where the guy's handing someone a kitten and it's like a fucked up and evil little kitten that like bites him with his tail?
Harmless offering.
Harmless
Yeah.
offering. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of like the harmless offering cat.
but yeah, that was my reasoning. There is that Chariot is quite good. Lava Dart fits with the red kind of like deck that we have together, and Relic is again like we have enough like big stuff hanging around where Relic is something that lets us like we play Vein Ripper on turn
I like
4.
Relic. Yeah, Relic Dart I'm sold on for sure.
So-
I'm just not sure if Eska or I really like go for the throat. I think it's just like so good to have a generic answer for a lot of stuff. And that's like, especially in this format,
I
that's
will
just
warn
2
you
mana ruin.
We have a lot
your
of
opponent's
artifact
shit.
creatures, actually.
I'm not as worried looking at our black.
True, but that's not all going to be in all 3 decks, right? Like even
We
if
have-
go for the throat just deletes 2
Yeah.
decks, that's
We have a
fine.
lot of black removal, actually, is the thing. Like, we've got,
Oh, do we?
you know,
yeah,
we have
over half of our
Shriek
black
Maw.
is kill spells at this stage.
They're just kill spells that are
Oh.
also dudes.
Right, I forgot Shriekmaw and Gearhulk are both technically removal, yeah, and then Bitter Triumph as well. Okay, yeah, never mind, yeah. I didn't realize we were already so flush on it.
Yeah.
I forgot the guys.
The thing is, like, also, like, if we pick these, like, whatever white cards are left to us, which the
We're
odds
good
of them
with- yeah.
picking, we'll take
Yeah.
any of those white cards are left, and then
I'm into it.
All
hard
right.
evidence is the one I think we're kind of like,
All right.
Yeah. Let me zoom in even more. There you go.
Yeah. dude.
I think I would like the Cloud Goat Ranger.
Okay. In which setup at the moment?
I am not totally sure if we did like an Orzhov one, like really whichever one's playing Ephemerate, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
And partly I just want to get it away from their Soul Herder.
Come on. I specifically didn't call out the name of the card so you wouldn't think about it. Come on.
I was looking at the. I wasn't saying shit about it, so you wouldn't think about it.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking about it, so you would. Dang it.
I do like hard evidence, but I don't necessarily think we'd want to pick it now.
I also want to play at Marshall
Do we
Coup.
want a Wrath?
Yeah, Marshall
Do we want
Coup
a
is
Wrath?
pretty good.
Yeah, I like the monocle
Or-
Wrath that also comes with a bunch of guys.
Or do we want a Wrath?
Here's the thing. There's two different Wraths here, and they're. So which one do you think? I think that blue is really easy to play. Is the thing.
It is, but I'm not sure if our blue and our white are going together right now.
Marshall Coup gives you
Well, they would be in a
dudes.
ramp deck, but yeah, like that's the
Marshall
thing is
Coup
that
does
Marshall
give you
Coup
dudes.
gives you dudes. I don't think that our deck that is playing, our control pieces are necessarily playing that hard white to play
Alright,
double
but
white.
The question
both
then is
double
like
white.
which white deck is play? It would have to be the Orzhov one, right? Like,
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was
yeah,
thinking. Is
so-
that it'd be
Yeah.
the Orzhov one that like
Alright.
that's just that's playing like Revel Arc and Sun Titan to bring stuff back.
Okay, so I like these two then.
And
if
then
that's the case,
we
like,
take the Gideon as well, because
Gideon?
Gideon goes in that as well. Like Gideon Marshall Coup is not Gideon's not a bad card to have on the battlefield.
that's true.
When you
When you're
Marshall Coup.
indestructible, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't mind that.
it's
Let's
pretty
make
funny.
that deck function.
Yeah,
well.
then that gives
Like,
it a bit more of identity to be, and like
Yeah.
I don't mind any of these cards coming back.
yeah, nope. And Cloud Goat Ranger is also just a it can end games. It can just even on its own. Like
So,
you can give
becomes
it
a big
make a
flyer.
5/3 flyer, yeah.
Big evasive damage, yeah.
all right.
All right.
So, Reckoner looks like it's Boros, but it can fit if we have enough fixing in either the red or the white that we have going on. The card's quite good. I guess one of the big questions is, are we playing Supreme Verdict?
Even if we play blue white, we might not, because if we're flicking creatures, why would we want to wrath
Yeah,
our creatures?
So we might be just handing that one back unless we want to make sure we don't hand them 4 Wrath of Gods. I don't know,
like the thing is like I don't know, like is there blue? I guess they have Jace. Like having like Jace in a deck that is just like Wraths, mono Jace Wrath is pretty good.
yeah, that's
The
why.
value of Wrath does kind of fall off a little bit, but I guess Jace is a plan with it.
Maybe we give them Crab Lumbo.
It's like, the thing is, like hard evidence doesn't
Well-
do much in our blue deck right now. It's just a card you play to fill space.
Yeah, like for them, it's a little bit more value because it has a clue, and then like the Thought Monitor and some of their stuff might work with it. But for us, it's just like I don't know. It's a spell Delver might hit. I don't know.
If there's already a charge counter on it, then that crab can hold a GT pretty well.
It's true.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the crab can attack. You don't have to. Do you have to even do?
I'm gonna put an
Yeah,
Ember
damage.
Cleave on
Damage,
this
yeah.
crap.
You have to do combat damage, so it needs
Okay.
to be able to get any
Yeah.
size on it. But
That's true.
Unless we're really worried about them going for a bunch of Wraths and Jace, I think we give them the verdict.
Because the odds of them even playing white with their Jace, like that, also is like, are they really going to put 2 white cards in the blue
And
deck? just
double
to play?
white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
double white with Jace.
We
is
say that,
really
and then like
tough.
Teferi's gonna flip up next, and we're just gonna
Yeah,
explode, right? Like,
Yeah.
all right. So this
Then
puts us on.
Life's hard and then you die.
So this puts us on pack 9, 8.
sorry, what was the
9?
third card you had there? How did evidence go for the throat on what?
Boros Reckoner.
Hard evidence.
Boros Reckoner, yes, thank you.
Yes.
I think this should be pack 9. Crap. I don't know if we.
Yes, it should be 9.
Yeah, because
We are currently at both at 60. We've been through 120 cards. That is 8 packs. So
Yeah,
we are on pack
I was
9
thinking
now.
based on who's starting is that I think you start on odds.
Did we
Or-
get
or-
the Supreme
oh.
Verdict?
We did,
Yeah, they
yes.
got
Okay,
We got
cool.
the Supreme.
Whoa.
They got
Oh,
50 picks.
damnation of the Wrath right next to each other.
Oh, damn.
That's so
Damn.
exciting.
Wait.
We
Before
just
we
need both
start
of them.
yelling, let's get the cards
Yeah.
relatively sorted. Let's let the people at home see
No,
what
it's too funny.
you
It's just too
baboons are
funny.
rooting
Yeah,
about.
we didn't move that. They got
They did it. They did it.
They did it.
They did that.
Yeah. So the pair of
God
Kev
wanted
Walker,
those fight each other.
the pair of Kev Walker, Wrath of God, Damnation. Always.
That's actually so fucking sick. Yeah,
That's
I
just
love
so
that. Both of
dope.
them
These
back
two
to back.
rule.
That's so tight. I love when people get to see how Magic is like thematic and shit.
There's some good ass cards in here, but this is and the 2 rats are dope.
We just got 2 rats. We don't need 2 rats.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying we
Yeah.
take those. I'm just saying. I'm actually saying that I'm not. This is not as exciting as the previous couple have been.
No, I don't think so.
It's funny. It's funny, exciting.
It's funny.
Yes,
it's funny.
I think the survival is a really
Yep.
great card. I think we already got Genesis.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to include my favorite card in all of Magic?
Yeah, no,
in the deck?
yes,
Please,
please,
thank
Doc.
you.
Doc, we're making you the survival deck again. Don't worry.
I also
It'd
think
probably
like
be a different survival deck, but
Ancient Tomb, which we have, does cast Sundering Titan. I mean, it'll be a minute, but like
I mean, I think Center Titan's just a good ramp piece, right? Like, especially because you get to mess around with lands in a way where it's like you get to choose. I forget. Center lets you choose
included
one
in
land
the
multiple
Titania
times,
deck
right?
and choose our own stuff.
Or is
and
it just
fill
that you
them
get
with
to
you have to choose
different
one of
cards.
each. Yeah,
each
so
type.
you,
But you can say, oh, my only island is a triome, so I choose their island, and then there's no
Yes.
more. Then yeah,
right.
Yes.
so
Do
yeah,
we think that they will snap pick Sundering Titan over anything else, though? Is the
not
question?
really. They don't really playing any sort of ramp, and you don't want to play Thunder
Yeah.
Titan outside of a ramp deck.
Sundering
In
Titan
which
is
case,
a relatively mediocre
would we want the
reanimate target. So
because we do want to, probably our control deck is probably going to end up being black.
Mhm.
So do you want to take that Watery Tomb?
I kind of want to take that. I kind of want to take the Dismember.
Dismember's also a great one.
Yeah, Summer's really good.
That fits in anything. So like,
I think
I
there's
like
that-
Survival Dismember personally.
No, Dismember's a black card. See, you put it in a
But then
black
again,
card.
Yeah. You
once
can't
again,
pay
they
black
would
for
be
that
taking
card.
another removal spell they just got go for the throat. Like they'd be going so deep on black removal spells, which it doesn't mean they're not going to take it.
The thing
Yeah,
the
please
thing about
pass
Dismember
Dismember.
though is that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a card that's
It is-
includable in any of their decks.
That is true. It's also includable in any of our decks.
Oh,
It is includable in any
quick
deck.
judge
Yes.
question for
Yeah, what's up?
EDH knowers. Can Dismember only go in a deck that's
Yep.
black
Yeah.
for
Yes.
EDH?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that does
yeah,
count
yeah,
as a
yeah,
black
yeah.
symbol for EDH.
Mana
Okay.
identity is not based off of casting costs, so hence why hybrid cards can't be played at
Oh,
other-
it's just anything on
Yes.
the
Yeah.
card. Oh,
Any mana symbol on the
okay.
card says that is part of their color
So
identity.
go-
Unless
Golos
it's a
can only be
reminder
that color.
text. Because for
Yeah,
some reason,
extort
Extorts.
doesn't count.
So wait, isn't that the reminder text?
no, but if Phyrexian mana counts as its primary mana cost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
those are
black
these
pips.
count
Those
as
are black
pips,
pips.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, they count as both at the same time. Got it.
Yep.
Yes.
Magic's
Yeah,
a
then
whack game.
Survival Dismember, and we
Yeah.
just
Survival
we figure
Dismember
when we
is
get
my
back
preference,
next. We
yes.
just
Yeah, I'm good with it.
cool. All right, word.
And Dismember's kind of a wild card. Put that wherever we want.
All right.
I do really
Yeah,
like
one mana
Survival.
kill something, lose 4 life is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
So
well,
good.
they you can play in decks that don't normally have removal. Weird.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hypnotic Spectre is still a fucked up card, right?
Yeah, it sure is, especially if Dark Ritual.
Dark
exists
Ritual
in
still
this
lives in
queue,
here.
which I do believe it does. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the first, in fact, if Puzzle Cabin is still in chat, hey, sorry again. Dark Ritual, Hypno Spectre, pack 1, and being like, is that good? And then just having to be like, yeah, man, that's good.
Dig, Hippie, and Bone Splitter's a solid trio. Yeah.
I was wondering more like I like Dig and Hippie, but like there's also like
I like Watery Grave.
What are-
I don't hate it.
So looking back at our color combos, we know that
Yeah.
white black is one we're looking at that has like a
white blue, maybe even.
we have like white blue and even blue black. Like all 3 of those color combinations are like real. It's kind of funky.
Yep.
More
black would make that more white in general, but there's not a lot of white stuff you'd want here.
right.
Red seems like we're probably gonna be like some sort of red greenish thing, maybe.
Yeah, red green or red blue are the 2 that I'm thinking here. I'd like the red blue if we get a little bit more to support that. But like obviously Blood Braid and some of the green looks like a little bit more what is going on.
We have enough stuff we can probably splash if we absolutely need to.
The Grave gives us the ability to do the blue-black Reanimator stuff if that's what it ends up being. And then like perhaps the Reanimator's blue-black and the white-black is like the more aggressive style cards.
Could be.
Or we just end up cutting the white black because it is like
Or splash
only a
it.
few cards in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things. Or just like splash them
Well,
lightly.
well the idea there is that there's this like set of synergies that is Skull Clamp, Bitter Blossom, and Brimez that are just like.
Actually, good point, Mega Man. Yeah, we do want to do that.
Wait a minute.
Hold me, buddy. I forgot about fucking Skull Clamp. Somehow, some way, my stupid idiot forgot about Skull Clamp.
just like-
you know what?
That's
You're
true.
right.
All right, so these
Yeah.
3 you want to go with? Okay,
Yeah.
that seems reasonable.
Time.
Would have liked to have the water grave, but I'm fine with that overall. We could grab the Sundering Titan now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like the right time
Uh,
to me. So I want to talk real quick about what we're thinking about for our decks as well, because I think we're
Yes,
pretty solid
let's
on
do it.
being a green, likely Bant ramp deck, probably primarily green, white, but blue for like Coiling Oracle. And if we find anything else, we can play Edric in that deck
We
as
have
well.
so many good blue cards
Um,
in general that we could we might end up including blue in all 3 decks.
Yeah.
So
Potentially, yeah. And so then we are definitely have a blue centric deck that's like our Jace and our Seed Shark and our Archmage's Charm. And
that
our Force of
could
Will.
shift into being mono blue if we have to, but I like it
It
being
could.
blue black at the moment.
Blue black has got Hostage Taker and Fallen Shinobi, so we're like that.
Yeah.
That's also got some like metal leaning to it. And then for a
I'm
third deck,
gonna-
we are likely playing a lot of these red cards over here, right?
Yeah, they
We've got
seem
Anax and
good.
Evercleave, and that's a nutty combo.
and if that's the case, we might want to lean in on that with Splitter and like just
Oh yeah.
have-
Just
kick
Hold
their
their act.
ass with
Yeah.
equipment.
The
you know?
Epicure is also quite good in that regard.
True,
If we wanted
yep.
to go more on the red deck.
Yeah.
There's
But then-
also Hexmage as destroy target planeswalker, and do they
we
have
might
additional?
pick up the Dark Depths.
Dark Depths is
we
in
might
here.
pick up Dark Depths. They
I
might pick
I
up.
was handed a Dark Depths and thus
Good, yes.
Then again, there's also that
Strategy
Blood
works.
Tithe Harvester. If we were thinking about like doing like a red black primary deck,
Blood
Um,
Tithe is so good. Is that like last 2 sets?
this is from
it was
recent. This is
It's
still
actually
in-
years
one
ago.
of
This
the
is
few
still in
cards rotating
standard.
out of standard.
Yeah,
But
this-
one of the few that's rotating out.
But-
right at the beginning. Okay.
yeah, this will be, but this is pretty recent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like Blood Tithe Harvester over the Bone Splitter.
Okay.
Like we are, I think that this deck is likely is already playing Embercleave. I don't know if we're gonna want more. Like Bone Splitter is really good, but also like I don't think we're playing an incredibly aggressive deck. I mean, honestly, I kind of like the Bone Splitter better in like the Whirler Rogue deck where we have like flying
Ways of
ones to
stuff.
hold it.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Bone Splitter, I would prefer that they take if we don't take it for like the Bitter Blossom deck.
Mm.
Good idea. Good answer.
Yeah, I'm sort of so maybe it's like Sundering Titans, Bone Splitter, Blood Tithe Harvester. Like we let them go for the Hex Mage if they want it, but like
I don't think they
Sure.
want it.
no, unless they're really ready to go for that Dark Depths combo.
I mean,
Mhm.
I think it's hysterical. If we see it, I'm picking it. But
Yes,
I,
100%.
I do want to point out, remember that it does also read destroy target planeswalker as well.
It does.
Like
It does,
they-
yes.
that's
It does.
stronger against us than it is for us. Is the idea I'm thinking on that because we have both Jace and Gideon in 2 different decks at
That's
the
true.
moment.
notably, what their planeswalker is just the Wandering Emperor,
Yeah,
and
that goes
if they
down and
flash
does
it in,
to
you
damage mainly.
yeah. If they flash it in, we don't even get to pop it
Response.
because they get
We
priority.
can never pop
before-
this before they
Yeah.
get to use an ability.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
not how priority works. So
Yeah, it priorities whack with planeswalkers.
So I think that like if we're looking at just an aggressive card we want to play, I think Blood Tide Harvester like that's also removed for a creature, right? So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
If
Minus
that's
2.
the case, you want to pick up the Epicure as well.
I mean
'Cause
they
that
do
would
go all
shores
together,
up that
but
deck being better.
that's true. And the Epicure is a decent little guy. And
He
it
holds
does
an
let you rummage. It can hold an Embercleave. That's not a bad point. Yeah, what if we take those 3?
These guys right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good with
I
that.
wish we had Dracula, but oh well.
It's a very funny sentence.
Is 3 you're taking?
Yeah, I
They've
think
locked
so.
it in.
We just take the Hex Mage, right? Yeah, yeah. And then do we take Raging Ravine or maybe like Damnation?
I'm thinking. I was looking between like Hexmage, Raging Ravine is here because like if
Red
Gruul
green,
is the deck we're playing with our green, that's great for it. And then like the Damnation would give us something like if we do end up with a second black deck that's like honestly like the Reanimator deck would be the deck that might play that. Bone Splitter lives in our Stoneforge deck. Is that where that would live?
Whatever our aggro deck is, probably, which would probably be our Stoneforge
I don't know,
deck.
like it's like a mono red. Like I'm just saying, like it's like thinking Bone Splitter is like it's not that busto these days.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty good with specifically Bitter Blossom, but also
What isn't?
yeah, like
True.
what's good with Bitter Blossom? Bitter Blossom.
I just don't know if we play a Damnation or a Wrath over Bone Splitter, which I think we
have a we have a kind
play.
of a good heart of a black control deck, I think, right now.
Okay, if we're willing to pivot that hard, if we're willing to call it and say we're playing like more of a control-based black control generator.
Control Reanimator, yeah.
Yeah, I think that it would go in the Reanimation deck as the.
I think that means that's like we now start pulling hard for that.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yep. All right. That works.
In which case, these 3 are our choice, right? Because we're not playing.
Yes, because we're not playing Doran. Because
Look,
we're also
Doran's
probably not
here.
playing
Doran is here because I love.
early.
yeah,
Doran
Doran
is
is
here
here
because I love Doran.
He's a lovely.
Yeah.
He's just nice.
All right,
He's a
let me
big
just,
friendly guy.
I'm a friend of
Hold on, I
Doran.
just need to get down people's picks. So Vampire, Hexmage, Damnation, and what was your third pick?
Raging Ravine.
Raging Ravine. Thank you.
You might wonder, for those watching, why the Doran is even here. It's because I own that foily Doran, and I like it. It's my cube.
Like I said, Slyo has good
God.
taste. Sometimes he puts them in because like they're fun to look at. They make you smile, or they give you a bad idea.
Yeah.
What was our third pick? Wrath of God. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What if we need to counter a Bone Splitter?
I'm really happy to hear that.
I would not have minded getting both Wraths if we got that to happen.
I'm happy to get the Lava Claw Reaches, personally.
That's true.
Oh man.
That's
Sheesh.
some
Okay.
good cards.
Okay.
Okay, we are gaming right now.
I would like to note
Okay.
that this pack contains Muldrifter number 5.
Holy shit, Crater Hoof nuts. Oh my god, Avenger 2. Jesus.
Questy
Beast, baby, there's
Bestie.
Creed.
Questy
Questing Beast.
Bestie.
Y'all like reading? Great news.
Questing Beast is a card with four different abilities that don't really meld together at all.
6. There are 6 different abilities on this card.
Okay, I wasn't counting. I was considering the fucking type lot, like
Those
Yeah,
are
the
set as one
VDH.
ability.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a lot of good green. Finally, I'm noticing.
We've got that. We've got just Worm Coil.
We have Worm Coil on Stoneforge, yeah.
Avenger Crater Hoof is also like the
Stoneforge.
Worm
classic.
Coil
grab.
cannot be grabbed off of Stoneforge.
Oh no, right.
You're thinking about
Yeah,
Batterskull.
you're thinking Batterskull.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thinking about
And for a second, I thought that we were picking first, and honestly, I'm relieved we don't, because now we just get to like maybe all take our choice of what do you
Yeah.
take with this one.
The thing is,
Yeah,
also like fucking Snapcaster, man.
I know.
Snaps is so cracked, dude. Yeah, Snaps is so cracked.
If you're not taking snaps, we are taking snaps.
Yeah, I think like we have to take snaps. Also, I'm glad to see you decided to not remove the dog after much trials and tribulations.
Hey, look,
Big
Sometimes it's just the
dog.
one mana tutu. It's just like
the
pretty
dog.
good.
I believe in the
legendary,
dog,
bro.
I believe in the dog.
I think the thing about Worm Coil Engine is like it can just go in any of our decks. Like, it's the
Yeah.
thing where like, the
Yeah.
versatility it provides, like it's just too
Worm is
good.
nutty.
I'm also
Yeah.
like the Snapcaster also is something that like with access to like again I'm still in this space of thinking about a is it deck a blue red deck that is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a little more
Snaps
spell
is
heavy,
cracking that.
and Snaps is a wild piece to have for something like that.
Absolutely.
Or just like in general, we'll have some stuff. There's a lot in this Oof.
The only problem I'll say with this thing is leaving them Craterhoof Behemoth with their dorks. seems like a problem.
Leaving them Crater Hoof and also leaving them. I mean, they're just gonna take Baleful, but
Well, like
Crater
because
Hoof-
if we the thing with Crater Hoof is that they also have a Green Suns.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like
Don't worry
we're,
about it.
giv- we're
That's
giving
good.
them.
That's fine.
What?
That's
Are you
fine.
sure about that?
Yeah, it's fine.
fine, yeah.
Chill
Are,
out.
are you, hey, now I mean, like,
It's okay. It's no problem.
Because we have
Alright, go ahead.
Garrick, you know, right?
All right, yeah. Wait.
Yeah, Crit B.
what?
Oh, did we decide
what?
not to take Crater Hoof? Okay.
Oh, I mean, well,
Yeah, I was. I'm
were we
not.
locked in? Are we still thinking about it? I was moving so far because I thought we were locked in.
You
Are we not
took the
locked in?
cards away.
I didn't
That
think
doesn't
we
mean
were locked
anything.
in.
I didn't think we were locked
Yeah,
in.
you guys are good. I don't know.
I don't.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'm a.
I mean, like, if you don't take the crit, if you take the Crit Hoof, we can take the Worm Coil. Like, I'm also fine with that.
That's
I
the
know, that's the
trick, is-
problem.
or the
That's
Avengers of the
evaluation is,
card.
do we
The
think
thing-
like I was literally panning over to our green cards to look because I haven't got to think about them for a minute. So just
There's
a
not.
sec.
There's like nothing fucking there that really does anything with Craterhoof is the thing.
I know.
Like,
It's just hating
No.
it.
It's just a hate draft. Yeah,
And like, yeah, instead we get Worm Coil Engine, which is like still great for us.
Coil
and-
Engine
good.
is equally good in a lot of ways.
Here's
So
what
it is
here's
pure-
my argument for Worm Coil above Crater Hoof for us is like getting one deck really strong, I feel like, is easier than people think in this format, but getting 3 decks that are all quite good becomes much
Yeah.
tougher. So like Worm Coil really helps you shore up whatever the worst deck is,
Alright.
as long as
That's
like
true. Yeah.
it fits in the mana range. Yeah.
kind of works with all of our decks. In all honesty, like the red deck is maybe
Correct.
the one where it's not the best, but even then, like red green
one
with
still
Worm Coil,
has-
it's not terrible.
That one also still has the Bombardier guys, right? With the Bombards,
true.
which like Worm Coil's great with that.
Pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay, because you can fall
8
through each
damage
part of
to any
them.
target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can throw
No, it's
Worm
a-
Coil for 8.
yeah.
It's
No,
Worm
because
Coil
then
for
you
8,
throw
and then
its
also
friends
you can throw
again.
the other 2 parts as well.
oh,
too.
you can't do it on the same turn, but because it's once per turn
Yeah.
with Boast. But
All right, let's.
all right,
Okay,
let's do it.
We happy with that?
We've
Okay.
done it.
Let's
yeah,
do it.
We'll call it.
Let's do it.
All right, so
Okay.
So yeah, Crit
Okay,
B.
yes,
give
we
me,
are
give me
taking
that.
Yeah.
Give me that
Mm.
boy.
I think,
Yeah.
So I think the Scavenging Ooze is also a good pickup. That means that 2 out of 3 of our
Scooz is a
decks have
great
Reanimator hate.
counter.
No.
Yes, I like
What-
that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we abandon the reanimator?
That's fine. Like honestly, like
I mean,
honestly,
I'm
that's not a
also fine with
terrible
that.
idea.
Is the secret
Yeah,
about
oh,
Scavenging
really?
Ooze and Lion Satch is that they're both really great cards, even if your opponent's just playing fair.
Archangel
all we really
Avacyn is
have
also
is,
a very strong matchup card.
It is. I'm
We don't
looking at
have to do the Reanimator. We haven't
We
actually got
also
Reanimator.
know. I mean, it is a million
Yeah.
billion mana, but we do have a Wrath of God, and if we somehow have 9 mana, we do just get to have that and then not lose any of our dudes, which is kind of fun.
that is pretty good. I'm also looking at the Baleful Strix just as a strong
Yep.
blue black
Card's
card.
insane.
Also, the Giant
Baleful
Catacomb is
Strix is
fixing
a
for us.
Baleful Strix is a perfect card for that blue-black control deck that we're building.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
The Chain Whirler is also a pretty good like red card for the red deck.
Why would you want to kill one toughness creatures?
Hey, you know,
that's
say your
not
opponent has a
easy.
Bitter Blossom or something, you know.
Those
That's
will come back.
true.
But I think I think that if we that's one of those cards. I think that any of the things we talked about are fine things to take. I think we're going to get back at least something else. One other thing we want.
Let's take the Strix then in that case. And
Also,
then-
mentioning the Atarka, the regular Atarka is also a pretty good one for the like. We should be able to they put 1 red into our ramp deck to play the Atarka. So
yeah.
cool.
Sweet.
So seasoned pyromancer.
See, so I'm thinking Pyromancer, which this is Mole Drifter 5, by the way. That is.
Kind of. Yeah.
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 I'm thinking that. I'm thinking Avacyn.
Probably, yeah. Because
This card's
Card's real good.
this card's a beating and a
Avacyn's
half.
very good. Yeah.
And then
And then
like
the question is, like,
backside, too.
as a red green, like,
Go backside real quick for chat.
well, if
is
we-
it worth doing a Tarka or sell? Like one of these green cards, I feel like we want because, like, do you really want Chain Whirler?
I'm thinking the Questing Beast.
You think Questing Beast?
Like
Yeah, like
so
Questing Beast.
so our
Mid
opponent.
range green, Jundish.
We do have a Jace on the other side of the table, and Questing Beast is a card that lines up
Yeah.
real good at beating that.
That's true.
So it has a lot of text. Fun note: they did take the where's it at? Where's your? So they didn't take Maze of Ith.
Which can't do anything to questing beasts.
Be careful.
Yeah.
That is very funny.
So
Wait,
yeah,
really? Untap target attacking creature.
Prevent all combat damage.
It is not removed from
so
combat.
all you do is just untap,
Untap
it for
it.
free.
Untap your
It's
very true.
That makes it to do nothing.
Word, vigilance.
So,
right, one
yeah,
of
I'm
the
think-
45 words this asshole
yes.
has.
So I'm thinking these three, these fit pretty well.
Yeah,
in
I'm
different
pretty good. I agree. I mean, honestly, like, because the red blue, it's gonna go as red green, and this white can just go with whatever the fuck we're doing with white, which is basically our best color right now.
Especially having something that
yeah.
like this is something that like fixes like what we were talking about, like, oh, what if they just kind of play a pile of wraths? Like Avacyn just like completely beats that. So yeah,
this is good.
All
I
right.
like that.
All right.
That seems good.
So Avacyn, Questing Beast, and Seasoned Pyromancer.
That Avacyn is Archangel Avacyn, right?
Yeah, that's
Correct.
Archangel
Okay,
Avacyn.
cool.
Right. Nice. Get to
Chain
zoom in,
Whirler.
leave in the piles. All right.
Drowned
I guess I
Catacomb
moved him out.
is
Sorry.
probably something we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dragon Catacomb is a pretty solid pick for us.
Consider Greater Gargadon.
I do like him.
I have been considering the Greater Garden.
He does make me happy.
I this was a card that was in the queue before, and then I added a lot of like sacrifice things, and now I think this card is much stronger.
Sorry,
does
what
make
what
me
was the third
happy.
card y'all just picked?
I like Chain Whirler.
Seasoned Pyromancer.
Oh, sorry, them.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Chain Whirler is very good. Yeah,
It
I'm
is
down
a
for Chain
first striking
Whirler, too.
3/3 that
is-
clears
That's-
players'
That's,
better
yeah,
blocks.
It's
it
triple red.
can pretty often get rid of a creature.
It is triple red though. This is correct.
How good is our red black fixing at the moment?
Actually pretty solid. We've got the Lava Car reaches. I think it is at least. Where are other lands at?
Um,
Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Well-
It's pretty decent for splashing the green for the Hunt Master. If that's
Yeah.
what Hunt Master debate.
Which means
Um,
I don't necessarily think that the Chain Whirler is going to be easy to include.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
And so then yeah. What if we went for one of the two ramp pieces here? The reason
my
I
big problem with Avenger is that I think out of all of our ramp targets, it would be our worst.
I personally
have
I like Shark
fetches.
at a 7
yeah.
better because we don't really have any much removal for that deck so
Yeah.
far, and being able to throw out wipe
5
your
damage
board.
to wherever the fuck you want.
Yes.
It's solid on that front.
And we
Alright,
also just
so I
consider
like Atarka.
Yeah.
Consider the Gargadon.
I'm considering
I'm
him.
thinking about that
So-
Gargadon.
He's a 9/7.
And yeah, so chat real quick again to catch up for anyone who showed up a little bit later. What this format is we put a full pack on the table. Cube just means it is from a personally put together collection of cards. In this case, Flyo9's very, very good cube. So it's like just a very good collection of bespoke cards. You can !cube in chat. It'll actually give you a full list of all of them. We'll be pulling,
true on both
essentially just
sides.
pulling 3 cards at a time. As 2 teams, and then at the end of this, each team is going to have to make 3 decks, and then we just have a bunch of rounds to figure out what team overall has made the best decks. So it's pretty cool. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Exclamation point gets you the command.
It's true. That will get you the.
That's good.
All right, so I like these 2 for sure. And again, my choice for third is Greater Gargadon.
I think I agree with that. I don't think we need the third ramp piece in Avengers Zendikar. We already have plenty of
They're not playing Avenger of Zendikar. I'll go ahead and just
they're
say
almost-
that
they're
for
almost definitely
certain.
not
They're
playing
gonna
that,
grab
no,
the other
like,
3.
I
So
doesn't
we'll
really
get the Avenger
yeah.
regardless.
The last big green card I want is Prime Time.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want your-
The Titans.
All Titans.
Yeah. Then we win.
right. I
Favoring
like-
Zodiac.
I like setting these up.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
good with that.
All right.
Yep.
Yoink.
Chain Whirler.
Hidden Whirler.
Dog.
Stop it. No, don't do
Like, do we like? Well, here's the thing. Like, Isamaru is like fine on our white deck, but like his top level isn't super high. Do we want to take Cucumber Avenger, maybe a little bit green case. I don't know. Probably
I
not,
kind of
right?
like the little bit of green. I do love the 1 mana 2/2. I think
Honestly-
we all agree Chain Whirler. Yes.
Honestly, I'm thinking we pass on the Ajani because we're not playing Boros, even though we have we have this pile of Boros
That's
things,
true.
but we're
That's
just
a good
not.
point.
That's what I
That's
was
a good
thinking
point.
is all Ajani, we would have to splash for Ajani.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we have any deck, because our red deck almost certainly will not want to splash for
We-
Ajani.
but the only
and our
problem is that
white's so spread out.
We do have like 2 white-red land, 3 white-red land
Arid
there at
Ma-
Mesa.
Arid Mesa can go grab like Godless Shrine in a world where it goes and does something else. Like it
But
doesn't.
we do have Cliff Top Retreat and Inspiring Vantage, and we got those both like last pick, so we don't really give a shit.
Oh,
but-
who's on which team? Did we never? we never did that.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
the team I'm on, I'll since we're the streams for today, I'll claim captainship of one team. It's myself, Zorak, and Sly09 on one team, and the other team will be
on
Doc
my
with.
team over here as the other captain, purely by virtue of being the other streamer, is Eric Numberknower and Kabanaw.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Everyone has their name pretty normal except for Doc and I, who are Dingus Egg for 4 colorless mana and Dizzy Hoffa for Creamster's Union mana.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
lands have for Creamsters? Okay. I don't know.
I think our
It's
team
New
name is
Capenna.
the
It's a-
Creamsters
It's,
Union.
it's a
Like,
weird
we
new
have
competitive
to.
commander thing, I think. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I,
You
Officially,
might be
unions
right.
are red, green, black for some reason.
Like, the thing we could splash at Johnny real good, but also like
Big dog.
He's not that busto.
Yeah, we can just leave a Johnny on the board. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose my mind if someone plays with Johnny against me.
I'm mostly just sitting here looking at this dog and thinking, it's a pretty good dog.
Big
He is a
dog.
pretty good dog.
It's a good point, man. He is the Hound of Kondo, which is
I would
really
love to
close
try
to
to
being
pet
the
that
Hound
dog.
of Honda.
Are we good with
All
that?
right.
Are we good?
Get that Honda in here.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll take that as Johnny Vengeance. I
You
guess.
can you put Honda in this cube? Can we get Honda in here?
He is in the game.
Now here's the
can
question: How do
win.
we get to 11 on the die?
So-
Type 11 on your keyboard.
So there's not a as a
Okay.
rule with this cube, I'm not including. I only have a very few Universes Beyond cards.
That's because
Because
he
I wa-
wants to build an entire Universes Beyond cube.
I want to build the Universes
You're a
Beyond cube.
maniac. I'm so
Yeah.
in.
Oh, shit.
And I won't be
Yeah.
able to do that. Basically, and I want to do that about when the Final Fantasy set
Final
releases
Fantasy set.
next year.
Yeah.
That's what I want to build.
That's true.
I feel like that'll be
Yeah.
because then I'll be able to build the entire Universes Beyond. As you,
I can't wait to throw fucking Bilbo
Yeah.
Baggins into a volcano while Vivi has to
so
watch.
yeah, for those wondering what the hell I'm talking about, is that an actual Magic card? Yes, this is a real Magic card. E Honda. So in the last few years, Magic has been doing a lot more these crossover, these little triangle at the bottom. They call them Universes Beyond. They're like crossover cards. They had an entire
Fortnite.
they had an entire Lord of the Rings set. There's
Which has some
Bu-
fucked up
Busto.
cards in it. Holy shit.
But
Didn't they have to
it's their
like
fun
digital
cards.
errata? Like Bowmasters and One Ring?
And the One Ring, yeah, because
but-
they made
To
it
be fair,
colorless.
in paper.
They
In paper, they're very powerful.
yeah. Also, I'll say they're they're pretty fun. I
Yes,
think
Yeah,
pretty
they're great.
Oh,
I have
absolutely.
enjoying them.
Yeah.
One Ring in particular is like a super fun, super dynamic card. I think the problem is when you play a One
It's
Ring
also
on your
just
One
the
Ring.
strongest 4-mana artifact ever printed.
I mean, also I can play the.
Yeah,
as a-
also
I
you
have
can
the
play-
fucking Mothman.
yeah,
as a
this
common
is-
commander.
this is
The
real.
Mothman.
This is real. So there was this is from a Fallout set of decks. This is a Fallout 76.
I'll say
card. So
the
Also, I-
peak of Universes Beyond was when they made the Ryu card and his ability
Oh.
used the
Has
untap
untap.
symbol, which is the motion input for his fireball.
Yeah,
that
that's
was very
true.
exciting for me. I love that.
There's been a lot of like the Universes Beyond on
There's
like
too many Ezio's.
on
Are there
Star.
multiple Ezio's?
There's already multiple
Yes, there's
Ezio's.
multiple
They
Ezio's.
fucking did that.
Damn,
Assassin's
I-
Creed stuff is
I want to
primarily
pull
the
up the good Ezio.
the ones
I
people
think you have to
want,
do Ezio Auditore.
So there are a couple in this cube just as a splashing because I think
wait.
they're like singularly interesting, but like for the most part I'm putting them in their own cubes because I want to have the cool crossover cube.
I can't wait to put Leonardo da Vinci off a cliff.
My favorite is yes.
Yo.
The in the Lord of the Rings set, Shadowfax has reminder text for haste, so that you can be shown the meaning of haste.
Really. Yeah.
All right, let's get back
Anyway,
to doing
let's-
this.
yeah,
yeah. Anyway,
Good side, good
so
side.
at some point in the future, we'll get to play that, and we'll get to do the
Yeah, we
non.
might. Who's
Hello.
picking first?
It's us.
You have the Ajani,
It's
so you're
us?
getting 2 out of this.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
Get good monster.
Hmm.
You like him.
I'm looking at the Mayhem Devil, considering we just took Greater Gargadon.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Rancor
Fuck
also
this,
just
bro.
wins
All right, I'm gonna
games.
go grab a drink. Good luck.
And
Oh, Misery Shadow.
know-
Banger.
so yeah,
Banger.com.
here's the thing.
Lost
If
that.
we grab Misery Shadow, we have Graveyard Hate in all 3 decks.
Yeah,
Oh, shit,
I
you're
lost
right.
to that card extremely much at MagFest.
Yeah, I
think you played it,
killed-
right?
Yeah,
I
you,
killed
you,
Eric
you had
so
to
many
ch-
times
you had
with
to
Misery
chump
Shadow.
block with a Grizzle brand against it. Chump.
Misery Shadow is a fucked up card.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
And here's
So-
the thing: if
so-
we take it, all of a sudden that reanimate looks like junk for them.
That is true.
Doesn't actually, but like
Speaking of
we will
haste,
have
reanimate,
yeah, we would have Reanimator Hate in all 3 of our decks, and that
to be fair,
turns
Misery
off a lot
Shadow
of
is
their
not
picks.
great Reanimator hate because that is only from Battlefield.
That's true. That's true.
So like if they just discard a card, they
it's
can reanimate
actually
it, and then
better
it's-
Rexer
Yeah.
Hate, I guess, is the point.
Right.
Yeah.
there, but
Card's just really good, though. I mean, the
It
fact
is.
that-
It is really strong. I want to call it some other really strong cards like Inti Seneschal of the Sun, which is just you get to tool, and while you do,
like-
yeah, you get to make creatures stronger. It's a quite a good aggressive red card. But yeah, I think Mayhem Devil is like,
Yeah, Mayhem Devil feels like a shoe.
and I guess like they. I mean,
Rancor
okay. Here's the
pretty
thing:
good.
we don't necessarily take it right now because they're not playing a red black deck. I don't think red black sacrifice deck. They could take it to make us sad, so we don't get to make a combo with
Okay.
Greater Gargadon.
You may want to pick the Mayhem. The problem
should
is
take
that
Mayhem,
combo
yeah.
is like you win on the
It's a
spot,
2-card
right?
It is, yeah.
really
So
strong
we should
combo.
take
Yeah, you
Mayhem
sack all your
Devil.
permanents and you kill him. Yeah, I'm good with that.
And then I'm also maybe just I'm looking at Misery Shadow, Inti, or just the fixing.
I will throw this out here. They do have Mirror Breaker, Fable the Mirror Breaker.
Zealous
There's Zealous
Conscripts
conscripts
is
on the
pretty.
field.
Yeah, it's true.
It is a strong combo. It is.
It takes them a minute though. They got.
It takes them a minute, and it's not infinite.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
it does cost 1 mana to do.
Yeah, and they have to.
It is
Amazon
still
Prime their
extremely strong. It's
GGG.
still a combo that can basically end the game because if you can, copy Zealous Conscripts like 5 times, you have a bunch of hasty 3/3s, and also get to steal your opponent's creatures at the end. So, it's not nothing.
Well, no, you don't steal. You get to steal 1 of your opponent's
Yes,
creatures.
that's what I'm saying. So then they also get to take away a blocker, right? Like basically, Zealous Conscripts and the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but also one of the
It
reasons
is
why
the
the
weakest
combo is so
instance
strong
of that combo
is that you can
in the-
flash in like Pestromite, and then
Right, yeah.
and then the next turn play Kiki, and then you have
You
Kiki
just win.
already. Whereas in this case, also I don't think Fable of the Mirror Breaker
Does not have
the-
haste on the back.
Yes, not have haste in the back. So it enters the battlefield, and there's a turn before you can use it. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
that is
terrified
the weakest
of-
instance
yes.
of Kiki combo.
On the other
basically,
hand,
so fair enough.
you can Zealous Conscripts it immediately, but then they're spending your mana on that. So anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, I would say we take the Mayhem Devil. If they want the Zealous Conscript, they can take it. Not to say that, it's not a bad card or anything. It's a great card.
Right.
But I see Inti and I see Misery Shadow, and I'm like, those cards are extremely good
Yeah.
and would go extremely well into our decks. So
Yeah, I do still like the Misery Shadow a lot, even if it does not necessarily.
Yes,
actually
it-
land a great
at the end of the day,
Card's insane.
it fire. It's a shade whose
It's the best
activation cost
shade
is
that
one
they
It's the best
printed
one.
by like a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say we take
for
those two.
You
Mayhem
can
Devil, Misery Shadow.
tap your Ancient Tomb and buff it twice. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
okay. For number one, that has to. I was gonna suggest 3 cards out of here that weren't Zealous Conscripts to look at.
Interesting.
So first is welcoming Vampire in a tokens deck.
Agreed. that was gonna be the one I was gonna guess. That white card is fucking insane. with
Because
our white deck.
like any token under 2 or less triggers the card draw.
Oh, so you just draw 2 cards every turn.
Yeah,
It's
well,
also just like it's a fucking 2/3
also-
flyer.
yeah,
3.
and also vampire Dracula.
It's a vampire. Dracula.
Also, I was gonna say, is it just like, I guess it's just there were a lot of good cards in those 2 sets, but there were like 2 sets in particular that I'm like, damn, they loved Draculas for like a little bit of time. They were all in on vampires. Holy shit.
Mono Dracula .set.
Is wrong that I want. I want to build that crossover cube. Ophiomancer is another like this card goes stupid with Skull Clamp.
That's true. It does.
And like,
Oh man, and the bitter blossom with the welcoming.
and the other card,
Yeah.
I'm thinking just on like rate is just Inti. Like Inti is
Yeah.
kind of a wild card for 2 mana. It gives us a powerful aggressive tool that lets us filter the deck.
Just trample.
It
Hello.
also, one of the things about it is that it does also have synergy with Lelia. Lelia cares about exiling cards
That's true.
and such. So I feel like that is kind of like a setup that, because like the conscripts combo is just so telegraphed as to be like,
Even ignoring the combo, like 5 mana remove a blocker, get in with the blocker is pretty good.
certainly that's
Also says target permanent, so you can take
you can,
Jace.
you can take Jace.
Not to-
That's why.
You can vote Air
That
Secrets,
was why
but-
I just wanted to mention these 3 as like I think the ones that like
Definitely, I agree.
like are the ones we should take a look at.
I agree.
And reanimate is like we can't pass.
Reanimate is
Slyo.
their loss.
There is a general, as a dumb guy in Magic, there is a general rule that works very well, which is if the deck is named after the card,
Take the card.
like, if it's named after it, counter that shit. Or if you're drafting, take that shit.
That's true.
That's fair. That's a good rule.
I would personally lock in Welcoming Vampire just because like our white is our main
agree.
color and it does
Yeah,
so
I like
much
it.
with all of our shit. Like you put that with white red, still pretty good. Put it with white black, it's great. Even like the white blue flicker, pretty good with Welcoming Vampire. Turns out.
All right. So that gives us these 3 as kind of our considerations up top for other decks. The Ophiomancer might be a little too much just because we're already picking a card for that deck. And,
Yeah.
and that might not be, again, we kind
I
of
also think I think they're less likely to take Ophiomancer, whereas I think Zealous Conscripts I very much could be seeing taken, and
Yeah.
Inti I also could be taken.
yeah. So okay. Then let's go between
Between
these two.
those 2, which one do you think is more impactful overall? Which one do you think is like more important for the decks?
I think the fact that Inti comes down so early and represents a threat, like if it's like turn 1 Swift Spear, turn 2 Inti, that gets really
Ragavan
dangerous.
Jr. type shit. I like it.
Yeah.
Take it.
That gets dangerous. I like
That's fair.
conscripts scares me out of them, especially because like conscripts
Yeah,
with
love it.
Gargadon is a kill spell.
Yeah.
But they can't go infinite with it.
So Ophiomancer.
Yeah.
Like
Fine.
as a blue black like control piece,
It's pretty
Uh,
good.
it's
Yeah.
pretty
It
good.
is,
Like it just
yeah.
sits there and
Yeah.
tells your opponent your attacks are unprofitable until you get rid of the Ophiomancer.
Okay. There's also Zeotora's Proving Ground.
I was thinking that as
for-
well.
That's the junk one.
The Encore
Yeah.
Triome. Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I'm good with that. Thicket, I
All
don't
right, so our
hate.
third pick.
Rancor is a really good Magic card.
That it is.
Hatred
They were
does that.
consider-
considering
going
the
to,
Zealous
though.
Conscripts, which is pretty usable when we're gonna have Greater Gargadon.
That's very true. Oh, that's very funny. Yeah.
Or yeah, I do like the conscripts at this point.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
good
that
with that.
Rancor's, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get Rancor later. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's just card's amazing, you know? Like
Rancor is amazing. Yeah, it's
Like-
like Bone Splitter, but you only have to pay for it whenever it comes back.
and it gives trample. Like it's just
trample.
nuts. I'm good with these 3 though. I think that makes
cool.
Somehow even stickier than Bone Splitter.
All right.
because hatred outlives the hateful. I don't know what to tell you.
I
So
mean,
they've locked in, right? So like
Yes.
Rancor,
Yes.
huh?
right?
And
I'm also
Sphinx
yeah.
Resolution?
That was the other one I was looking at. Zorak.
I was thinking, yeah, Toxic, Rancor, and maybe Sphinx.
I was wondering about like Gitrog monster, honestly, because like it's pretty good with the green. It's pretty good.
We have nothing to fix for that right now.
We don't. But the other, I mean, it's just a thing. Well, yeah, we do have one. We have an Indatha triome. You may have missed it because it's hard to tell what comes.
I have so many. I like having the triomes.
What's our blue-white though? Because I would love to have Reflector Mage, Soul Herder, and like Sphinx Resolute.
Sphinx is the top end for that.
That feels like that just wins. Like any of those 3 cards hits proper and they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the third, I agree. I feel like our third thing has to be a green thing, just because like we need to.
Rancor.
Rancor's
good. Rancor's nuts. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I'm cool taking Rancor. Yeah.
All right.
You know, you can put Rancor on the chariot.
Damn.
It's completely fine. You can do this.
But it's a vehicle.
Yeah, and then it'll fall off, and then Rancor will go to your hand.
Yes, sir.
It's very funny.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
What?
All right. So,
because you have to crew it for it to become a creature, and then
you put Rancor on it.
You Rancor it, and yeah, then it stops being a creature.
All right.
So you have to cast it repeatedly. Is that good? Do you want that?
No.
Can't.
But you can do it.
But it's legal. It's legal to do it.
It's a legal move, and you're not wasting an aura.
I was gonna say, do you have any Enchantress effects in the deck? Would that be particularly like nuts though?
It's a game action, baby. Storm count. I say playing a green spell.
Thicket, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
Razorback Thicket's instant include. Yeah.
Do we just leave the
Black green is like
monster?
the one combo with green that we're not playing, unfortunately.
Yeah, Oran Viper's really good. Yosei, I mean,
like I will say,
the card, right? Like
Gitrog with Titania is pretty good.
Yeah, of course.
But
we all know this.
Yeah, I think
Like,
I fear
yeah,
running out of steam and resources if we play
I
this
agree,
card.
and I also think Gitrog Monster, like our deck that's playing black and green is not a deck that plays the Gitrog Monster.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think we leave that for them. We take the Oran Viper. I don't know if we're playing the Oran Viper, but it can go pretty decently into just a generic green deck. And then the Yosei is also a pretty strong white finisher.
That was also why I didn't want to pull for the Gitrog very much. Okay.
Yeah,
I figured it was going.
Yeah.
All right. So we're on 12.
12. So we're 2/3 of the way through the draft.
We're definitely
Nice.
Yeah. While those are dealing, and everyone gets that in a nice 3x5, I'll review our multicolored lands and let everyone quietly pog in the background.
Pog.
I love.
I'm
hearing the
pogging.
Yeah, Pog.
Baby, okay.
My little Pog champ.
Pog.
You roboted at the best fucking time possible. That was so good. You were just like, my little champ.
Pog champ.
I have a lot of feelings on the cards.
Yeah, this
in
is-
front of us.
Wow, holy
boy.
shit. Yeah, wowie. Looking at it now. Hot dog.
This is one of those packs where I'm pretty okay taking second, honestly. Because
So, the thing I'm thinking here is that this is a place for us to shore up our blue with some messed up magic cards.
Mystic Confluence and Treachery are fucked up cards.
Treachery, Jesus.
Fire and Ice also works pretty good with your blue-red notional deck as
It does.
well.
That deck that I'm like building in my head that isn't going to be real, but I keep building it.
I think you build it in your head and you build it in your heart. I say we take Treachery Mystic. I think we do that. I think that's fine enough.
Yeah, these are just like some powerful. Like blue is one of the things we kind of haven't like obviously green is like the most that we haven't, but again, green has one card in here. That's two. Thanks.
I mean, yeah, like this is the type of thing where like also it's the thing where like they said like they're fine being second. I'm actually fine being third because whatever. We get,
Yeah.
I'm fine being
I'm just,
fourth.
personally, I'm just happy to get to play.
I would like to note treachery, crime.
Yes,
Treachery is a
It
crime.
is a crime. Yeah.
It is a crime.
Mystic Confluence is also a crime.
What are the definitions of crime?
Targeting your
If
opponent
you
or a card
fuck with
that they
their
have.
shit.
Blood Artist
okay.
is a crime.
If
No.
you target,
target player. You're right. It's a crime.
So yeah,
Croxa has done no crimes.
Croxa does not target, no crime.
That's true.
That's funny because the implication is she's escaping from the underworld.
Not a crime.
Uh-huh. She did nothing wrong. She should.
All right.
So-
She did eat like a bunch of stuff.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
among us, you know.
So, I need to be reminded what
Schmox. Yeah.
That is exile
we
card.
already have. Yeah, that's exile.
I just love going fast. I will tell you, you play that hand and you're like land, Chromox, Mox
Going-
Diamonds.
Going fast makes me feel alive.
Trying to fight Chromox?
The CEDH player in me is chomping at the bit to pick this 0-mana, but I could be convinced not to.
I want to talk about our other options as well. I think we have to do Verdant Catacombs.
Yeah,
Yep.
take that fetch.
Yep.
Every fetch.
I think
that we
the
get makes
other
Titania
fixing
better
we
first
could
off.
possibly leave. I don't think they have much use for them right now.
They don't have much use for green white or green blue, really. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of want to take Courser and Croxa or Deep Cavern Bat.
Croxa is absolutely cracked. The card is just insane. Like,
Yeah.
just, oh my god.
Yeah, I like the idea of Courser and Croxa.
Cool.
Courser.
Are we okay
Well,
leaving
hold on.
then probably to get the Chromox? Like the thing about the
Yeah, it's
Chromox
okay.
is that the Mox Diamond is that's
You
just sort
remove
of
a
land
land
card,
from your
right?
deck.
It's
Yes,
discard a
Chromox
land.
is-
This sort of land
yeah.
specifically, whereas this is exile a non-land
Non-artifact.
non-artifact
non-land.
non-land card from your
And
hand.
it
So,
taps for that color. So
Yes.
whereas Mox Diamond has for any color.
So I'm fine leaving the Chromox for now if they want it this time, but I think there's other cards that are powerful enough for us to pick over that. That's
I'm okay with
worthwhile.
that.
Fits into
Cool.
the green white deck beautifully, or the Bant deck.
Yeah.
Croxa fits perfectly into the black red deck, and we need to shore those up primarily anyway.
Cool.
All right.
So what are
We
the
have
chances we can do stupid shit with Avalanche Riders?
We
have
Soul Herder.
Yeah, we
Herder.
we use the Clifftop Retreat and Inspiring Vantage to splash it into the Soul Herder
I
deck.
will say the problem with that combo is that means you need to keep paying the Avalanche Riders Echo.
Yeah, but if you're doing that, you're winning the game. So
That's
like,
true. That's true. That's true.
That's fair. I'm liking the cards out of here. I'm liking are I'm actually thinking that's really funny. The Avalanche Riders.
Yes.
You're getting me in on that one. The bat is obviously like is just like really good at being disruptive. The
Makes Mesmeric Fiend look like junk.
Chromox, we have a deck in our blue that just has enough card advantage to make up for that really easy.
Yep.
Like, deep analysis, chart of course, dig through time, memory deluge. Like, we can make up that -1 pretty easy.
God, I love the art on Chromox. It's so good.
It's very good.
So,
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty fine getting. Well, I don't know. Like, so what do you want to just grab these three? Are we thinking?
I'd be okay with dropping Avalanche Riders for Fire and Ice because I think that is probably the more responsible, better pick for the Is It.
I think
But also,
it's fine. You're not gonna take the Avalanche Riders, right?
You know what? If they take Avalanche Riders, I want to see what they do. With
Yeah,
it.
you know what? Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fair.
I mean,
Do it.
honestly,
What's the
Avalanche
worst thing
Riders
that
is
happens?
fine.
I get
aggro
owned
card,
by
but
Avalanche
okay.
Riders. Hilarious.
I mean, hey, if we have Mayhem Devil on the board, that's another ping.
Yeah.
Got him. True.
Yo, Mayhem Devil value. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's an Echo?
Dude, who pays
All
that?
right.
Gonna pay for the
All right.
echo cost. Who gives a shit? Grim Lava Mancer loves that guy.
Blood Artist, not bad if we're sacking a bunch of stuff.
That's true.
Blardist.
I don't
The
mind just taking a bunch of-
Blardist.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't
the
mind just
question we
like
take- if you guys take Blooders, you're really gonna deny him being by his dad? His dad is right here.
that's true.
You're gonna really deny him and his dad, or is this his very large son? I don't know.
Yeah,
His large adult son.
son.
I mean, we
Oh,
can take the Avalanche Riders. It is kind of fun.
It is, but also like I don't think personally. I think the combo they're describing is
It's fake.
is
Yes.
I think it sounds like a lot of fun. Honestly,
have fun, guys.
What?
honestly, I would not mind seeing them pull it off either. So that's why I'm kind of just following the Avalanche Riders. Like,
The
I think
mutually
there's-
agreed upon. I want to see you do it.
Try me, motherfucker. Let's go.
I would like to take the land here. Personally?
just both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, both the lands and either the voice or the blood artist.
Those are strong cards.
Yeah, I mean, voice. What best card in the Dragons?
Only card in Dragon's Maze.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, only card. In the Dragons. Hey, they were shocks. Hey.
No,
You could
technically
technically open-
for Return to Ravnica and Gate Crash on their set symbols. I think you're fine.
Yeah, and I do like the man lands. I do feel like they're generally pretty playable and limited.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Blood Artist, and then the 2 lands, and then like
I'm just right now. What I'm looking at for blood artist is like how many like token, like how many sack outlets do we have, and how many tokens are we actually playing in that deck?
that's true. I'm just thinking about like the extra value, but maybe we don't just fine.
Yeah, I think because I think that a number of our sacrifices are like we're making blood tokens to sacrifice, and that's sort of like where we're getting our pings from.
Yeah, that's true. How do we feel about the voice and the 2 lands?
I'm a fan.
Sweet.
Sure.
This the green white deck getting hefty.
Alright.
And I've ceased organizing them in ways that are super good. So we definitely have our work cut out for us in a second
So,
here.
I feel pretty good about this.
I am so happy about the white that got left in here because Wall of Omens and Finks with our setup.
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah,
fucking
man.
Finks on its own, good. Finks with fucking Soul Herder.
Soul Herder is
Soul-
pretty funny.
Or even Wall of Omens with Soul Herder is a free card.
Yeah.
So those two, and then like obviously Blood Artist with like our token stuff would be cool. But
But I don't know. We didn't take it, so I think you
But
have to.
I think we've been told to name that too.
Have we been double dog dares?
Yeah.
We dare them
so.
and they double dog
Dare
dares.
us,
And we're
yeah.
like, shit, man,
Yeah,
2 dogs can't beat
yeah,
that.
can't beat
We
2
gotta
dogs.
take it.
I think so. I think we have
Yeah,
to.
2 dogs.
Yep.
We can't beat that. Yeah,
Yep.
you got it.
Hey, Blardus.
We will blart responsibly.
All right.
Amen.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're gonna blart
Responsible
responsibly?
blart.
I'll do my best.
Responsible blarding. All right.
Please, only blart.
So we're in the
with
final
adults in the room.
third.
We're not even gonna build decks tonight.
No, we're not building decks tonight.
Is this 13 or 14?
This is
13.
13
I
because it's
just built it up.
wait. Who's the last? Yeah, your last pick, so it's yours. Yep.
Oh, there's Muldrifter Prime.
Mulder for
Then,
prime.
yeah, you-
Ooh.
And
There's
ooh, whose pick is it? I say, grinning sheepishly and scratching my head.
Drifter, baby, look at him go.
There
Don't
goes
take
my
me, Kiki Jiki. You're so
hero.
sexy.
So like, we cannot let them have Kiki Jiki. Right?
No, we take Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
I mean, we can use Kiki Jiki. We got the.
You
got
could
the
also
bounce
take
right?
Bull Drifter
So-
with Kiki Jiki. But
Anyone can use Kiki Jiki. That's the miracle of Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
that's the miracle of Ratatouille. Anyone can cook. Yeah.
That's right. Anyone can cook. Just put a Kiki Jiki in fucking any creature that does anything.
Let him cook.
Y'all cooking.
Yeah, we're windmill slamming.
Then the question is, do we want fixing next, or do we want Muldrifter?
I mean Bull Drifter, right? Like
No.
Oh, I do love Muldrifter.
No.
Muldrifter is really great.
No.
Chat, look at Muldrifter and look how unassuming. Look, just made something fall down. Powerful, this little fella. Like, so easy to underestimate Muldrifter. But you know what? It turns out draw 2 cards and like maybe you have something to block. Incredible. And draw 2 cards for 3 mana. I don't kick it out of bed for eating crackers, you know? It's pretty good.
we could also ephemerate the Bull Drifter in response to the evoke trigger and pretend we're playing Scam.
Yeah,
That's
we
pretty
are-
cool.
We've built quite a lot of cards around this single card.
I
that we
will
have.
say that's true. We could be playing yeah, because we're playing Band, so we could play Muldrifter and Ephemerate in the ramp deck.
Yeah. I kind of
Sure.
like Kiki
Yeah.
Jiki and Will Drifter as our
Sure,
picks
I'm
here.
down. Yeah, totally.
And Kiki Jiki probably just slam that bad boy over here. This
Yeah, I
guy
mean,
over here.
I'm fine with him copying,
So I have a question. So I know we aren't planning on doing like a very
Art
much
Master.
Boros stuff because of
But
the,
Boros
you know,
Charm and Wrath is incredibly funny, yeah?
well,
also
what-
Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon.
All your
you
permanents
keep
get
our land.
indestructible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we can splash the red, a little bit of red in the mono white or
Oh,
in some other
yeah.
deck with it pretty
Oh, yeah.
easy.
Yeah, so
pretty
one of the things
funny.
I'm seeing here too is that we can pick up a ton of fixing.
That's honestly, I was thinking like Hollow Fountain, maybe Sulphur Falls, or fuck it, maybe.
I like Fountain. I think
So,
Fountain's right. I think
We could
Fountain's
go.
right.
We could go Hollowed Fountain, Sulphur Falls, and Sacred Foundry, and then the mana for the blue-white deck that splashes the Avalanche Riders is ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so much white-red fixing. Do we need more?
Probably not. But
Yeah.
um,
Chandra Torch of Defiance is also a fucking stupid card.
what was our Reanimator deck, by the way? We were looking at that being the blue-black or the white-black.
One of the two, probably.
Okay, 'cause
Yeah, we might
probably
Probably
well blue black. I'm guessing, but
blue-black.
like, and then I think we still have a white black deck, but it's probably not the Reanimator portion.
Yeah, I think it's the non-Reanimator side of things because
Probably
it's
more
like
the
the
control.
specifically because
it's like the token Clamp Mystic side, yeah.
specifically because the Hollow Blade here is another discard outlet for
Yeah.
that deck.
That's true.
Anyway, Hollow Fountain is the one I think for certain because that one's like
Yeah, I agree.
that. Chandra is wildly good though. I think you're right.
That Chandra is like, because it just works into any of our red stuff, like red green, sure, red blue, why not?
Yeah, and
She's just stupid. She does everything.
I kind of like Sulphur Falls.
I like Sulphur
here.
Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sulphur Falls. Yeah, do the blue red, do the Is It Fit with Shoring. Yeah, I like it.
All right.
Because Xander's Lounge is just a little too slow for that, right?
Yeah. It.
Or are we sure? Because like
Well,
the Triumph gives us the flexibility for working also the red green.
yeah,
Triumph.
actually-
I didn't even see the Ketria Triumph. Sorry, I missed
Well,
that one.
Xander's Lounge also works as like this could go in the blue-black deck or the blue-red deck
Okay,
based
I see
on.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. There's because we have no plans on green red right now, right? Like that blood
You
braid's kind of just
telling
dying
me?
in the pool.
Well,
No.
no, because like what's our green doing then?
yeah.
I was wondering if like the green just like is a little touch on the red deck.
So
Yeah,
Ketria.
that's
then
what
maybe.
That's what I'm thinking is that like. Oh God, this is. I think we're at the point where we have 4 decks and we need to trim.
Okay. What do we want
Because
to lock in?
because
on?
like
what is
looking-
red doing?
Because like red has 2 different directions. I guess 3 if we're doing for the blinking pile, but not very few of the cards fit in there. Anyway, red has the links of going with red and blue and red and green because the Blood Red Elf holds that, and the blue is something I've been again cards kind of pulled for that. So that's where
I think
red
if-
pulls.
I mean, if the only thing we're pitching from that is Bloodbraid Elf, like that sucks. But I think that's probably the responsible option.
But the problem is like Broadblade Elf and like Lelia. Like Lelia is like a thing. It's like the combo that you can actually just build your deck around.
Yeah. The other decks that we have like Reanimator out of black, which could be in black blue or black white. Black white looks like it's got a lot going on for support in between like kind of being aggressive, and then we also have this like white blue bit as well. So
I think blue white I think is like kind of strong because like the options we have with it are really good and have a lot of synergies. But
so okay, so how about then we aim for blue white with like the synergy stuff, white black with the tokens, and that also might be where Reanimator lives.
And
Because
then red green.
and then red green.
Is that? Because that basically means it being like mostly red. Because basically it's being like a red aggro, hyper aggro deck, which is pretty good.
Yeah, which we have a good amount of support over here for like early red aggression and like the reach to make that work.
Because I think you're right. It's red green, blue white, blue black? Because we have tons of cards in those specific
Well, or
Or
combinations.
black white.
Black white, not
Black
blue
white. What I say? Sorry, you're right. Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. Correct.
So-
Sorry, I misspoke.
So
I got you.
So that means out of these, in the fixing we have here, we're not as interested in the Sulphur Falls, but the Xander's Lounge does work for.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, the Xander's Lounge doesn't, because the Xander's Lounge would be for blue black, which isn't one of the combos,
Or is it, which we're not running? Yeah.
And then
So
so
that-
Tetratriome is the red green.
Yeah, we also could just pick up like Pest Infestation as like
It's pretty good.
it's bad with Bloodbraid, but like it's very good as just a card because it makes.
But if our red green deck is mostly like red green aggro, like does it do much? Because that's kind of almost like a control-ish card. Like, does it? I guess you could technically remove some amount of stuff.
Well, it's like this card's more of a ramp piece because like it makes the creature tokens no matter what you destroy up to, and then like make a billion 1/1s.
No.
That's kind of the idea, but we don't have like ramp as a thing in that deck, so
Yep.
I guess these three, because these are the three that kind of fit with what our trio are.
I mean, there's also there's all these versatile white cards that can kind of go in either of our white decks pretty straightforwardly. So like,
yeah,
obviously, Seasoned Hellblade doesn't work great with the kind of I mean, white black it kind of works that aspect. So
Yeah,
we could do that too.
yeah, and
I'm just saying we have some versatility here. Where I'm just saying we're not giving up that much if we go a different direction.
yeah. So
Or if we wheel some stuff, like wheeling the Boros Charm, we have the room to splash the Boros Charm no matter fucking what. Basically,
right, we
no
can
matter
just
what they
add that
do.
for free. Okay,
Even if we have our specific decks, we have a lot of opportunity here to wheel. So I say we bone up on the mana.
okay. Then let's grab the Triumph, and
I'm for it.
glad we took some time to look at it, because like we did it. I remember this happened last time where we were building decks and we realized late that we were building 4 decks.
We were building 4 different decks, yeah.
and like
Okay.
We
and,
managed
like,
to merge them together pretty well in the
like-
last couple packs.
but it's a thing that's like, oh no, like then you're spread too thin, you know. So
And for what it's worth, this is about the point where, much like this is about the point where, like, you better have a pretty good idea where your deck is in a solo draft, like 3/4 of the way through. Probably about the same for this.
All right.
so
Speaking of like the deck building stuff, ours is much simpler because we have the 3 decks solid down.
Yep.
We have not shored up that Demir deck in a while.
I agree.
So
I
we're
was thinking
gonna have
Treasure
to-
Map is good for that.
Yeah, Treasure Map would be.
I like
solid choice on
Xander's
that
Lounge as
front.
fixing for
Xander's
it,
Lounge. Yep.
Mhm.
and then just like Breeding Pool as more fixing for the
How about
or
Containment Priest in our
Priest.
ramp deck where we're casting everything, but they're not necessarily casting everything.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, and we can catch them so they reanimate, and then we just slap out Containment Priest in response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
Sure, I'm down.
that makes
Cool.
sense to me.
All right. Treasure.
So we do we
Yeah,
just
bear
take?
with me, Chad. I'm reviewing our red and green cards so I can see like kind of what plans going
Yeah,
on
what,
there.
what
Okay.
Triumph did we just
So,
get?
Like the messed up cats, the
Teamer.
good sentinel, the
No,
Rancor.
you
Yeah,
got-
okay.
or not
Yeah,
Teamer,
there's
you got
some-
Grixis.
Yeah, Ziatur's
Xander's Lounge. That
Xander's
Yeah,
Lounge. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
we
yes,
already had
Xander's Lounge.
those.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Rounds.
Okay,
Yep. So we probably take the Seasoned Hollow Blade.
Yeah.
Achroma is just kind of another reanimator target. I don't think we necessarily need another good reanimator target at this point, unless we get something busted.
I'm not convinced we need one when we have Elishtor and Grizzlebrand hanging out like that.
Yep.
That's honestly like Boros Charm, and then like that Sacred Foundry to like make that even more viable. Now that we know that,
I mean,
like,
yeah, because we have the option like that we can put Boros Reckoner in the white deck and then have a little bit of incidental stuff to make it work if we want
I
to.
was gonna say, I think the little treat we've made for ourselves by having 2 white decks and a shitload of white-red duels is one of our white decks can also just have a little red as a treat.
yeah, as a treat.
Yeah.
So let's enhance the treat.
Okay, but hold on. Let me run one idea past you though.
Sure.
Yeah.
We don't really need that treat that bad. You know what's the
Yeah.
best form of treat? A treat you don't really need. What if we just take the breeding pool because fuck them?
Mm.
Just saying. Like,
I mean, if I'm being
know.
quite honest, we're pretty solid, I think, on our fixing for our band deck. So like, fine.
Mm. Are you though? Would give us the versatility of also splashing in that blue that could become a blue red green deck
I'm
because we do have that Ketria Triome.
okay.
Also.
Okay. No, I'm there with you now. That sounds good.
All right,
'Cause
if
then you can
both
start
of you
playing Team Blue.
agree and I feel okay with
Gollum,
it, it's
get in the
probably
breeding
right call.
pits.
The treat.
All right, well, I think we should let him have the Agroma. Like, I don't think we're playing Agroma.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we're. I
just
think we're
grab these
good.
top
Then
three.
yeah, So
Yeah. That
Damn
ends up.
Let's go ahead and play with John Leguizamo as the pest.
that was
Don't make me hit the button.
Please don't.
I'm not hanging out where you are, so it's fine.
Please.
You act like my soundboard doesn't have this ability to do that entire.
All right,
the
I'll
past.
bang the dice to 14,
All right.
and we are first.
You are first.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Interesting.
Oh,
Well, that's the
Sorry,
dark rate
it's
on
not
the
even that
table.
good. I just love seeing Fireball on a day. It just
Yeah.
makes me feel like it's magic time, baby.
I keep the fireball in here because the fireball in my paper cube is from Alpha, and you have
That's
it, you see it,
awesome.
and you go, yeah,
Nice.
that's a
It's
fireball.
not a single blue card in here. What the hell?
That's magic to me, baby.
Yeah, that's magic.
I guess Trigon
Sometimes the-
Predator.
Hey,
We don't-
baby,
I just had a thought.
faithless
I was just gonna
looting.
say, I have a thought. Weren't we talking about a reanimator deck that and then also about hey, we can splash red and anything?
Faithless
True.
looting, baby.
That's
Like,
true. That white red splash could in fact be with the black too.
because I'm thinking
You
that
got the hippie specter, right?
I'm thinking the
Yeah.
dark rip because we have the Spectre.
Yeah, dark
yeah,
red
I
faithless
agree.
looting and do white black with a splash of red. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that dark ritual also opens up. You could do
Turn one.
effectively turn one. They play a creature. Turn one. We do dark ritual, collective brutality. Remove the creature. Discard a thing to remove a thing from their hand. Reanimate.
Yep.
Bristlebrand.
Yep.
That's a pretty good turn. I don't know. This is me.
Any other things we should look at before we pin those?
So
I mean, there's a
top
lot of
is
stuff
pretty
that's-
flexible.
I was gonna say there's a lot of stuff that's generically really good in here, but I think we take the stuff that's overall good for us. If they want to take the generic at this point, I think we let them have it. I think we need
Yeah.
to really make our decks pointed and sharp at this point.
And those two cards do. Faithless Looting all of a sudden gives us a little bit of pointiness, and I like that.
Same.
The one, I will say, thinking back to limited decks that just made me just feel like I just wanted to leave. Maul of Skyclaves.
Sky Mall is very powerful.
It might not be up to the power level of everything else going on here, but man,
Yeah.
fuck that card.
I think it doesn't beat what we have here, but I agree. The Sky Mall,
Yeah. And Walverts probably doesn't fit with our red-green theme.
not for us. No, that's a little bit too.
God, it's
Fireball
so good though. What a
does just
smart
end
card.
games.
Yeah. But we only have two picks here,
I
so
think we want Faithless in
Oh,
there,
you're
too,
right.
though.
We only
get
have two. You're right.
picks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We get 2 picks, and I think we're locked. Yeah.
yeah. I don't think we can pick anything over those two, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause there's
fine with
plenty of stuff in here that I'm cool with because that's
Dark
what this
Ritual
cube
just does-
is, baby.
Yeah, dark.
Dark Ritual just does so much horseshit for us. So
So, Elspeth?
Yeah.
I don't think
I like
Elspeth
Concealed
really.
Courtyard
Like,
too.
I don't think Elspeth really fits into our decks. Like, it sucks to give them it, but Elspeth doesn't really feel like a ramp card, like a banned ramp card to me.
Not
From the
really,
plane of
not
Bant. No, just
Yeah,
no.
from-
Yeah, I mean,
It
I
is
know.
pronounced, yeah.
Elspeth's not from Bant. Whatever, it's fine.
she
Um,
spent a lot of time.
She
there,
spent a lot of
it's
time.
fine.
Yeah.
It may still be the good pick. I want to call out the 3 red burn spells here though.
Yeah.
It's not Fireball.
That's true.
Mega Jet, Stoke the Flames, Mizium Mortars are all really strong. I definitely want the Mortars.
Yeah,
Mizzy
Mortars
does
nuts.
have a lot of flexibility by virtue of being a Wrath as well.
I also like Concealed Courtyard.
We're playing a
Although-
white black deck.
Maybe not
Not
anymore.
really,
I
no.
suppose.
It's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
deck.
So how about Mortars? Magma Jet's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah,
Top
I
also
like
just
Jet
an
and
insane
Stoke.
magic
I mean,
card.
Stoke can be 4 to face.
Why don't you just grab all 3 burn spells?
I was kind of thinking about,
Yeah, let's do
I was
it.
kind of thinking about that and calling it a day because I feel like we don't quite have burn in our black red deck yet.
Which is
Um,
weird. Yeah, it's true.
We have
Just go ahead and
Grim
grab those
Lavamancer
3.
and Riftbolt. So yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't really love giving them the Elspeth, but I think that's gonna be way better for our deck.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right.
So
we take the Elspeth.
yeah, I'm also thinking like concealed courtyard because like we do have that like as a setup, and we want to make sure that's.
Do we want to take them all too? Because like everything else here, like it's kind of like don't necessarily need it.
Yeah, like we don't have a ton of things for Bobble to be huge on. Top has like
Top is just generally
top.
good.
Top can fit
Fireball
into
would-
anything. It doesn't matter. Like
Fireball would be fine. Jetmir's Garden would be fine, but
Yeah,
everything else is kind of a splash for us, which that's fine. We have the mana to these splashes, but
yeah.
I think Maul is the thing that's most. It's not Maul isn't necessarily exciting. It is pretty brutal.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
Legion's landing into like basically turn to some dude and then Maul. It's pretty fucked up.
Yes. All right,
All right.
sounds good.
okay. So Wall of Roots.
Wall of Roots.
Roots. The roots.
Yeah.
The Roots.
Uh,
Also, in
Jammer's
response to the
Guardian.
Skyclave, what about the Knight of Autumn?
Yeah. I like that card a lot.
Yeah, actually having some artifact removal would be pretty nice.
And then
Top? I mean, it's kind of a pain, but
Jember's Garden is also still more fixing. It's fixing for either our red black deck splashing green or just our green white deck. As a try on with cycles, and that's just generally a good ability on a land.
Oh, I just realized I muted before I walked away. So before I said I was going away for a second. Sorry, my bad. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Did we pick something while I was gone?
we did.
we-
Sorry, we
Okay,
thought,
sick. No,
we
no,
thought you
it's
were
fine. What was it?
silently
What was it?
affirming.
Yeah, you just
No,
yeah,
I just wanted to know.
We got Elspeth, the Maul, the
Okay.
Skyclaves, and then the
another
concealed courtyard.
fixing. Yeah.
Okay, sick. That was literally exactly what I was going to recommend.
Excellent.
So, good.
I think
Well, all right,
I
good.
think Top and Garden are like basically equal in my mind. The question for me for Top is like how much shuffling do we have for like the blue black deck that'll probably end up in?
You know what? I like the idea. So the entire reason why I prefer Top over everything else here is we have not done anything for that blue black deck, and Top fits
Sure.
into it.
And Top
you
is
know,
good.
on this
Is yeah,
pack.
sure. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, and then we just like hand them Predator, I guess.
I guess. I mean, do we have even a use for Bauble
The
though? Like,
not.
But I think Bobble's generically better for them because they have some pretty good like artifact sack stuff.
yeah, but even then, like Trigon Predator is
Trigon
a thing where
Predator is
you
the
have the
thing that-
option to splash it. I guess. Like
Yeah.
we did just get that breeding pool.
Yeah, let's hand off the Bobble. I don't think we have enough that the Bobble like makes it at the bow.
Yeah,
So
all right.
even if they play Bauble in place of a land, that's a mistake on them.
Yeah, like, it just lets you play like 39 or like a little bit more. Well, not really, but sort of.
Yeah.
It's an interesting bit, but
It is a generically good, but generically like weaker upgrade than what else would be picking.
Yeah.
Probably.
all right. So that's 14, upping to
15.
15. 4 packs remain.
Speaking of 15,
Oh boy. Oh,
Yo,
Nicholas.
oh!
I love this art so
I'm-
much. Also,
Oh, this is a good
Oh,
pack.
fucking
Oh, Wizard of Bard.
fucking
Boo, huh?
Minkskin boo.
Okay.
Wizard of
Everyone's
Boo.
most
Dude.
hated dumb bitch. It's Minkskin
oh, and
boo.
stuff.
Look at that
this is a
face.
fucking good ass pack. Let me tell you.
Yeah, this
Jesus.
is
Like,
cracked.
Will-
Jesus Christ.
Well, there's the
Holy
ancestral vision.
smokes!
Yeah,
it's
I-
like-
okay. So here's the
Take
thing.
what
With
you
that.
Oh
want.
God!
Take whatever you want. We'll take whatever's left. We'll be
Yeah,
fine.
So here's the thing.
The Turek, fuck.
So
Yeah,
okay.
you have the dark root.
So we
So here's the question. I like Cyclonic Rift. I like Urza. I like Scarab God.
Uh-huh. You going somewhere with this?
I say we
I'm
go.
talking it out.
Yeah.
Minx and Boo, as Hazan mentioned, I think Minx and Boo is the card in my mind in the cube that is the closest to being over the line. This card is this, and like there's one or two others that are like, oh boy, it's Minx. Like this card is very annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also very prevalent in online play.
Yeah, that's the other bit of it. It's like one of the things I wanted to do with the cube when I was building it for this was I don't exactly know where I want that line to be, so I'm pushing at it. I need to poke at it so I know where it is so I can cut it off.
Yeah, yeah, good idea.
All right. I mean, I think I would go with him is here as well. Jesus, this pack. I think Rift and Urza. I think Urza is like, artifact. Like we have enough artifact play.
We have enough
right
artifacts
now
to make Urza actually works very well. Yes,
and I think Cyclonic Rift is just
it's a
a
backbreaker.
ridiculous card.
Just
Yeah,
ruins your opponent like flat out.
And I think that there's other powerful stuff here, but hey, there's more than 3 powerful things left, so we'll take those.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there's more than 6 powerful things, so we'll take those.
Well, yeah, and then etc. All right.
No,
Yeah,
you'll be stuck.
so
with
we'll
both.
take
That's fine.
Cyclonic Rift and Urza.
God,
That seems
Cyclonic
reasonable.
Rift is so crazy.
Yeah.
So Minxie and Boo and him are still on the table.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We could take against like him. I think it. Yeah, I think those two probably because like turn 1 fucking Dark Writ into him is still
yeah, we
just
still
like
have
the
Dark
most.
with him, so
Absolutely nightmare
We
shit.
basically
yeah.
have like our Reanimator / Dark Writ deck is fucking hysterically evil.
Yeah, that's the real shithead deck. And then our green red seems pretty solid. And Mingskin Boo is you want to kick up the level of a green red deck? Good news.
Yeah.
Mingskin Boo exists.
Yeah,
yeah.
As I said, it is the card I think that was closest in my mind to being okay. If there's a card over the line, this is one in my mind. But I wanted to get mostly I wanted to have it in here because there are people who would get to play the cube that would look at it and go, "Oh shit, it's Minx and Boo."
Yeah.
We have
Third.
We have Robber, which is like just a very good aggressive red piece.
Yep, which is very good for that red-green deck because that makes that deck even more aggro because that card is silly. We don't necessarily have the rogue payoffs, I think.
Well,
Checking.
This card is nobody in the history of Magic has ever played this in a non-EDH constructed format and tried to go rogue payoffs with this card. Like
It's accidental. It works with other copies of Robber the Rich and stuff.
Yeah. I just mean like, I guess we have fairy. Do we have fairy rogue tokens?
No, it creates normal.
No,
Bitter Blossom makes
Never
rogues.
mind.
That's so
They're
funny.
rogues. Holy shit.
Wrong deck.
All right. Unless no. It's a thing where like we'd be fine getting Reprieve or Hollowed Spear Keeper, but also like the odds of them going for Hollowed Spear Keeper, it's probably like whatever.
Fairly low. Acidic
It's just-
Slime is
so we were
fine,
talking about
but I
that-
don't think it fits.
So we were talking about this whole notion of having like a slight blue splash to that red green deck, maybe. We could cascade an ancestral.
I did call that out as one of the good ones.
There are a lot
There are
a lot of things in that deck that it could hit that aren't ancestral
Yeah.
visions.
But also, like, I don't know, like Venser is just fucking good, though. Venser's just blue good.
Yeah,
He's we got our blue white. Flickering Venser is stupid.
you know what? Flickering Venser is stupid.
Flickering Venser is stupid. Yeah, that's a good
Damn,
point, Mega Man.
damn, you're right. Flickering Venser is stupid. All right, these 3.
That's right.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Yeah, these alternate arts are really sick. I'm glad they're starting to like lean in on them. It seems like
Makes
as like
people really
card
mad.
printing quality has gotten better, they've been able to like.
They've
do
also
older stuff.
removed the very, very overbearing style guide that they had for like a good decade.
Oh,
It's
nice.
mostly on
Okay,
those.
cool.
It's mostly on those specific side ones, but yeah.
Yeah.
There also are, you see like much more stylized cards actually printed in standard.
Also,
as well.
they put battles in the game, so now Zelda's sideways sometimes. That's the second
Okay.
time Zelda's been sideways, though, right? Because split cards are sideways.
Yes. All right,
So
Okay.
you're 3.
there are a
Um,
lot of good cards in here. Still is the thing.
So
I like
yeah,
Scarab God.
there's a lot to think
many
about here. Locks on
We don't
Warhammer
have that
does a
many
lot.
zombies though with Scarab God. It would basically just be functioning off of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
also the things, yes, but yes, yeah. It would make it, but function of itself is fine. Like scrying 1, your opponent losing 1 life at your upkeep is decent, and also you have a 4/4. That's
Also,
whatever
it,
the best creature is.
It loves playing
slime.
against the reanimate deck, considering that it's a graveyard.
That's true. There should be zero,
Slime
zero,
with.
something there.
Oh, I mean, it would be cool if we had more flicker spells, but slime is good on its own, and
I do
we
think-
do have an ephemerate, so
I also like slime, just as
If we
like, we don't really have a ton of removal in
Yeah, and slime is
that, and
a
slime.
removal
Slime also
spell
hits
for
their
a lot.
lands and stuff. So you can ramp if we can ramp into slime that hit their lands, that it slows them down significantly.
True.
It's probably slime for that. I mean, I think maybe 1 card for each deck. I'm looking at the Scarab God, Acidic Slime, and Robber of the Rich.
yeah, I'm cool with that.
Those all sound good to me. Let's just go ahead and grab them. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Ooh, I tapped it too many
Nope.
times.
Goodbye, slime.
When we go to build these decks, we're gonna have to do some.
We're gonna have to be like so aggressive on cutting cards. Which is
Yeah.
always the hardest part here.
Yep.
Yes.
What was? Did we get the? We
The
got 'em,
Scarab
okay.
God was our third choice.
Okay,
I
we
would
got it.
even
Different option.
recommend before we like convene for the night, we at least try to get like basic piles sorted out, so that when we come back
We
and
have
do
a-
the deck building, we're not just
Yeah.
like, what the hell were we
Where
doing?
do we
Like,
go?
these three
We're doing
Okay,
archaeology. All right, now swap
sick.
sides.
Exactly. Yeah. What was this ancient civilization trying to tell us with a blood brain elf? Yeah. Like,
Well, Reprieve is quite good. We have multiple decks there that can fit in.
yeah.
I
I think Reprieve's really good for us. I don't hate Ancestral Vision.
Yeah, that can fit in either the blue base deck or Weird Splash. Then like Squee is something we could have as a 3 in the red deck.
It's a pretty good red-green aggro deck card.
Yeah,
Also, our 3 drops.
I know,
slot
they're-
there
they're
got
a
me
little-
packed.
do we care about like Hollowed Spirit Keeper as like an anti-sweeper piece?
I mean, even ignoring the anti-sweeper piece, it's the thing where like it's actually a decent like counter control card / control card, because it's the thing if you
Yeah.
remove it and you're like, great job.
Glad this is capturing the real Rochester Draft experience.
Now, do we think that would be
Holy shit, you've
the
been making
white,
how many
black,
hours you haven't
or
made picks?
the white,
I would think
blue?
white,
Probably
black.
the white, black.
White,
right?
black, yeah.
I don't hate that. I mean, because like Reprieve is good for the white, blue. Ancestral Vision is good for who gives a shit, and
Yeah.
Hollowed
All right.
Spirit Keeper is good for the white, black. Yeah, I like that.
Then let's go these 3.
Doesn't mean unfortunately giving up on Electrolyze, which is a great card.
It
but
does.
Squeeze okay.
Yeah,
Spirit Keeper goes in wherever Skull Clamp lives. But yeah, that's the most likely.
that's the real one. Yeah.
You want to
Nico
just grab the
Bolas.
3 non-bolus cards?
What do you mean?
mean,
you guys can play Miko
I'm
Bolas.
really thinking we could play Bolas. Like we're looking at a blue, Demir control deck that
Nicholas
I think is playing
Bolas.
the.
Not
It's playing. Is
Good
it
splash
we're already
red in
playing?
that.
Yeah, because we already have Xander's Lounge. We already have the Grixis Triome.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
we could Bolas here.
Nicholas Bolas.
The reason I include Bolus in here is
Wow.
because
Nice.
Bolus is a card that you see and you go, wait, can I splash their color for that? Hold
The Electrolyze and the Warhammer.
Yeah, that's my thought. Electrolyze
Yeah,
and
I'm good.
Warhammer.
on.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what are we playing the Electrize in? Or do we just
I
not,
guess it's
don't want them
purely
to
if
have
we
it?
find more Grixis fixing, honestly.
Sure.
All right, sweet,
All
cool.
right.
It's like the thing is, I don't even think I don't think we'd be playing Squeeze
No, Squeeze not.
in the Rakdos stack.
It's
Token
an okay card.
fucking
All right.
Goblin Nabob, baby.
That's pretty good. We'll take that.
All
That
right.
works. We may not play him, but that's a pretty
Moving
okay
the dice
possible.
to 16.
All right, two
Goblin-
packs.
Goblin
packs
Nabob.
left.
Three
Three
packs remain.
3 packs remain.
16, 17, and 18, correct.
Oh, that's
Finally!
how it works.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
finally!
Yeah.
Also-
Booty tooty. Okay.
That's right, it's Goose time.
Hey, reanimate. Speaking of like things we can use as reanimator spells, makeshift mannequin.
Yeah, Mannequin is a reanimator piece that we can actually play, and we're 3 packs left.
Yeah, we kind of need some more versatility that's not just reanimate.
Yeah,
Like we're
I
not
agree.
super hard on the reanimate because like we have like the fucking
Oh
scam
shit! You put
plan.
you put Boseiju in.
I did put Boseiju in.
Card's
It's
good.
good flexibility.
Yeah.
I'm just reading it real quick because I need
Indeed.
to remind myself what this does exactly.
This is a artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land. It can blow up, and then they get a land to replace it. But
Right, it's a hand trap. Right, they batted Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic. I forgot.
We could take colonnade or clique as well because like
I mean-
either of those would be.
I
pretty
mean,
You don't want the
Tutor.
Demooty Tootie?
Demoody Tootie would be pretty good.
Yeah, Tootie's just kind of good. Tootie's kind of good. you know?
the other card I'm looking at here would be like Scalding Tarn, which could fetch up. Which has
And
like
look, I love Goblin Guy as much
I know-
as the next Magic player loves Goblin Guy, but Goblin Guy's not a pick one. Goblin Guy
Goblin-
ain't
I
that
think-
good.
I believe in Goblin Guy, but
I believe in Goblin Guy, but not as
Would
pick
say
one.
that you
I
are a
think-
goblin.
I think
You are a
D
goblin
Tutor-
guy.
I am a goblin
guy.
I am the Goblin Guy.
I just think he's not top 3, definitely not top 2
Okay.
material like Zorak. Look at me and tell me this fool's better than
No.
Demon Tutor and Makeshift.
No, no, it's not.
Thank you.
Once
Okay,
I saw
I-
D-Tutor showed up,
I will-
I put it in your list before you said anything. Like
I will say that Goblin Guy does have the advantage of being one of the few cards that can get you a turn 1 kill. There was an event where players playing standard, player plays a Goblin Guide, attacks, reveals Damnation off of the opponent's top of deck, which was not a legal card in the format,
Oh yeah.
and immediately wins the game.
Yeah.
So, you know, like,
Wait,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah.
So what you're saying is, if these fuckers are cheating,
Yeah, if they're cheating, Goblin Guy lets us know.
Oh,
we could
Yeah.
Phoenix right. in this.
Let's-
I think we just go with these two.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think we
take
should go
those.
with two.
Let's take our.
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
all right.
So
there are a
much to
lot of cards
consider.
in this one. I like this pack a lot.
Yeah, this pack's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I am not a coward, and I like Goblin Guy a lot.
Sure.
Tarn, I also don't hate. Mad Tithe is one of the coolest Magic cards ever printed. I'm not sure we play it, but I do
I don't
love
think
it
it,
so
I don't think it
much.
fits into our deck. I think if we're blue-white control, we take it. I
Yeah.
like Goblin Guy. I like Tarn, and then my
I like
heart
black.
desperately wants that Goose Mother.
What does it do?
I
It's a Goose Hydra.
Yeah, it's just Hydra, but it does food token stuff and also does a bigger butt up front.
Yep.
It's just a two flyer, worst case, that you can attack to sack of food if you have one, incidentally. So the downside is a two
Tarn-
flyer.
I want-
Construct's also very relevant.
I wanted
Yeah,
a
but-
ramp target, but I thought I was like, you know what? It wasn't that Hydroid Crisis was over a line. I was just
This is
still
a
sick
Goose
of the
Hydra.
card.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
but
fair.
also Goose is pretty good too.
And I saw Goose, and I was like, it's a goose. Like,
I don't
Yeah,
know if we're still
key
really
features.
artifact
Ugh.
focusing, but the Constructs
so here's
do get
here's
pretty
my
big.
recommendations.
They
I
do.
like Profane Command and Vendilion Click the most out of these personally.
Are you guys cool
think
if we just
that-
take 5?
You
Just
were
take
talk-
5 of them?
Yeah, no,
nah,
we
take 5
yeah,
cards. Is that
some-
cool?
And
well,
then
Is
you
that
can
fine?
have 5.
Yeah, it's fine.
Um,
It's fine. We'll just take 5 cards.
I mean,
I'll
so,
take
so
5 hangerback
yeah.
walkers.
here's the thing. I think that in
Three
the four-
burgers,
the 4 other cards I'm looking at that I'd really like to get as well
50
are
pies.
Fingerback Walker, Mere Battlesphere, Karn, and Profane Command.
Those are all also very good. Yes.
So I think if we get any of those back, and then I'm also looking at taking Click. I think Click is also a great control piece.
Well, let's go. Well, let's be granular about this. How do we feel about Guy?
Guy,
I like
yes.
Guy a lot.
Yes,
Okay.
I think it's a great aggressive piece. Love it.
Okay, cool.
Golden Tarn, I think is we want
Skull and
those.
Tarn, yeah.
And we
All
want
right.
to play as many of them in our in our green deck, assuming we're where exactly where they go. If we play them in our
If
green
we
deck, that's
avoid
great.
taking
because
any of the
Titania-
cards that we want, that guarantees that we get some of the cards back that we want.
There we go. It's perfect.
This is like me taking that wrong card I didn't want early on.
I-
Front.
I like all of the other options. I think Profane Command is pretty strong.
Yeah, I think
Goose is pretty strong.
I think V-Click is just so
Is
generically
V-Click.
good. Like it takes
Also,
away
of the
yeah.
cards,
You're gonna
that
abandon your
would be left
goose?
behind.
I mean, look, I
One
don't
not taking
know
the goose.
if you are
Abandon
playing.
You're
the
not
goose.
taking the goose.
Are you
Yeah.
sure we're not
What?
splashing the goose?
Oh, yeah. It sounds like a
you don't think we
challenge.
are?
Oh, we ain't
motherfucker.
splashing the goose.
You don't think we're
Yeah.
goosing?
These rules think we ain't splashing the goose.
All right.
Hey,
All
for
right,
record,
goose me if
we
you're
are-
gonna do it, huh?
we are-
Goose
we
me
are
now.
not splashing
We're
the
not-
goose. We're
we're-
absolutely not splashing the goose.
Called your bluff.
Don't weaponize my love of the goose against me.
I think we probably like these two are probably up front. They're probably the most important two, right? Because Profane Command, hey, that's also a reanimator spell. It's not an especially good one.
I
but
was
it
thinking
is.
like those, like Hangerback Walker was also another one that like really benefits.
Hangerback, I like. I
Yeah.
also don't hate Boseiju. Oh, sorry, I've messed up.
Yeah, but Boseiju is like super playable, like as a option that the Gruul deck gets as like, hey, here's a land that lets you deal with problems. That's also just a forest in.
Because
99%
I think
of
it's
it.
really good for shoring up the aggro deck. Because like, what if your opponent? They have plenty of things that they just slam one thing in our face and we're like, shit. So like, I think Boseiju really helps solve those situations while also having the flexibility. I like it personally, but
So Profane Command wants like a lot of mana is also one of its things that like I don't know how much the
maybe it doesn't work with like the reanimated fast mana approach, but it's got the flexibility of being a removal spell too, though. Like it would work in either of our decks.
And like if we put that in, say we put that in that deck and like the coalition relic exists to ramp up to it, maybe.
But the thing is, like, also like the alternatives is like we don't really have like the Karn stuff going on. Like Karn is generally good. He's just value, like that's fine. You just -2 him and just go, oh, here's my guy. You can block for 2. I made a bear.
We're not really on again. The artifact, the yours is on the other side of the table, so.
Yeah. Hangerback Walker similarly is pretty. Hangerback Walker is generically good.
Hangerback Walker works because we have like we have a Skull Clamp deck. We have a setup where like
Mirror Battlesphere is pretty good with Skull Clamp, but also like 7 mana. We don't have any ramp. Like 0 ramp.
So I like the Colonnade. I like Boseiju.
Copperline Gorge wouldn't be terrible for like the aggro, just red green aggro making it better. But also, do we really need to spend a pick on it?
it's slow is my only concern with it.
Well, it's the fast land. It's the one that works on the first.
Well, it's on turn 1. It's actually a fast land.
Other way around.
Unless you control. Sorry, I had it backwards. I thought this was the one that you had to have.
Yeah, so the aggro deck is fine with a land like that.
This likes it. Sorry, yeah.
Unless
I
you
was
pick
thinking it was
top
the
deck, and then in
inverse
which
of
case
it.
you fucking hate yourself. But
Yeah.
but you could just throw it away to Season Pyromancer. That's free.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's much better. I thought it was the
All right.
opposite one. So I'm
let's
cool
just
with that as well.
Let's just shore up this.
Okay.
See what remains, and we basically get our pick of the litter of what's left.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I think it's really easy to underestimate how, like, I think Boseiju is going to be really choice in that deck. I think that's going to be a really powerful card for it.
I want to point out like how much more we've prioritized lands. It's very funny.
So here's a thought. If we had Jace,
Jesus
Urza,
Christ.
and Karn out, can you beat that?
If you play Questing Beast, kind of yeah.
Fireball.
Jace, Urza,
I
and
don't
Karn.
know.
Like I guess you got the tokens to block, so maybe that should be fine actually.
Got trampled.
But well, I mean,
Karn is very
but
good.
if you have Karn,
Does it?
Karn,
Does Questing Beast
Oh, no, it
trample?
doesn't.
How much money do you want to put on that?
It can't be blocked by 2 or less. It's better than trample. Fuck those things.
I am
know.
pretty high on Karn. I mean that
I
in
think
our
Karn
deck.
is great. Yeah, it's not great card draw. It's decent card draw. At
Pretty
first,
good card
then you can get-
draw.
It's very good card
It's
draw.
very good Karn.
You draw
draw.
it
Yeah.
and you draw Karn, and I can't think of any better Karn draw than that. I think
Would
that
you
the
prefer
Battlesphere.
Hangerback or Katamiri for the Bant?
I was thinking Battlesphere for the Karn Urza deck.
All right, fair enough. as well.
Just
I
spin
was thinking,
into
I was
it.
thinking 5
Also-
artifacts.
Gaming.
It's also profane.
Oh, see a
command.
profane command. Yeah. The thing is, I think as much as I do love the Goose Mother, I think that it's not nearly not as good as other of the ramp targets.
Mhm.
And so if we
You're
don't get
gonna
it,
abandon your own mother, you fuckers.
so if we don't get that back, I'm fine. So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, Profane Command, Mirror Battlesphere, Karn. This is a lot for the
thing that I was thinking about with Battlesphere is it's not the best ramp target, but also we'd probably play that out of our hand, and then we Green Suns for Kratos Behemoth.
uh-huh.
And that kills your
Mhm.
opponent.
That is
Hardcore.
true.
Yeah, so I
That
think
is
absolutely
that is
positively
playing
need
a
to
lot
kill
of
somebody.
the thing I like about
though.
Battlesphere is that I think that it can either be top end for either the artifact deck or the ramp deck.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
versatile.
It's
so I
a
like
solid
that
pick for
about
that
it.
reason.
You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Alright.
So I think we cool with those three.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sick.
So we make them
down.
splash the goose, yeah.
Because I don't think we want to put the goose in our unless no.
If
Well,
Kabanaw
No,
is
and,
playing
like-
the ramp deck, then the goose
Man,
might be
Yeah,
in there.
we should double dog dare on the goose, I think.
All right.
Hangerback Walker, we can generically like throw in whatever deck is like a
Yeah,
whole
because
fill.
you know it's like a better, more consistent ramp target. Hanger back.
Hanger.
It costs more to pull off, though.
It does, but it also works when you don't do that. It's just like always extremely good. The goose seems like it can pop off pretty hard, but like
Stormblood
Hangerback
Berserker's pretty
Walker-
okay too, I'll say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the most
absolutely.
fought over card in Magic.
It's true.
So
Well, take your
2
fucking
packs
goose.
remain.
2 packs
Take a
remain.
damn
You get your
goose.
Oh
goose.
yeah, we'll goose it up.
I have missed 1 card on our side of the board.
Well, now you have to search through everything and find out what it is.
If I missed the
Nico
puzzle,
Bolas,
right?
the Planeswalker.
No, I got Nico Ball's Planeswalker.
Do you
Was
have,
it Electrolyze?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna name every
Electrolyzed.
single card.
was it the goose?
It was the goose. I just got the goose. I'll look later.
Yeah, we gotta.
I'll review
we
the
got
board later.
two packs.
Review the entire
Everyone-
stream back
everyone
from the
can-
start.
everyone can save this game themselves and check it out
Yeah,
that way if you have
All
to.
right.
So
All right.
2 packs. And you're on first pick.
Yeah, legitimately let me know how to save this because I
Same.
will probably over the course of the week just
Look over.
boot
and-
this up and like think about
Yeah.
what to do because
Okay.
I'm like a cool
This is-
guy and that sounds fun to me.
Now this is a set of cards.
Holy shit! Boy, howdy, walking ballista, huh? It's a Ewing.
Caracas,
Caracas.
Gilded Lotus, Sulfuric Vortex, and the aggro deck.
I like Caracas.
Caracas is really
This is
good.
pretty good.
You like the crack? You're big about crack?
Caracas puts Grizzlebrand and
It puts
Hellish
Elish
Norn
Norn
back
back
to hand.
back in their hands.
Yeah.
Which, you know, they still have very strong effects. I'm not saying that, like, you know, them hitting the board
That
doesn't
still
like, already
probably wiped our,
inconvenience us
board of
massively.
dorks and stuff. Yeah,
But-
but
But
Resto Angel.
Resto Angel, we could absolutely splash a little
I
bit
want
of
us
a
to play
white.
Resto Angel specifically because
No.
We need
gives
more of
us-
that effect.
the number of cards
yeah,
we
yeah,
pick for
we played
ephemerate-
ramps.
Yeah,
No.
because you could-
Bitcoin. This is good for
the
Bitcoin.
number of things that we passed up, like the number of things that we pick specifically for ephemerate,
Right.
And that's the only blinking card that we have. Grab the other blinking card.
We also do have Kiki Jiki, although unfortunately they're in different. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm for
They're
sure.
gonna be different decks.
Yep,
yeah.
I'm good with
And
that.
then maybe Ewit.
You
We do
get
not get a
2.
third
You
pick.
get 2.
Oh, we only get 2? Oh,
Sorry.
I know, right? This,
Not
like,
so fast.
No,
Nice
but
try,
I'm
Blanco.
nice.
Too bad your ass got sacked.
Yeah, I'm good with those picks.
All right.
Well,
All right.
those were the 2 cards I wanted from this pack. Damn it.
Karn is like still just so good.
Okay, so we've got
Running out of room.
like Stormkirk Noble and Sulfuric Vortex as like
Vortex would be very funny in our red green aggro deck.
yeah,
Just like a fuck you.
Adonto Vanguard as a more aggressive piece in the token black-white reanimator
Yep.
deck that does too many things. E-Witness is a little hard because our Gruul deck is like red splash green rather than like red green.
Not super on plan, yeah.
The Sewer King just makes rats every turn.
It exiles
And
the thing
stuff
from the
cards.
graveyard,
And
but they don't
exiles
have any
cards.
graveyard. They don't really have a graveyard thing going on at all right now.
Yeah.
Vortex might not be. There are 3 drops in that right
I
green.
know,
deck.
there's so
It's
many-
getting kind of.
I'm thinking about the Stormkirk Noble just because it is a 1-drop, and like
The thing is, like, you top deck Stormkirk Noble,
you
and
feel
you're just
so
like,
bad. You
well,
feel
fuck.
yeah, you feel
It is like the
awful.
worst. As like you'd prefer any other 1-drop at that point.
Like if you play it on 1, you feel like a champion.
Yeah, but even then, like you play it, and then they play like something else on like they 2 that can block, and you're like, well, that's my 2/2. I made a bear.
Zorak, it's fine.
Huh.
We took the legendary dog. What?
Yeah, one could possibly block it.
We do have
Yeah,
derogatory
true.
speaker.
Yeah.
What?
What?
What? What?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's
So,
2 different whats.
Two. Okay. Once Upon a Time is also like just a powerful card.
Crazy good card.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we can.
It's a good card to have if you just want to like dig.
Yeah.
And it's free sometimes.
It's free sometimes. Brimstone Volley goes heavy, goes
What are
high.
they cooking with Once Upon a Time? What were they cooking?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's-
Well, do you think you have to
It's
remember what
specifically because if
Eldraine?
you say
Eldraine
the
was-
words "once upon a time," that's the start of a story.
Well,
so it's
also
the
El-
first thing that you can play.
Eldraine was also the start of them going like everybody's whining about standard cards being really weak. What if we finally did what everybody wanted and make standard strong, and then they realized, oh wait, that's why we didn't do this because fuck.
This was the set with Oko in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some like half the
Right.
shit on that.
Standard
There's so much
Oko.
fucked up things across that
And his
entire set.
abs. That's right.
Oko's
Who
coming.
wants to be food party, baby?
They kind of
Oko's
had a-
not in this shit, right? 'Cause we all
No.
hate him.
No.
Sick.
Oko is
Everyone's
very
just
much
sick
the
of his
above-
ass.
Do you want to take Vortex or maybe Remand? You could take just Karn or Guild of Lotus as just like a generic big thing to throw up in one of these decks too.
I think Karn in the white black because I feel like right now the white black might take a while to get finished, and Karn just is
Well,
something
the-
you just slam.
Yeah,
late
but the white black
games.
deck also has like Grizzlebrand and Elishnorn as like the slams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like because like a white, blue, and green red decks are so fucking aggro. Like that's the subtle thing. Like I think we can outrage most of what they're doing right now. Hopefully things work right.
That's why I want to keep I want the aggro pieces to just like go under a lot of this nonsense they've got going on.
All right.
So which
I'm
maybe
into it.
could grab Remand then because Remand's a good to say no.
What if our white blue deck has 2 copies of Remand?
that would be
Reprieve
you know
and
what
Remand, yeah.
that is right. Reprieve and
Yeah,
Remand.
how many copies of Remand are we on, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm into it. It makes that deck a real pain in the ass to play.
Yeah,
against,
oh
too,
yeah.
which I'm into.
Dang, I really wanted that remand.
I wanted that Remand as well, but we do have Walkie B now.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about Walkie B.
Yeah, Wonky B is so good.
Ewit, I don't hate.
I was also looking at Mystic Snake.
Mystic Snake is great.
And maybe I think also Brimstone Volley. We got that little sacrifice thing going
I
on there, which makes it pretty easy to trigger.
I prefer Brimstone Volley over Mystic Snake in this case.
Okay.
'Cause Mystic Snake, I mean, the only deck that fits in is the Bant one, and that's a
And yeah,
grand
and it's
deck.
and we're a bit more splashing the blue there instead of like playing the
Yes,
hard double blue.
exactly. That's
Um,
that's a base green white deck with a little bit of blue in it, whereas
Yeah,
the Brimstone Volley, that's easy to play in and also does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's versatile. I like that. Yeah. So give us the Walkie B and the Brimstone Volley. Eat Witness. Eat Witness is obviously good. I love Eat Witness, but
I mean, if you don't want
I
him, we'll
don't
take her.
I'm
Guild of Lotus is also really great. Maybe a little win more.
yeah. I think that it's a little bit like I don't think we quite need to go with Lotus.
Sulfuric Vortex is very funny.
I guess of these cards, I guess Eat Witness is the one I'd be most likely to play. So I guess that's the point.
Yeah, the deck we played in, we would have a couple of ephemerate effects for it. So
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Where do we want to put the Walking Ballista in the ramp deck? I'm guessing.
that's probably makes the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
There's
we
also
have.
the opportunity that we have that we could actually put the Ancient Tomb in a non-ramp deck and
And
play
then-
Walking
yeah.
Ballista in that.
I don't hate
Yep.
that.
Mhm.
I think we still have this issue with the Demir deck. but
The Dimir
we're
deck is actually
not.
turned pretty hard into a Dimir artifact stack.
Yeah.
So we're playing.
I'm just looking at the amount of cards we have for the the Bant deck versus everything else.
Mhm.
But I think we should be okay. We got
All
another
right.
back.
So, do we take just this middle row? We could take Lotus. Like, he doesn't do much, but also, like, the alternative if we have trouble casting Gristlebrand is you cast Gristlebrand.
Right.
Lotus does that, but also it's kind of useless if we're doing the acceleration plan in that deck, too. Like, imagine having your Excel cards and you have a single Gilded Lotus in your hand and you're like, shit.
Yeah, I kind of like middle row. Unless there's something we just don't want them to have, like if we don't want to give them the Karn or something, because
Karn is the thing where, like, if Karn lands on the board, we basically just concede.
like maybe grab the Karn and like
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Karn, like Vortex and Skitter.
Vortex Skitter. Yeah, I'm into that.
Sure.
That's what I was thinking.
Or do you
Yeah.
feel that the Noble is better than Vortex?
Noble is really dice rolly, and I feel like we have enough really good bottom end on that deck. I don't think we really need.
yeah,
Because Vortex is
there.
a top deck is also perfectly fine, assuming that we're
Or we
in
can
the
take-
process of killing them.
or we could take the Sunbaked Canyon. I mean, that's
Just,
not
we already have enough white black splash lands. We have 3 of them. We're not even playing that's the main color.
right, but we can have 4 of them.
I
Like,
think 3 is good. As much
Or
as I
or Skitter, we
respect
might
your
actually see
desire.
play.
yeah,
Karn
Yeah,
seems like we
Barrel.
might see play. Vortex seems we might actually play. I doubt about the
that's the other bit is I don't know if we're even playing Vortex, but whatever.
Yeah,
Because like we're not taking the canyon, right?
I would say take the canyon so we can sacrifice a land out of the red black deck.
Oh, right.
Like,
you don't need to pay.
you just
colored mana to
you can
play-
just
do that. Okay.
we can just play that. Say cool. This is a different card that's not a land. Like it cycles from some battlefield. So
Yeah.
and then we give them the Stalker Noble that nobody wants. I think.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
fine.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right, well, we might play.
here.
Final pack, we've got first pick.
Holy shit.
We're almost
there.
done.
Oh, Recurring Nightmare.
Oh God, God,
So yeah,
please.
for anyone who,
or Dark
missed
Depths.
the intro, anyone who missed the intro, one thing that's neat about this is so this cube is built for the size of 8 players, but
Yes.
there's only 6 of us. So there's going to be a good amount of cards left over that are not pulled. So you can't guarantee a specific card.
Arcana Cruelty.
Okay, so
No
sadly
nightmare. No recurring nightmare.
we
huh?
we didn't get to see the alchemy card I added in here. That's
Aw.
tragic.
It's a shame.
Can I try and show what it
Yeah,
is?
but yeah,
See
you-
here another time.
It's the crocodile, right? Perforator.
It's the crocodile.
Yeah.
I fucking love this card.
I added
It's
this
very
because so this is a card that only exists on Magic Arena because it creates a card, but like you can just have a bunch of stab wounds sitting like to the side of the game.
You just well, in this case, you also just literally conjure as many stab wounds as you want.
yeah, I mean you just have
copy-paste them.
yeah, you just yeah.
But the point is, it works in
Hey,
paper cube.
hey, watch this.
Zorak, stop.
What?
I'm like a
Stop
god
stabbing
here.
people.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Knife.
Ooh,
Okay,
Wow, a lot of people taking poison damage in this. So Teferi's like goaded with the sauce for our for Azorius, yeah.
Teferi's pretty nuts. Archon's like another piece for the reanimation bit.
Archon is pretty fucking disgusting as a reanimation target, but then also, do we really need another reanimation target? Like,
I know that because especially because we only had the 2 reanimation spells in the end.
we also run into the problem. I'll say right now, we don't have that much way to discard stuff.
Well, okay, how about Wooded Foothills then as card 2?
I mean, Esper Sentinel is also just stupid.
Yeah, that fits in like multiple of the decks.
All of our white decks just absolutely love that thing.
Yeah.
And then like we have the option for whatever blue stuff. Like, hey, if we get compulsive
Research, yeah.
blue white doesn't really do a ton of stuff with the reanimator stuff, but also it's pretty good. Or if we get a fucking Tamiya or Ponder, we'll take that. Or in Miscalc, we'll take any
Yeah,
of
we
those.
have a lot of the blue in here that's nice.
Or the green's probably fun. Anything in here will be fun for our plans.
And with Explore, you can play 2 Explore.
It's true, you can play 3 lands.
fast enough.
You can play 3 lands if you're quick.
It's like they're not going to play Archon. I don't think Archon does anything for their deck.
What?
With
Yeah,
blue black.
like they have to. That's like high rolling Urza, right? Like I don't think that's worth.
I will say I've never seen someone play that card and then not win. Like that. Just read the words on it. It's just.
But have
it's
you ever
just
seen
insane.
anybody? But have you actually
Right.
seen
Have
someone
you
like
seen-
Yeah, I was
cast
gonna say
that card?
you
really?
said play not cast, so sure. Let's go with these. All right.
Oracle of Moldiah.
Oracle of
Yes.
Moldai is exactly who I was looking at, especially because we have
Yes.
Courser as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Courser and Oracle are best friends, so beautiful on that front.
Fetches.
Tamio? Tamio, like
yeah.
Tamio and Jace together lock down a game incredibly hard.
Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of the walkers and artifacts deck. I think that putting more walkers in is pretty good.
And
Ponder.
Ponder,
one of the best.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Magic
We're gonna
cards
have to.
ever
beat
made.
that.
I'd say either ponder or explore.
Ponder
But then
unrestricted
again,
in
I do
vintage
agree that we
now.
could use more stuff. We could use more card draw on that
So
deck.
I went to a tournament last month that was playing
I like these
paper
three.
extended 2009.
That's amazing.
We went to the local shop up in the cities that my friend Ryan is a partial owner of, and Lodestone, and he was running a extended 2009 event, and it's very funny because like those lists are like Thopter Depths, like Thopter Foundry combo, Dark Depths combo, but like nobody knows that Ponder is anything. So all the lists are like, I don't know, why would you ever play Ponder? It's a 0 of in every deck.
You're like, it's the best card ever printed.
So like we're at the time of printing, for about 2.5 to 3 years, Ponder was like, why would you play this? Like everybody was
Just play
off it.
Brainstorm or something.
Yeah, why would you? No, not even that. Like just in like, why wouldn't you just play the cards you want to draw with Ponder?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Play the cards that God gave you.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
All right. Wooded Foothills. We probably want to just take the Archon and
Yeah.
Have it.
Probably
Yep.
take the Archon just because, like, health.
maybe we get to do it.
Maybe
I
to
don't
do it.
hate Miscalc, honestly, just
Yeah.
as a small shore up.
Yeah.
Miscalc or compulsive research, either one. I think.
And
is
then
fine.
honestly, like whatever green cards we're left with,
We'll
we
be
can probably
fine
just,
with.
or even compulsive, we just take it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Yeah,
We're
we
good.
can work with whatever that's left. Yeah.
And do you think Miscalc over compulsive?
Yeah, because we have enough card draw right now that I feel good about Miscalc over that.
Okay, cool.
Compulsive also is not card advantage.
It is. The compulsive is
If you
draw
discard a
3,
land,
discard a
it's
land,
card
it's +1.
It's card advantage
Oh
regardless.
yeah.
Yeah, that one's.
Because it's draw 3, then discard
we
2 or
probably- we
1.
probably-
You have to play
yeah,
the
we're probably
card
fine,
though,
yeah.
so you're down.
I get
one
it,
benefit
yes.
from playing
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you go +1 if you discard a land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's even if you discard 2.
True.
Temple Garden.
Yeah, I think like Temple Garden. Look at Rex Age. We do already have the
second
the
flicker.
ooze.
Oh, that's true.
We don't
yeah.
really need an early drop of the
Right.
same effects,
And like
but
based on what we've seen out of our opponents' decks,
There we go.
there's not really like a lot of like artifact. I mean, there's Skull Clamp. There's Skull Clamp that we really want to get rid of.
Yeah, notably,
you know,
Ooze hits lands, and
yes.
Yeah.
Sage does not.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Primal Command?
I mean, I feel good
um,
about Primal Command.
I feel pretty good with Primal Command. Yeah.
I kind of want it.
All right, so
um,
this Bant deck that we have is absolutely like mad good. Is the thing.
Mhm.
The Dimir deck is pretty solid, and then the Rakdos deck is pretty much exactly as it seems over there.
Yeah.
We have no way to fix that in the last pack. So,
I mean, I think that there is. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that we have a number of black cards that could go into like Misery Shadow goes into goes into the Rakdos deck.
Yeah,
so does Night,
yeah,
so does Night
yeah.
of the Ebon Legion. Like, there's some
we
stuff
will
over here
be
that is for the Rakdos deck.
discussing.
But regardless,
so like,
I would say maybe Compulsive Research for the blue deck.
because it's just not something to then put into the Bant one.
yeah,
it's
or
basically
Explore.
what I
Because
feel too.
actually, how much ramp do you actually have for the Bant deck right now?
So,
We
yeah.
have Derogatory Speaker.
Are you
We
guys
have,
building like a 60 card deck over there or what?
Yeah, we have like a lot of cards for
And,
this.
and most of
deck.
them what are like because the thing is that we need we have enough. I think we have enough. Okay, then we can ignore the Explore.
Let's take
Yeah, so
the research.
compulsive
Yeah.
research.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
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 yeah.
And we'll throw that into the
All right.
this guy over here. And then this probably goes over here, and we're building a commander deck, I suppose.
The Temple Garden is the last pick that we have.
Yes.
Why is this Casualties of War being like thrown around?
Oh no, because it's your last pick. Like,
Oh,
You're gonna end up. Yeah, we're not taking.
Yeah,
that.
we're
Yeah,
not
got
taking
it.
it. Double black, double
Because
green.
they're filling out their green
Which,
with
I'll
whatever's
say,
left
honestly,
here. Yeah.
like Duskwatch Recruiter is pretty good actually for our red green
Duskwatch
deck.
Recruiter is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
These two are pretty good. We're probably not gonna play Explorer in all honesty, but like
I mean, the
And
Rex Age, at the very least,
Rex
is a good,
Age is,
is a
like,
good sideboard
real.
card against us.
Well,
It's an
especially like
incredibly good
Maybe
side.
again, they have that blue-black. They've got the Demir artifact thing going on. Like that's a hell of a thing to have. Just
you guys have an entire like rest of the table you guys could be using for your
Yeah, we should probably
second,
move these
like
over
a
there.
second table.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Put it near the Kirby.
near the Kirby.
File.
Zoom out into the sky and show everybody how
Yeah, this is
what these
I'm-
clowns are doing.
not
It's Zorak who's building the
organizational.
fucking like most beautiful
Yeah, look at this.
encyclopedia index I've ever seen.
I was
Yeah,
just
this is the
throwing
most
shit.
sorted
UI. This-
I'm just
yeah, this
organizing my thoughts over here.
Yeah, this is.
the UI of what Zorak is thinking is fully on display.
And then you
right
and then
now.
you and then you
over
tip the
here,
table.
you've
It's like,
got
all right.
the
Eric's
fucking rabble.
brain.txt.
See, here's the thing.
No, I love it.
If I was the one organizing
It's
it, it
all
would be
it's
like
completely
Zorak,
my
but I
fault.
was not. I had to look at the cards.
I'll be honest. If I'm
taking
organizing, mine
notes.
looks like that. Mine
To be fair,
looks
you
like
guys
this.
are like you guys have like
so
decks
funny.
over there. We have more like
Cards.
colors and like notions
Yeah.
of how they're going to overlap.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Yeah,
You guys have like a
It's just
notion of your
very
deck.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
I would absolutely
I
build
prefer,
like
like,
this.
why do
though.
you guys
That's how
decide
I
to
play.
cluster right on top of like where it's like overlapping
This is
onto
how
our pile?
this is how school
right
went
here,
for
like,
me. I
this is
just
zone,
I
like, where it's
shoved
like, we're-
papers in my backpack. I didn't have any binders. Terrible.
It's like I should be drawing a line here to say like, no, over here is ours. You stay over there.
We forced you into only having 2 boards. to
Yeah,
go
of the
with.
eight boards.
We are bored.
And we could have used each of these as an entire deck. And
You could've had an
All
This is
right.
not my
also
fault.
gonna
I am
say.
claiming this
Alright,
now.
So that's the
all
draft.
right, you clowns.
Completely
Last
my
pack.
fault.
No, that was
That was
last
it.
pack. That was
That
last
was
pack.
last pack.
Good.
That
Okay,
was last
word.
pack.
So we should probably jump into some separate rooms to build
Should
these decks.
We are
say-
not deck
first things
building
first.
today.
Yeah, I
How
think
do
we are.
save?
Yeah, we save this, and then we
How does one save? How do I save this? to
Well,
make sure
well,
I'm
if I
really
can, I think if you go into
So,
games and press
Games,
save,
save and load, save game.
yeah, and you just press save game in the upper right there. I can give you a snip
Save
if you need.
game. Okay, cool.
I'm so afraid to press buttons in the tabletop simulator because there's
Trust
a
me,
button.
no ability
there's
for
a
you to
button to
ruin it,
destroy this.
There's
yeah.
a button that blows everything up for some reason. So I'm
Well,
like,
I mean, I have the ability to rewind if you do that.
All right,
so it's not-
okay.
So only thing I'll say is, should we, using perhaps that drawing tool, just kind of box off the decks so we remember easily for us later about where we are? So like just draw a line around the green and red for us, and then the black and white, and maybe the black and blue a little bit.
yeah, the only thing we have to figure out is that there's gonna be some amount of splash them, but yeah, fair.
But yeah, so it's Gruul, it's Orzhov, and then it's Azorius.
And then we have to figure out where the artifacts are going ultimately, because who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Again, this is less like so we know for sure, and
This
more
is just like
so
I have an idea.
when we're in case instead of actually doing this and looking at it, we just forget for a week. We can at least like come back and pick it up and be like, right, the general plan was this.
It's gonna be very funky here drawing the overlap here because the fucking blue and black and they're just gonna.
Yeah.
Can we just have 2 decks? Just like
if we can have one,
one really big shared deck between
play Judge's Tower.
God.
it's like
So-
2-headed giants
The-
you
the fir-
guys over here.
The first thing I was asked when I mentioned I was doing this was, "Are you playing Emperor?" It's like
No.
no
Desire to do this.
This isn't built for 3v3s for that.
No, if we play a clown game
Yeah.
on stream that isn't this draft, I do want to try and play Don Don and get absolutely wrecked.
Don
in
Don
good.
is fucking
Game's
awesome.
so good.
I have
Don
a,
Don
Don's
really
fun. Yeah, I've sucked
a good
ass
clown.
at Don Don.
I am
That's a good clown
undefeated at Don Don. I've also only played like 3 times.
Don Don is fucking awesome.
It's
All
all
right.
about tempo. It's
So
Where can I put my Don Don deck?
so we'll have to kind of keep these in mind, and then next stream is kind of like the quick, like we have these ideas, put them together, and then games. So
Yeah, and I think like since we have some time to think about it, we'll be able to snap it together pretty quick. The other nice thing about this format is having a break. It's so much thinking about cards. You might not have noticed, but we've
Not
been
me.
going for like 4 fucking hours talking about cards. So like, it's good to have.
whoops.
Jesus Christ!
what did you
I don't know
do?
why
What are you
that
talking
happened.
about?
Well,
It's because I grabbed too many cards. It didn't let me grab them all at once.
Thank you, Tabletop Simulator.
But yeah, so like, gives us a break, lets us come back, and lets us play a little bit more of a refreshed game of Magic the Gathering, because playing right after this would be like pretty rough, I think,
Yeah.
mentally.
So you ready to play some Don Don?
Oh man.
No, I need to go to the gym. I need to live.
Go to the gym. It's midnight. I gotta go to bed.
Oh, it's a plan for him. That's pretty good.
all right.
All right, sick. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I think we're gonna try and schedule the play session of this probably about the same time next week, if that works for folks. But
Yeah.
we'll get that locked down and announced soon.
The only dangerous thing I'll say about you doing it in the middle of next week, I'll say, Outlaws of Thunder Junction spoilers start next Tuesday. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Oh, they're gonna be
Oko's
talking about the
11.
new games.
We got
Well-
Hee-haw.
Well, it means
set
that
is the
we have
next-
to wear cowboy hats the entire time we're playing each other.
Oh, you
And
weren't already?
And then two, I will be also, while we're doing this, in the middle of the fucking Cardoverse,
Right, 'cause you've got
putting cards into databases.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's fine.
right, 'cause
It's
you're
fine.
Spoilers.
Skyfall stuff,
Yeah.
right?
It's
yeah.
it's fine. I can push it off. It's fine.
All right, we'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Doc, are you done for the night?
Oh yeah, I've been going for 8.5 hours.
Same. Okay, sick. Then I'm gonna raid on over to somebody. I'll catch y'all later. And thank you so much for hanging out. And hey, thanks for hanging out for 4 hours of basically just talking about cards.
Yeah,
I
we
appreciate it.
looked and talked about cards.
I love it so much. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all so much. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot out a raid, and I'll catch y'all later. Thank you so much for hanging out. Have a great night.
Here's a
Yeah,
crab wearing a
see ya.
Burger King
Peace.
crown.
That's the monarchy. That's how you know.
That's